ဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှုဟန်တွန်လန်စာအကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှုမော်စီအကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံဇူးအိုးငါပိုက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစီ1 expert ကစားသူများ1 expert တသိရင် pick ပဲကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝေညကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင်1 expert မှာထိတ်တက်စုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှုဟန်တွန်လန်စာအကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှုမော်စီ
the heroes that allow you to play forward, incredible heroes. And then we also have the undefeated heroes. Because when you get to this stage of TI, you want to be in the comfort, you don't want to be pressured, you want to play your S tier stuff. The Snake King Chen, undefeated. 3 games of Pangolier that flex between mid and offlane, incredible. 2 games of the Earthshaker on Marine, they always stack, he always gets his game going. And now for PV team, maybe you want to give, the troll to Pure. Keep him confident, you have the GPK puck and the good old Bristleback on Miero. So a lot of these heroes, we might be seeing them in the series.
Or the Lycan on Miero.
Absolutely.
That one was a big standout.
Hello.
That was up in priority this game.
Got it. Got it. Guma, bale. Lobby there win, no?
We even had Mallory yesterday all chatting, give me Sand King.
Yeah.
He was given Sand King. He's daring the teams to leave this for him.
Fair going on, you know? Fair going on.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's, in my opinion, I want to say that
Fair
every player
winner.
is underrated, so maybe this is also my bias, but I do think they have very standout performances. You can throw Malrine in like the absolute most XD lanes, Primal versus Monkey King. He'll match the net worth, he'll make it happen. He's very versatile, so yeah, to be one of the best mid laners of the tournament team.
But the way that I see the heroes, right, the graphic on Grimstroke having 2 for 2 contested, that's 4 games. There's only 9 games total. When I look at Marine's hero pool, do you really want an Earth Spirit?
Believe in
Ember,
ATF.
Primal, any of these heroes hit
Believe in Marine.
Much of it TI, but I feel like this is kind of like the hidden gem as we progress in the final couple of days of the international. Both Crit has played it and Save. It really breaks a lot of the playmaker. I think Soulbind is the reason why this hero is good. Nothing to do with like Inkswell or Stroke. It's just the ultimate and Phantoms. So yeah, I'm hoping to see that hero more.
I think we're more likely to see that top row of heroes coming out from Marine than those Spirit ones. A lot of teams have moved away from the Spirit.
Minglava.
Progressed.
On
the screen. I want to talk about his Pugna because he has been putting
PV ပွဲတော့မရဘူးလားဒီလောက်ပြောနေတာ PV ပဲနိုင်မှာလို့အဲ့လိုတော့မပြောပါဘူး PV ပွဲတော့ gain 2လေ 3.2 မှာရလိုက်တဲ့လူတွေနဲတော့မဟုတ်ဘူး
talk about what
if
he gets this trend right. You have 2 problematic picks now that you have to think about. He is one of the support players that it feels you can't really.
ကျန်တာတွေကကိုရောင်မှမပြောတတ်ဘူး duration တွေဘာတွေကကိုရောင်မပြောတတ်တော့ over လား under လား key တွေရတယ်ဘာတွေမှမသိဒီချင်းက winner loser ပဲကောင်းကောင်းဖတ်ရတော့မှထင်တယ်ကျန်တာလုံးဝမှန်းလို့မရတော့
We saw it yesterday on the Pugna with the Essence Ring going to the tier 2. Chen
Falcon အော်ရင်မကြိုက်ဘူးတဲ့
his expertise.
ကိုတော့ Falcon တီးထားတယ်
as their coach, they value the map.
Falcon မဝင်တာဟိုပါလေ series winner
it is just incredible.
Falcon series winner တီးတာ
Falcons, what do you give them and what do you end up taking yourself?
It's why they go in and out of being dominant, right? 2024, they're heroes. You could list 6 heroes per player and how they were the best in the world, and you want to try and ban them.
အဲ့တော့ဘတ်ဘွန်ကလည်းအဲ့လိုချုပ်တက်တဲ့အသင်းထဲမှာပါတယ်
Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. As we progress in TI, like
BBK တို့ဘာလို့ချုပ်
we're returning to that 2024.
အဲ့ညာတိုင်းနေပတ်မှာ
Every hero you talk about on that top row of that graphic, you have to ban, and they're just not that many bans.
And we talk a lot about heroes that you have to ban basically almost against Falcons because they are so good in the hero-player combinations. What heroes do we want Falcons to ban? Because are there any hero-player combinations apart from the guy we just saw, Miero, on his Lycan? He was the key player in yesterday's series. Any heroes we want to ban out against him? Do you really want to ban out the puck? Do you want to try to counter it one of the games? Because it is a puck and they pick it up first. There is an opportunity to counter it.
I think Miero Lycan and Miero Beastmaster cannot be given away. For GPK, you can maybe let the puck through if you have a really good idea for it, and Falcons are one of the better teams at addressing pucks, I would say. But there are other heroes that come out later that we've forgotten about GPK, like the Invoker. But as we can see here, Kazu, offlane heroes are up.
Oh my god,
also like Centaur has really been rising in popularity. I don't know if you want to ban it first stage, but like you need to keep it in mind in like the second stage and overall like also the Bristleback, just like anything for Miero to play forward, allow your team to like come to you, you help GPK maybe on some rune. This team has a lot of heroes like in their arsenal as well, like Save on his post 4, whether it be the Grimstroke, he busts out some line every now and then, or a Hoodwink. Like they've got a lot of it, but I do agree these spirits
GPK ကပတ်ပန်းလိုက်
from the mid lane.
ရပြီ GPK ကပတ်ပန်းလိုက်ဒီကောင်နည်းနည်း
He's favors
BBK အကောင်းဆုံးက
Spirit
back လို့
Heroes.
ပြောလို့
It's
ရ
unfortunate
back
for
ဘန်း
him,
လိုက်
but
ပြီ
he's
ဆိုရင်
found a replacement for that
ကျန်တာ
really
ကျုံး
quick.
လို့ရ
And also the Shaker had a lot of consistent performances. The Void Spirit is probably the only spirit that feels good right now because of how popular Puck is and it as a counter. And also his ability to play Sand King from mid himself.
ဖဲကွန်2-1 လောက်လား ဖဲကွန်
well
တော့ကြိုက်
played
တယ်
here. Instead of banning the Sand King,
ကိုတော့ဖဲ
they
ကွန်
just
ထည့်
put
တာ
themselves.
ဒါပေမဲ့
That's
2-1 လောက်
absolutely
လားက
fantastic.
လည်း
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk of cause. And
ကလန်ဒါကြရဆိုရင်တော့2-1 ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်
right? Like, how many times have we
ဒီ
seen
နေ့က
him
2 စီးတွေကြီးပဲ
outplay a
3 ပွဲ
Rocky
ဖြစ်နေ
find
တာ
the disruptor or hit a clutch song like on a Naga Siren, you know, echoing Snaking's performance on a Pugner, right? Like, he feels like a critical building block in other players' shining.
ဓာတ်ကတိတ်
We just
အ
don't
ရင်
really
ကွာ
get
နေတာ
as
မျိုးတော့
much
မ
shine
ဟုတ်
as
ဘူး
the
နှစ်
others.
သင်း
But
က
yeah, I think if you can, I think they're going to have to look at Kotomi as well.
I mean, we did see Nick McGalaxy put a lot of respect in banning out the Bane. That was definitely a good strat coming out for them. I would not be surprised to see Falcons going for the same route in the upcoming game. I do want to touch a little bit upon the team's playstyle, taking it a little bit away from the heroes they'll play with it. How do these teams match up in playstyle? We've had so many different routes to victory. We talked in the previous series about how we saw Extreme being a little bit slower. And yes, they adapted against P-Vision, especially in that second game, speeding it up a little bit. On the other side, we did see P-Vision with a high tempo later on after the farming was
ဖဲ
done.
ကွန်ဖော
How
င်း
would
နိုင်
you
ပါမ
describe
လား
what's
အဲ့ဒါပြောရ
coming
လေ
out
အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်
this time
ဖဲကွန်
around?
ကြိုက်တယ်လို့
For Falcons, they're a
ဘာ
team
မို့က
that
နေကမာ
does
နဲ့
well
လ
in
ည်း
games,
အဲ့လို
but not at the expense of their early
ဆော့တာ
game.
တွေကလည်း
Their
ရို
lanes
င်း
are
နေ
strong, their macro movements are strong, their net worth game is very
ဖဲ
strong.
ကွန်ကလည်း
They
solid
love
ကြ
to
တယ်
play
အခု
for
ချိန်မှာ
scaling
ကြည့်ရ
on all
တာ
of their heroes. They love to play the map, get these
အော်
early
BB ကအမြဲ
objectives.
တမ်းချုပ်တတ်
And
တဲ့
for
သဘော
BB
ရှိလို့
team,
အဲ့ကောင်လေ
their strength in the past, not this
Explain
TI,
over.
but they were famous for their lanes.
Choke.
They would stomp their lanes, snowball out of that, and play an aggressive game. What we saw yesterday was when they aren't winning these lanes and they're playing from behind, that aggressive playstyle does get diminished.
Yeah, I'm hoping that BB team have an answer to this Falcons like the. I always
TI
talk about
price
the
ဘူး
10
များ
to
ဆုံးက
50
ဘယ်နှစ်
minute
တည်း
collapse
TI
whenever
price
they
ဘူး
play
များ
together
ဆုံးက
and has space to
COVID
farm. Because to me, BB team, they're
နား
more
ပြီး
maybe
တော့
on the
နောက်
side
တစ်
of the
နှစ်
traditional,
အဲ့
like,
နှစ်ကအ
4+1,
များ
you
ဆုံးပဲ
have your hard to carry, you play on pure, you hope that he can enable the game later and like just take it for you. Whereas Falcons, they don't always play hard carry. Skeeter, he's gonna play faster.
But it's not even a matter of Skidder playing hard carry. I think during TI, he's actually shifting more towards heroes that want farm as well,
Yeah.
to some degree. It's the fact that Falcons, they look at an objective in the early game, and they bring the correct amount of heroes. Like other teams, you might bring 3, you might bring 4, even 5, but on paper, you don't need 5. Falcons, every time, if they want to take a tower, contest a Roshan, contest a Wisdom, they bring the perfect amount of heroes, hence why they feel like they're always farming. Because if you take too many or too little, you don't win, your farm diminishes, right? So for BB, if they make a move in the map, they have to respect that Falcons are going to return with the correct amount of
TI
heroes.
တန်း split ရတာဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့နှစ်
And the
split
ability
စားသွားတဲ့
to
နှစ်
improve
အမှန်ပဲ
to me, that was
အဲ့နှစ်က
really
နှစ်နှစ်စာ
the
လေ
winning stage. I
price
look
က
at the series, and this is just about
ဒီ
winning for me, because if BB
ဟို
team
ဟာတွေရောင်းထားတဲ့
plays
ပတ်စံ
like they did
ပေါ့နော်
yesterday, they
ဟာ
are
လေ
gonna get a lot
စာအုပ်
less
တွေစာအုပ်တွေ
opportunities
ရောင်းထားတဲ့
on
ပတ်စံ
map than
တွေကို
Ligma gave them. Falcons
ကိုဗစ်
will
ကြောင့်မလုံးလိုက်ရဘူး
capitalize
မလုံးလိုက်ရတဲ့အချိန်မှာ
on
အဲ့ပတ်စံတွေ
the
အားလုံး
advantage
ထက်
they
စု
get.
ထားပြီးတော့နောက်တစ်နှစ်မှာပေါင်းပြီးထည့်ပေးလိုက်တာအဲ့မှာစုကြီးကြီးကကျွတ်စင်ကြီးပြောတာလုံးဝကျွတ်စင်
From the laning stage, look at your safe lane.
အဲ့ဒီမှာတီဆွေကြီးကထ
Make
သိ
it
မ်းတာ
easier for Pure and Katami.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for them, it used to be one of their absolute biggest strengths, like this laning skills and like all their players' individual skill that they bring together. So if they can just, have a normal, stable game, these two teams will match up quite well into each other. I think the games will have quite a bit of duration unless Falcons really get this early lead with their stacks going on. So if your BB team also is something you can look towards, play into the enemy triangle, take some of those stacks away from Malrine because he is the tempo controller for
Falcon all
Falcons. If you
in.
shut him down, their game slows down quite a lot.
1 1
There
6
is
ရတယ်
a
တန်တယ်နော်
mental factor to this series that I still wanted to highlight because for people that
အားလုံး
watch
ပဲ
Dota 2 whole year
ဘာချရ
round
မလဲ
and
ဆိုတဲ့လူတွေ
follow
အတွက်
both of these teams
ဖဲကွန်ချတာပါလေ
last year you would have seen BB team lose a lot against Falcons.
ကျန်တာတော့မသိတော့ဘူး
To be
ကျန်
fair,
တာတော့
everybody
စဉ်းစားလို့မရ
lost
တော့
a
ဘူး
lot,
ဖဲကွန်ပဲတီးထား
no
လိုက်
harsh words there. But a lot of those series were in finals, and BB team was basically always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and it definitely got to them a little bit, getting a little frustrated potentially, leading into BB's team's first victory only at the start of this season in Copenhagen. And the thing.
roughly လည်းအထဲကနေသွားကြည့်ရင်ကောင်းပြန်ထွက်နေမလားစပြီပေါ့ရော့ဝင်ကြည့်လိုက်မယ်ဥသူရောက်တော့ပါ ဖဲကွန်တော့ထည့်ပြီးသွားပြီအားပေးဖို့ပဲကြံတော့တယ် let's go
The green team's banning someone now. 5 seconds remaining.
Mary လက်တဲ့ကိုစမ်းကင်းပေးလိုက်ရင်
Dire team banned.
easy win
Bad dudes banning
စမ်း
someone
ကင်းပေး
now.
လိုက်ရင် easy win
Radiant team banned.
ဘာမှမဟုတ် primer beast
5 seconds remaining. Dire team banned. Bad dudes banning someone now.
စမ်းကင်းကင်း
Radiant team
ခံ
banned.
ပန်းတာစမ်းကင်းမပန်း beast လည်းမပန်းဘူးเนาะ beast master လည်းရှိသေးရဲ့ beast master
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
easy win ပတ်ပန်းပြီးစမ်းကင်းပေးလိုက်တယ် easy win
The green team's banning some.
အခုဝင်တော့မပေးဘူးကွာဖြတ်လူပလန်အနေနဲ့ပလန်အနေနဲ့ပလန်အနေနဲ့ပါတဲ့အစမ်းကင်းနဲ့တွဲမှာပါရှိတယ် breast damage စပူတာထဲမှာ crit ကိုင်တာ
5 seconds remaining. The green team's banning someone now.
ကုန်ပြီ GPK ကောင်းနေကုန်ပြီဟဲ့ပတ်တယ်ရောရှိတ်ကားတွေရော
Bad dudes banning someone now.
ဒီသက်လင်းမနေအစားဖွင့်တာကြာတော့မယ်တဲ့duration မကြိုက်တော့ဘူး duration ကဒီနေ့ under တွေဖြစ်နေတော့ဖတ်ရတာမမိုက်တော့ duration ဆိုတဲ့
5 seconds
ဘက်ကို
remaining.
ignore လိုက်ပြီဒီ TI မှာသူကဟိုဝင်ကယ်ပြီးဆော့ဘူးတယ်တဲ့ဆော့တော့ဆော့ဘူးတယ်ဒီကောင်ဒီပွဲမှာတော့မဆော့တော့ဘူးထင်တာ
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
နိုင်ငံတော်အသင်းနဲ့နေကမတက်သွားပြီတစ်ဆင့် X-ray နဲ့တွေ့မယ်မနေ့ဖြန်ဘောတော့ Falcon ပဲเนาะထည့်ထားတယ်အားလုံး Falcon ထည့်ထားပါတယ်
5
ဒီနေရ
seconds
လူတွေ
remaining.
အတွက် mask လွတ်နေသေးတယ် yep mask လွတ်နေသေးတယ်mask ကဒီဟို Stunner Fire ရှိသေးတယ်ရောက်စမ်းကင်းနဲ့တွဲစရာ breast damage တော့ magic damage ကောင်းကောင်းလေးတွေက crit ကင်နေတဲ့ကဆိုရင် Stunner Fire ရှိမယ်အဲ့ဒါဆို mask နဲ့ပါတွဲလို့ရပြီ very good mask Stunner Fire အတွဲလေးမစိုးဘူး
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
အဲ့ဒါကြီးတော့သိတော့မကြိုက်ချင်ဘူး Green Master Why don't Sunfire Mars What the fuck Green Master ကောင်းတော့ကောင်းလို့ level 6တစ်ပေါက်တော့ကောင်း level 6တစ်ပေါက်3နိုင်နှစ်ယောက်တည်း link ပတ်တဲ့အခါမျိုးမှာ damage ကအော်ထွက်တော့ထွက်တယ် Thanking နဲ့တွဲလို့ရတယ် Thanking Baru Strike 3ဟိုကောင် Green Master စစ်ခင်းပြီးတော့အမှဂျပွန်နဲ့ရိုက်ပြက်တယ်ဒီနှစ်ကောင်တွဲရတယ်တကယ်တော့ကျန်းတယ်ဟိုကနုကာနှစ်ကောင်ဟိုဘက်မီယေရိုဘစ်စတာဘတ်ထွက်လာပြီတော့အမားတွေပဲဟေး DK တွေဘစ်စတာဘတ်တွေကွာပယ်ကွန်ရဲ့အဲ့လို2 man mission စမုတ်တွေကိုစမုတ်တွေနဲ့မသိမဲ့ကောင်မျိုးတွေပစ်နေပြီလို့ဟိုဝင်မရတာကို break လို့မရဘူးဖြစ်သွားပြီဘစ်စတာဘတ်တို့ပါတော့သိလားဟိုဝင်ကဖြတ်လူခံတာ
5 seconds remaining
break ဖို့ကFavor S ဆက်တဲ့ကောင်ထဲမှာပဲရတော့
Radiant team pick
ဟုတ်ပါတင်ပါဆုံးမဖမ်းသေးဘူး ADF ရဲ့တင်ပါဆုံးဒါတက်စိန်ခေါ်တာဖြစ်သွားပြီ DK Buster Bat အဲလေနှစ်ကောင်ပစ်ပြထားတာနော်တင်ပါဆုံးဒါတက်ပြောင်နေတာဖြစ်သွားပြီရှာထုတ်ပြရတယ်နှစ်ကောင်
5 seconds remaining Radiant team ban
တင်ပါမပစ်ဘူးကမားပဲပစ်တယ်အဲ့အမားနှကောင်ဘလို့ဖြုတ်မှလို့ဒီ7 DK ကိုကေးဖို့က carry ကစကီတာလည်း hack carry မဆန်ဘူးသူ့ရဲ့ဘာဒန်တွေဘာတွေကဘန်းကန်တာရတယ်စကီတာအာဆာတော့ကင်တယ်ကိုသိတဲ့လောက်စကီတာအာဆာကင်တယ်
5 seconds remaining
အာဆာတော့ကင်တယ်Chaos Knight ဒီပါလေးများထွက်လာမလားဒီပွဲ Chaos Knight ဆိုရင်တော့တော်တော်လေးကြည့်ကောင်းတမ်ပလာလည်းမစိုးတော့မစိုး
Dire team ban
လုံးသရူပါထပ်ဖမ်းတာဟာဖဲကောင်ကဒီဂိမ်းမဲ့ Decisive offlane လုံးသရူဆိုရင်သူတို့ဘာမှတတ်လို့ရတော့မှာမဟုတ်ဘူးเนาะgood ban ဒေါ်ရင်ကြာစကီတာမကင်ဘူးမကင်တတ်ဘူးအဲ့ကောင်မကင်နိုင်ဘူးဒေါ်ရင်ကြာကင်နိုင်တဲ့ player ယာတူရိုတို့အာမဲတို့လောက်ပဲရှိတယ်အာမေတို့လောက်ပဲရှိတယ်ယာတူရိုတို့အာမေတို့နောက်ဘယ်သူရှိသေးတယ်ဒေါ်ရင်ကြာကင်နိုင်တယ်
Bad dudes banning someone now
တီတန်းနဲ့တော့ drawing ညာမတွေ့ဘူးသေးဘူးဒါပေမဲ့အကောင်ကိုင်နိုင်လောက်တယ်
The green team's
အာ
banning
အာဆာဘန်းခံရ
someone
ပြီဟေးစကီတာဟီးရိုးတွေကုန်ပြီဗျာ Terror Blade အာဆာဘန်းတယ် CK ကွာကျုံ CK တော့ကိုင်နေထဲမှာ CK ရှိတယ်ဒီပုံစံဆိုရင် duration က over လောက်တယ်ကွာပစ်က over မဲ့ပစ်ကြီးနှစ်ဖက်လုံးက
5 seconds remaining Radiant team pick Dire team pick
I speak for the trees.
I speak for the tree အဲ့ကောင်ကြီးကအမင်းတော့မြင်ရမယ်ပြီးရင်စီးပါအဲ့လည်းနောက်ပိုင်းဆက်လို့ကောင်းမယ် Rain Hero ဖြစ်တယ်သူဖန်တီးမဲ့ကောင်တွေကိုယုံကြည်ဆော့လို့တော့ရတယ်Nature Prophet လည်းဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့လို item တွေများရင်ပြစ်လို့ရတယ်တဲ့မှာပါ Mr. Bell ရှင်းလို့ရမှာထင်တာပဲထင်တာပဲတဲ့ပစ်စရာလည်းဒါပဲရှိတော့တာဟုတ်ဘာလို့ဘဘွန်ဒရာတာလေလို့ခံစားနေရလဲမသိဘူးထင်လို့နော်ထင်လို့လိန်နေနေတကယ်တွက်ကြည့်အန်ချန်နှောက်တာကြည့်မယ်ပြီးရင်ဟိုကောင်ဆန်းကင်းကဝင်းရိတ်ဆောင်ရမ်းများတယ်နော်
Your hero.
BB က live စီလား BB ကမြန်မာလူကြီးကွာဒါကြီးကလုံးဝမြန်မာပစ်ကြီးအဲ့ဒါ၃កောင်လုံးကစတွန့်မီလီ၃កောင်အဲ့လိုဝါဝင်လုံးမယ်အဲ့ဒါမျိုးအောင်မြင်သွားရင်တော့ပြီးသွားပြီပဲအဲ့ DK မွတ်နေတာတို့ Vista Back စတက်အုပ်မစားပဲလစ်နေတာတို့ဆိုရင်ဖယ်ကွန်းရဲ့ early play တွေပေါ်မှာမူတည်ပြီးပွဲ result ပြောင်းမှာပေါ့Ancient rotation နဲ့ Nature Prophet teleportation နဲ့ဆို DK ကသေပြီအလဲမှာ
5 seconds remaining.
ဆန်ကင်းနဲ့ထိန်းနေရမှာဆိုအဲ့လိုမျိုး early play နေဆိုရင် easy ပဲဖယ်ကွန်ကအဲ့လိုမလုံးနိုင်ဘူးเนาะဒီဘက် strength 3កောင်သူတို့လိုချင်တာလေးပေးလိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ဖယ်ကွန်မလွယ်ဘူးပေးမှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးသူအဖြစ်ကျုံးမှာဖယ်ကွန်ကောင်တွေအဲ့ early ဆော့တာလည်းကောင်းတယ်အဲ့ ancient ရထားပြီဆိုရင်ပြီးတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲ sneaking ancient တပေါက်ရှမ်းတော့အဆူလာပဲဘာကြိုက်လဲတဲ့ကိုကစတာတွေကဖယ်ကွန်ထည့်ထားတာလीလို့စီးပြီးဝင်တာဖယ်ကွန်ထည့်ထားတဲ့လူဘာကြိုက်လဲမမေးနဲ့တော့ okay ဖယ်ကွန်ကြိုက်တယ်ပဲဖြေတော့မှာဒီချိန်မှာမသိတော့ဘူးနော်ဖယ်ကွန်ထည့်ထားတဲ့လူဘာကြိုက်လဲမမေးပါနဲ့တော့ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ခုနကဝယ်ဘယ်သူနိုင်သွားလဲခုနကပွဲဘယ်သူနိုင်သွားတာပါလိမ့်PV နိုင်သွားတယ်လေ 2C PVနိုင်သွားတာ PV တက် rainbow နဲ့205
Prepare for battle.
Witness me! Witness me!
ဒီဘက်ထူးဆန်းတာတခုကတင်းမသောမထုတ်ပဲနဲ့မားဆုပ်လိုက်တာပဲเนาะသတိထားမိလိုက်လား Decisive ရော DK ရောပစ်ထားတယ်ကွာလို့တေးကြတယ်လို့ ADF တင်းမဝင်လာပြီလို့မားပစ်သွားတစ်မင်းထုတ်ရတဲ့ဖန်တီးရတာကိုပိုသဘောကျနေပြီဒီကောင်တဲ့ရီနာတွေစပီးရရင်လည်းဖန်တီးရကိုသဘောကျဂီတာ Nature Prophet
Just enough time to make a cup of tea.
Run 50 lane နေတယ်ဘာသူပြောอ่ะ Run 50 lane နေဆိုတော့ဘာသူပြောอ่ะတိတ်ကိုပြောတာများ 哦，都过都标了吧？哈哈哈，都过都标了。
Time to man or woman up.
You're welcome.
诶，ဟုတ်တယ်ဖတ်ပလက်ဟုတ်တယ်ဗျာရော
Come on, creeps. Hit
ရော
the observatory.
Mandarin ဖတ်ပလက်ရသွားပြီ very
The
nice
sand strikes the perfect note.
very nice အဲ့လို early play လေးနဲ့အုံလိုက်ပြီးပြီဒီပွဲ easy လိုက်စီလာ radiant လောက်ရတဲ့အချိန်မှာနေအမှ second tower တွေချိုးလို့ရနေလောက်တကယ်ဖိထားလိုက်
如何呢？又能怎？如何呢？
你是认
又能
真的
怎
吗？？
No.
ဒီပွဲ GPK ညံကောင်းပြီးတော့ Maze Layer ကြီးဆက်လိုက်ရင်တော့ဒီကောင်အဲ့လိုခတ်သွားမယ်အားလီပိုင်းဟို rotation တွေတက်ခတ်သွားမလားမသိဘူး shot ရှိဟာဒနိုင်နေပေးနေရတယ်ဟာဒီကေဒနိုင်၄កောင်နဲ့အဆင်မပြေဘူးအဲ့လိုကြီးတွေဒနိုင်နေမြင်နေရတာတိတ်မကောင်းဘူးနော် အော်ပြန်ပြီတော့နော်အဲ့ဒီ shape ပါနေဟိပြက body block တော့လုံနေတာနေပြီလေအေးအမနေချဘရဆင်းလာပြီအမ rotation is coming ရောအဲ့ဒါပြောတာအေးပေါ်တယ်လေးနဲ့ပြန်သွားအဲ့ကွက်တွေနော်မြင့်မာလဲအဲ့ဒါမကြခင်လာတော့မှာ enchantress rotation ရဲ့ sunking ရဲ့ပေါင်းပြီးနေချဘရပြုတ်ကြဒီကေက short အဲ့ကွက်တွေမြင်ရတော့မှာတော့တယ်အောက်မှာအနေထိုင်မသက်တဲ့ sneaking က short ပြီလားမသိဘူးအေးတော်သေးတာပေါ့
？Nature attend us.
ဖိတာတော်စီဖိတာမှတော်ကကြမယ် What theအဲ့SK baby ရိုက်မှာအေးဘော SK baby ရိုက်မို့ပဲသူတို့ SK ကိုမဖမ်းတာပေါ့အဓိကဒီကောင်ရဲ့ဖန်တီးမှုတွေကြံသေးတယ် SK တကောင်လည်းမဟုတ်ဒီဘက် SK တောင်မှတိတ်ပြီးတော့ဒါပေမဲ့ထွက်ပါတော့မလားပဲအတွန်3ကောင်တကောင် rage နဲ့နော်တကောင် rage နဲ့အဲ့ဒါမှ base ဘက်ဒီပွဲပိုက်ဆက်လောက်တယ်ဆိုဆိုင်ကြီးစီက damage fuck အင်ဂိမ်းကြည့်မရတော့ဘူးလားမသိပြန်ဘူးဟေးဒီခေါက်မှမရရင်ပြင်ရသွားကြည့်ဖိုင်နေတစ်ခေါက်ဖိုင်နေ
On my watch.
အန်ဆောင်မမြင်ရတော့ဘူးဟုတ်ပါဒီကောင်တွေခဲမေးရမနေ့စာပါစားမနေ့စာပါစားမလဲနေကမာတော့ဒီနေ့မနေ့စာစားထားတဲ့အတိုင်းမနေ့ပြန်စားမှာ
Dogs.
ဟော Chinese Slayer အဲ့ဒါ X-Frame နဲ့တွေ့မယ် ဒီ welfare ကိုနိုင်မနှက်ပြန်အဲ့ဟာအကုန်လုံးနေကမာ all in ပြီးကြည့်ရှုပ်အောက်ကြီးဒီကြ ace win နဲ့လည်းနေကမာအောက်ကြီးဖြစ်မှာအဲ့တော့နေကမာ all in ပြီးကြည့်Leo rotation လေးဘယ်တော့လာမလဲ Mr. Sneaking စောင့်နေတယ်နော်အေးလောက်ပါအောင်တခုခုအေး Nature Prophet ဆင်းဖို့ ready ဖြစ်နေပြီဒီမှာ Tanking လည်း ready ပဲမနာပန်းအော် invest ရသွားပြီဒီဘက်မှာ Bane
Bad dudes, middle tower, everyone.
Nature Prophet ဆင်းမအောင်ဟုတ်တယ်ဟာပေါ်သေးတာကိုသိသွားလို့ညဒါကြီးကတစ်ပင်ကျိုးတယ်ဟဟလားကိုကူမှသိရချင်းဘာလဲဆိုဘိန်းမှာကြိုက်ထွက်เสียဘာမှမပါဘူးကိုကြည့်လိုက်အဲ့တော့ sprout တစ်ပင်ကျိုးပြီးတော့ထွက်ပြေးသွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ကဒါကြီးကတစ်ပင်ကျိုးတာဖြစ်သွားပြီအိုက်လိုက်တာတစ်ပင်တွေပါရိုက်ချိုးလို့ရတယ်ကြာပုတ်ကစွမ်းနေကသန်ကင်းတော့စတက်ထားတယ်မိုက်တယ်ဗျာအစေးပဲဗျာ 3Z ဟလားတက်တွေလည်းရှိတယ်တော့တယ်ဒီစတက်ကဒီမှာလာဘရော့သွားတယ်ပစ္စည်းပဲပိုင်မသွားပြီဘူး good luck ပိုင်မသွားရင်တော့စိတ်မကောင်းဘူးเนาะဟိုမှာတန်းကင်းနဲ့မားစ်နဲ့စပဲတွေကအမှထွက်မှာဒီကောင်ကြီးလည်းပါသေးတယ်ရေးမာစာကြီးလည်းပါသေးတယ်စပဲတွေက share ထွက်ကြအဲ့ဒါကိုပိုင်မသွားဘူးဆိုတော့ကဒီကောင်ကလည်းညံကောင်းပြီးမေးစလီယာမသွားဘူးဆိုတော့ကဒီပွဲ easy win သွားလောက်ပြီပို့ထင်တော့BB နိုင်မှာမလားတဲ့ပဲကွန်ထည့်ထားတဲ့လူ BB နိုင်မှာမလားဘောပါတယ်နေကမာလေးကိုတက်စီချင်တော့နေကမာနဲ့မန်ယူယုံလို့ကောင်းသားတဲ့လူသမိုင်းကမရှိဘူးတဲ့အဲ့လိုပြောလိုက်တော့နည်းနည်းသုံးဖြတ်ချက်တွေကိုအဲ့လိုတွေးဝေးအောင်မလုပ်ပါနဲ့သုံးဖြတ်ချက်တွေတွေးဝေးကုန်ပြီနော်ခိုင်းနေစလေရလေနောက်တစ်ဆင့်မှာဟိုဘက်ကိုရိုက်မယ်လေ Ace Win နဲ့တော့နေကမာကိုထိန်ကောင်းမလားပဲနော်တော့ပြောင်းအေးအဲ့ဒါကြီးကဤနေတာပဲ maximum damage 380ဤထွက်နေတာပဲအေးချက်ထိလိုက်ရင် ball strike ရဲ့ level 1ကိုအဆုံးထိဆွဲလိုက်တယ် damage ကအဲ့ဘယ်မှာကြည့်လို့ရဘာလဲမပြဘူးကွာ damage ဘင်းကို damage ပေးလိုက်တာအများဆုံးကဒီကောင်းသေးကြတယ်
Gotcha.
ရှော်ကြီး damage ထွက်ချက်တော့ရှော်စကီတာရှော်တော့မယ်စကီတာအနေထိုင်လေးပါလေးစင်ချင်းဟိုဘက်လာနေပြီအေးပေါ်တယ်ညပေါ်တယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဟိုမှာရင်းမာစာဆင်းလာပြီlevel 6အုံးသေးသေးဘူးကွာဒါလေးထည့်ပေးလိုက်တာနဲ့အဆင်ပြေသွားတယ်ဒီမှာအကောင်ကြီးကြီးသွားသွေးပေါင်းသွားတယ်ဗောနော်
Your green dudes, something
ဒီကေပါရောက်လာတာ9ယောက်
in your bottom. Dire structures are fortified.
ဒီတာတော့လွတ်ရကြွရအောင်လစ်သွားတယ်ပေါ်မှာ live စီးရှော်သွားတယ်ကွာကိုရီအောက်မှာကြည်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာ Berry ဘလူလာတက်သွားလဲတော့မသိဘူး
Dire's top tower is under attack.
ပိုက်စီးပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီမှာ enchant tower လေးတွတ်နေပြီဒီမှာဟုတ်တယ်ဗျာ timing လေးတွေကကွက်တီပဲနော် sneaking enchant ဘာဆိုလာညာဆိုလာပြီးရင်ဒီကောင်ကသွားယူလို့ရှိရင်ရန်သူဘက်ချမ်းအကောင်ပဲယူတာမလဲကောင်
Good guys bottom
ကိုဘက်က
tower.
ကိုမယူစပေးတွေပေးရမှာ
Good luck upgrading the donkey now.
တော့အစ်စေပဲအပေါ်မှာတာဝါရသွားပြီကွာ
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
ဒီဒီကောင်ယုံလို့ဘက်ကန်မိတာကုန်သွားတယ်လဲထဲမှာဆိုထောင်းပါစား
Go for my master.
သမိုင်းမှာလည်းမရှိဘူးလဲထဲမှာဆိုခွက်တောင်ဟမ်ကင်နေရတယ်လို့ပါလို့အေးပထမဆုံးတက်ကမဲလမင်းသူ့ဖမ်းမလဲဒီကီကိုဖမ်းနေတယ်ဒီကီကပဲရောက်ဒီကီကတိုးနေမှာအောက်ဆုံးတော့ဘိန်းကိုပဲဖမ်းလိုက်တယ်ရတယ်ဘိန်းလည်းရတယ်အဲ့ဒါတော့โอเคအပြင်ကသွားကြည့်တော့မယ်နော်အားလုံးဆန်းတငန့်ငန့်ကြီးဖြစ်နေတခုဆိုရင်ပြင်ကသွားကြည့်ကြမရဘူးဘာဗန်ကြီးကပြစ်မကောင်းတို့
To finish him off,
YouTube ကိုလာမကြည့်ကြည့်အောင်လုပ်
of the carries is beginning to show. We can see
ပြောင်းရေး live စီလာထက်ရှောသွားပြန်ပြီ
in a losing lane is still able to be active around the map.
Really nice move from Skeeter. Beautiful arena to cut him off from that siege creep. You take down the carry, you take the mid-tier one at the same time. You're splitting resources, not getting punished for it. This is amazing for Falcons right now. BB have to respond in some capacity. They're trying to do stacks of their own, but the experience is getting leached here.
Yeah, and this is also just going to be way less efficient. Not to mention Snake King, he's catching wards, he's blocking out the camp. He will die for it though. So there's a little extra bit of efficiency.
1K တော့စရ
for
ပါ
GBK,
1K
who's going out
1K
of sack, gets to get a little assist and experience.
You had to punish something here, right? Just getting too much.
ဆက်ရှင်ပြပြီပါ
Once more, it's going to be another BB team
မောင်
game.
တန်းစင်နေတိုင်းလူတဲ့
All eyes on GPK.
မောင်တန်းစင်တို့ပြုတ်မှာပြုတ်မှာဟိုအောက်ထဲရောက်မှာဒီကောင်လေး
He has the early blink. He can do some work in these fights. Nice setup for the Hoodwink ult to come through and some decent break targets. Like you can throw the break into this Enchantress and Mars later on. You will have the substantial kill threat on them.
I just do not feel like GPK is set up to have the same kind of impact on this Dragon Knight as his puck was set up. He's fighting into heroes that are just a lot tankier.
ပြင်ကကြည့်ရတော့
and
ကို
Dragon
ကြည့်
Knight
နေတဲ့နေရာ
just
သွားကြည့်
doesn't
လို့မရ
provide the same amount of damage.
သူတို့ပြတာလေး
It's
ပဲ
going to
ကြ
be
ည့်
tough to go into all the AoE control. You jump on the Sand King or Mars, if they get boxed, if they get saved, there's some Enchantress heals, and then that second turnaround comes, there's very little to bail you out. There's going to be an infest later on, and there's some early sleep save potential.
ကန်ကြီးကဘီဘီသားလာပါဆိုတဲ့
in
ဒရက်က
these early fights. I agree. It's
အေးဘောအ
concerning.
မြင်
It's
ကတော့
the
ဘယ်
reason
တူ
we
မ
didn't
လဲ
see him push this mid tower as aggressively. He's worried about some of these TPs coming in. You just get locked in the AoE control. You're going to get bursted down.
မြင်နေကွဲလွဲနိုင်ပါလေ
Skeeter is still not the most farmed. In fact, every minute that goes by that he's not getting
ဟိုက
a
လိန်
kill,
င်းတွေတွက်ကြည့်လိုက်လို့လိန်င်းတွေနဲ့အဲ့လိုဆော့သွားလို့ရှိရင်ဂိမ်းကဖဲကွန်တာမှာဒါပေမဲ့တကယ်အဲ့လို item တွေ
As long as he's not the
စ
first
လာ
one.
တဲ့က6កောင်လုံးဟိုဘက်9កောင်လုံးဒီဘက်9កောင်လုံး
Just
item တွေ
opt out
ပေးလိုက်ရင်တော့
right?
ဘက်ဘုံ
They
ကတော့
wanna
ပူ
get
ကျန်း
all
တာပေါ့
item timings online together, then make the cohesive move. They're not just going to start random engagements without a good reason for it. They also like making these moves around objectives. You're looking at the Roshan, you're looking at the Torment, they're stealing stacks. Something of this nature is what's going to prompt that smoke trajectory. If Snake King doesn't see it, he's not going to force the issue.
They may be a bit of a slower team, but they are still a
Ah, he's
double
Simone.
blink dagger lineup.
And Wisdom Shrine spawning soon. This is what's
Right.
prompting them to go to this
14 မိနစ်
part
နော်
now. Even
မားစကလည်း
if
တ
they
ကား
think
နဲ့
they're
အမ
gonna get
ဖွင့်
an
တော့မှာ
objective, and they
ဒါပေမဲ့
will
သိတယ်
find
ကွာ
something
ဘက်ဘုံက
because
point
you
နေ
have
ပြ
to
ရတယ်သိလား
defend
ဘက်ဘုံက
this
သိတ
experience
ယ်
game right now.
But his Amar going to react appropriately as the smoke breaks. They run into the
Okay.
bristle and they pin him, trying to burst him down.
Oh, that
and
push
they
back.
push him back into the arena. They do have the infest. That's going to help out. Miro, he
Miro,
gets a bit of
sure,
bounce, but
sure,
it looks
Wally.
like he's still going to fall in the end. They trade off the nightmares, 1-2,
Ain't got Wally.
but a nice fiend script, and they don't have anything to stop it now. Marini may have gotten out the epicenter, but he wasn't able to blink into the
GPK
base.
စပယ်မခံနိုင်ဘူး GPK ရှော့သွားရည်ဆိုလားအဲ့ miss လေးကမပါလို့
And somehow all of
You
Falcon's
are let
team
baby,
each
and,
other alive to a man. They are still up,
Yo.
and now Pure is being hounded by
What?
all three of the cores
Yo.
and two of the supports to get the pin onto the Bane as well.
Well, on
and
there,
what
yo.
about that Wisdom Shrine? Not even that. Everything will be denied from BB Team. They will lose out on all
Oh, no,
the kills
sure.
they hope to get. They will miss their Wisdom Shrine. Falcons will wipe them.
Beautiful team.
ဝါဖဲကွန်ထဲ့တာနည်းနည်းနဲသွားတယ်အဲလေ အာချောင်းလို့ရပြီလေ ဖဲကွန်ထဲ့တာနည်းနည်းနဲသွားတယ်ကွာ
Huge epicenter from Maulering. He dealt the most damage there. Sick bushwhacks from Save. I mean, they baited that out pretty well. That's a blade mail bristleback that took the brunt of that fight. GPK on the side. His dragon form ran out. That could be a very different fight if he has it for the second duration. He blinked into everybody. He was super confident they were going to win that. and it was very close. But the early laning victory for Falcons pays off in a huge brawl. They get that 5-0 victory. That's massive for them.
I kind of thought they had it when they were trading off the Nightmares. They managed to get this Fiend's grip, but
it looked good. I mean, this is the kind of fight you want. The Bristle can survive. Infest bails him out. Blade Mail reflects a lot of damage here. At this point, you're a bit scared to commit. But now you're bleeding more, potentially.
Yeah, Falcon's not slowing down whatsoever. They moved to the other side of the map, already picked off the Hoodwink, and they're going to go for more. They're going to chase down GPK. It's a long road back to the Tier 2, but a short one back to the Fountain.
I mean, I was about to ask, what does GPK want to go after this Blink to keep the early control going? It's been delayed. Whatever he was planning, it was...
Now what I'm damn it, bound is a very jala. Again, that jala. Again, that. Oh,
quick reaction.
And he's going to go for an infest inside the golem.
Idiot.
TP off the map. That's the biggest thing. I mean,
oh no.
The
Quills will build up. They've got him, right? Oh, he's slowed down. He's outside of the range of the final Quill. They used so much for that. They used a Fiend's grip on him. He walked into their triangle and still survived.
Spark of courage, quite nice on this hero. When you get low, the heal kicks in, the extra armor. And now, did you overstep?
Now Miro's going to be punished for chasing after him. There's so much control to make him face a certain direction.
Don't do that, Elo.
It's the fear.
Oh, flame up by material. He can't miss Liam material. You look well. You're only showing it. But one gone. Idea machine la ba la be. Choke da la.
I mean, Crit is just having
such
a game after that.
Look big, no. Yeah. Thanking Mass, Remaster. Hell, take in it. Bye.
It's going to be great against the Dragon Knight, great against the Bristle. You can go into a fast Aether Lens here, and then you're just cruising in this game. Early Lotus for Amar. Seen him do this a couple times. Nice Dispel game, great against the Bane here.
And the armor never hurts when you're matched up against.
Oh, Mamiu, the very rotation here, Mamiu. I'm a Tavi.
90% does have his radiance, but I just feel like it's not going to mean that much.
You don't know him, maybe, though. Who got no in Shawn 90? I don't know that.
It happens fast, right? It's a lot of burst damage. Like, what
are
the chances that this radiance actually gets to do
BKB, BKB, Nicely, la, Rish. I don't bound, you know.
Largely just throwing magic damage.
I go char or cut bomb. I buy on blue low memory. I buy on blue shim. BKB guiding low.
You can go for infest plays, though. That is something this lineup always has available. You can infest the DK and look for a quick pick-off or jump into some sort of objective.
Make a man up and do it in here. Make a man up and do it. Make a man. Make a man one at you doing ma. Explain it again, doing ma. Oh.
Grit in the right spot, the right time will save.
Kylo meow. Now got it. My bone at 10. Yeah. What?
Close to that tier 2.
And Amar, he wants revenge. Katomi tried to kill him instead. Oh, look at Amar. What a nice guy. No, Skeeter is struggling a bit on the network chart. He will wake him up so Skeeter can take the last hit.
Skeeter will be sad.
Honestly, at first I thought he misclicked that. Thinking, you know, I've watched this kid for a couple seasons now. Did he lag out?
Maybe he's just evolving, growing as a person and a player.
Oh, this is the time to do it.
That's why he's got a Lotus Orb. So he can protect his allies.
We'll see who he ends up throwing it on here. I'm not going to... It's going Lotus into the Lincolns. We saw him do this build.
Hello, mainstream
spells to give you control in the fight.
Choke that thing here.
Nice against the DK stun, right? And if you rule those spells out, what is left in the tank for BB team in terms of control? That's it.
Yeah.
Hello, stage pressure la. That how to TI so in TI pressure.
With Falcons up 7K. That radiance timing, even the BKB timing.
Ace man
it's going to be enough. It feels like BB team are just going to have to weather the storm until they get a second or third item on some of these cores. And that second or third item is going to be slowed down as Falcons keep on hitting with the smokes. They have not missed on one of these smokes yet.
playing with more map control, slightly better vision. Fury on Enchantress pushing the waves in. You have more maneuverability here, just finding more openings. I mean, I like that Pure's getting aggressive here. Like, you got to just take something off the map, right? You can't keep losing heroes, gaining nothing in return. You are pushing towards the second BKB.
Tormenta you are. Network ama tanky ပြက်ပြီ Tormenta ရ
It's going to boost this net worth lead up even further.
အဲ့မှာအဲ့ Ancient ကိုပဲအော်ရ break ပါတယ် break ပါတော့တေဖို့တော့များသွားပြီဆိုပေမဲ့အိုးမတေသေးဘူး
The heal is being outdone. The Radiance is just not going to do it.
ဟေးဟေး Ancient ကိုတော့
Just so pathetic. It is. It's just sad.
save ကလည်းဘာလို့
Once again, he tries to get himself
Level 6ကို
out
တဆုံးမ
there,
ဆွဲတာ
but Scurry teleport, it's not going to
Level
work
6ကို
for
ခဏ
him.
လေးပဲဆွဲပြီးတော့ပြစ်ထည့်လိုက်တယ်
Actually delivered off
တ
that
ဆုံးဆွဲ
moment.
လီကွယ်တေးသေးချင်း
This isn't the craziest shard in the game, but missed chance against this lineup. It's a freebie, right?
Sure.
Throw it out there.
18-2 တဲ့
Situations like that, finding the squirrel, trying to hide away in the trees, and they're going to play for another Wisdom Shrine. They took the last
ဒီလို
one.
ပြန်ရဆုံးတော့ဖြစ်ဘူးလားဖြစ်ဘူးတာဗောဖြစ်ဘူးလို့ဖြစ်ဘူးလို့
They
ဗော
will give this one up without a fight.
အဲ့ဒါတွေကဖြစ်တတ်တယ်
Experience differentials out of control. I mean, we're already at 11.
အဲ့ဝဲဆော်တော့ခဏခဏဖြစ်
28%. 20 minutes in the game, that is some serious damage.
It's nasty work out here. Malrine, he's got his Aghanim Scepter. He's closing in on level 18 and soon to be a BKB. So the Sand King is peaking here pretty soon. Obviously, he continues to get stronger, but I feel like Aghanims plus level 18 Epicenter is one of the strongest points for this Sand King.
Oh, Falcons are not afraid of fighting right now. Again, they just want to sync it up around progressing the game through the Roshans, through the towers when they hit these timings. And once more snaking, he is just pushing these lanes aggressively. Knows he can't die. Knows even if they try and kill him, it's going to take everybody.
စနီးကင်က3600 Solar Crest နဲ့
Continue to scale here.
အဲ့ကောင်သွားမတက်ရဲလောက်တော့ဘူးဘဘုံကကောင်
Early utility.
ပြုံနေနေရတကောင်လေးပဲ
Big problem for
သူ့ကိုတတ်မယ်ဆိုရင်အနည်းဆုံး3ယောက်လောက်အားသုံးရ
He gets to sit
မှာ
in these fights and just
စနီးကင်ကနေရဲတယ်နော်ရှောက်သွားတယ်
It's pretty effective against the
ကျန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေက
Dragon Knight.
မအနက်မှာဖမ်းတယ်
I mean, this is disgusting. Snake King's just by himself pushing out a lane. Not just defending it around the tower, but exploring this whole jungle area, getting information. BB team are just on the edges of the map.
Mara looking for the setup on Pure.
Pure immediately going to rage and then TP away. Spooked by the Sprout that was coming in. The teleport from the Nature's Prophet. They're snaking.
Oh,
and once again,
Nalida.
showing that
BKB
you
TP
can't really die. This is so bad.
BKB တွေက TV ထောက်ဖို့ပဲသုံးနေရတဲ့အနေအထားဖြစ်သွားပြီဘဘုံမက
have no other choice. They're too far behind right now.
ပြန်တော့လာပြီပြန်တော့လာပြီ Okay
Smoke up play though. This might catch Falcons unaware.
You do not want to catch the Enchantress with this, though.
No.
အန်ချန်တော့မလုပ်စေချင်ဘူး
Oh man.
လုံးပြန်ပြီချော်ပါတယ်
The bushwhack, come on. They break the Enchantress. They'll get her.
တီတော့တီသွား
They
ရော
got
ဒီတစ်ခါတော့တီသွား
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. It's all good. The Enchantress has finally died, and BB team.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
For the game.
Honestly, he's level
ကျစရာနှကောင်ကလည်းနောက်
That's a significant kill just to relieve some of the map pressure here.
ကောင် full set ပါရင်မသိတော့ဘူးလားနောက်ပိုင်းအဲ့ ancient full set တစ်ချောင်းလောက်ထည့်လိုက်ရင် break နေတဲ့အချိန် full set လေးနဲ့ပြေးမသိတော့ဘူးဒါမှမဟုတ်လေအစိမ်းချောင်းထည့်လိုက်ပြီးသွားပါပြီအစိမ်းချောင်းထည့်လိုက်ဟိုဘက်3កောင်လုံးယူ ကောင်းဆုံးကတော့အစိမ်းချောင်းပဲ
for the other 3 cores and Falcons
Who
love
Kawa?
their tri-core scaling.
And the supports too. The supports have luxury items queued up.
BB are
It's
still
thinking
finding
about like,
something.
oh, what am I getting? I'll get a Blink Dagger, an Aghanim Scepter. Like who's thinking about Aghanim Scepter on this Ringmaster? Miro.
Yo.
Once again, we see some maybe overcommitment.
BKB
from BB team to try and clean
bash ထဲတော့မ
the
လားမ
tower.
သိဘူးရ
The
ADF
punish
ဒေါ
is
သ
there.
တွေထွက်ပြီး bash တူကြီး
Not
ကောက်ထည့်
to
မ
get
လား
the
မသိ
kill,
ဘူး
but another BKB forced out.
Eh?
Maybe a different kill. No save.
အိုးရင်ကတော့အဲ့ကောင်ထည့်ဘူးတဲ့ mask ကို bash တွေပါနဲ့ like ခောက်တာတွေမြင်ဘူးတဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းကဒီကောင်ကလုံးဝ team အတွက်အရန်ကိုစဉ်းစားပြီးတဲ့ player တယောက်ဖြစ်နေပြီ
These BKBs are not
တော့ထည့်တဲ့ item တွေက Lotus Orb တို့လုံးဝ Pai တို့ ADF ကလုံးဝပြောင်းလဲသွား
stalling this game out. No BKB piercing disable for Falcons is really causing them some issue. I'm sure they're thinking about some way to get an early
Oh,
epistle or something.
absolutely.
In
I
this
mean,
game.
when you're this far up,
This
BKB.
is significant. I mean, this is one way to get the lane.
ပြူကလည်း BKB ထပ်ထည့်နေရနော်အဲ့တော့
how
Rage
did
ကော
BB team
BKB
keep
ရော
ending up in this position? Because this was a squad that was known for their laning prowess. This is a squad that was known for getting the advantage in the first 10 minutes and 20 minutes. and then maybe somewhere in the mid game they would sometimes fall apart or something.
ဒီကောင် super league ရအောင်ဆွဲ
But
နေတာ
now it
ဘယ်
seems
ပေါ်
like every single game they're playing.
Okay
they're just
နိုင်မယ်
getting
အိတ်ထားတယ်
run
ဒါ
over
ပေမဲ့
the first 25 is
See that,
once
man.
again. Falcons
Super
will
League
find their
ရောက်ပါ
mark
မ
with
လား
their
လို့ဒီ
movements
ပုံ
around
စံ
the
ကြီး
map.
อ่ะ
They're just catching BB team every single time they smoke.
Oh, they're getting everything they want off these. Continuing to scale everybody up. Yeah, you're finding some rat action on the side lanes. You're BKB TPing out, but you're also wearing down your durations going into this late game, whereas Falcons have not committed BKBs yet. If they want to go for them later on, they're going to have a nice timing advantage with that. And we've yet to see Roche go down. It's another big piece of pushing high ground in this patch. Falcons yet to claim it if they want it.
Epicenter goes out. Surprise, Pure. He's going to be caught by that one. He
Oh,
gets off the
ตี
range,
တော့မယ်
but
ตี
it's
တော့
so
မယ်
much damage, he may not even survive.
နောက်မှာ
Gets off
save
the
ရောက်နေလို့
inside save.
ပြန်
Look
ချော
at
ပြီ
bounce back. They go up to Sand King. BB team.
Oh, what a
a big
sprout.
play. BKB. Wait,
Ooh,
no.
ตีသွားတယ်
Still goes down. The burrow strike is not quite good enough. And that is a massive
Marin
kill
most
for the
of the
team.
shot သွားတာဟာ
196 gold for
196
GPK, and an extra
ဟိုလာလာ
550 for the team.
I mean, this game may not have
What
been
looked
for
on
the
it?
BB team, but they suddenly have the top net worth core. They claimed a huge streak. They lose
Amari
GBK.
took it. Oh, instant response for GPK. A quick little stun. And Amar at half. Not so certain if he wants to keep going offensively anymore.
Pia
after
Choavi.
Arena defense. Dragon Tail.
အဲကွန်ထရိုးနေပြီဟေ့
Keep saying, well, they don't have the Sand King. Good little club. No, it's not going to be good enough. They still found the Bushwhack to stop him. The Fiend's Grip on top
What?
of that one. What is Amar doing trying to
ပြန်
fight?
ဖဲကွန်ထရိုးကြတယ်ကို show
That was an
Really
incredible
don't.
6 stun from GBK.
Oh, is
Absolutely bring. Once more, he has been the rock of this team, having an incredible TI main stage performance. And now BB team, they feel a
and
little
a
momentum.
third kill.
They will take everything here. Maybe into Roshan. This game just flipped on its head.
What just happened? They just BB team double their kills and get Roshan?
They're going to even out this lead completely.
They are.
One bad gank into turnaround potential from that Infest on these tanky boys.
ဖဲကွန်လဲ
They
ထ
get the ball to
ရိုး
go
တ
back.
ယ်လို့ပါလို့
That's playing to win.
ဟိုကောင်လေး
You could
BKB
just
တော့
run
စုံ
away
သွား
with
ပြီ
your wounds,
ဒါပေမဲ့
say
BKB
you got out,
duration တွေ
you
တော့ကြာ
survived.
နေပါပြီ
But
ကြာ
they
ကျင်
picked their point. They picked it well.
အဲ
They
အဲ
had a chance
အဲ
to turn this game.
Doesn't want to let
Crit.
anybody near the pit here.
အိတ်ခံလိုက်ရပြီ
He's making sure they
တကောင်ချင်းစီတွေရောက်ရ
should
င်
get out of this crit. He was trying to do something fancy.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
sort of whip, maybe jumping into the pit.
ဟော
It's just going to be another death on the board. I mean, that's basically a team wipe outside of the Furion into Roche.
Yeah.
ပြေးခေါ်ချက်တွေကို show
This is rich now.
အဲ့လိုပဲသိရင်ကွာ game 1ကိုဟမ်
Oh,
ဘတ်ဖုန်းနည်းနည်း
Falcon,
သွားကာထားတယ်
what
9သာလားမ
happens?
သိ
You
ဘူး
are
4သာလား
doomed to enter 60-minute
အဲ
games.
ဘတ်ဆော့3ဝင်တာထည့်ထားတာပါ easy
This one might
Easy.
go the distance
Falcon
as well.
အားပေးရ
Now
မှာ
you have a BKB
Go,
on
go,
the
Falcon.
Sunstealer. The debuff of
BKB တွေပြန်ထည့်
causing Falcons problems is about
အ
to
မေ
get
တို့
a lot
BKB
worse
ပါတယ်ကွာ
as
ဒီကောင်မကြီးလိုက်ရတာသိလား
for that
မ
reason.
ကြီးလိုက်ရပဲ
Now
သွေး
he
ရန်
has
ကိုင်းသွားတယ်
insane duration to play with. I just don't think you
ပြီး
can
တော့
really
ADF က
itemize
လည်း
against it.
အဲ့လို
You were itemizing a little
သူကဝင်သွားတာကြီး
defensively
အမား
against
ကြီး
a burst with this ATF
တန်းကင်းတည်ပြီး
build.
သားအောင်မှာ तू က
Mallory's
လာ
just going
လာ
for
ချသလို
pure
ပြန်လာချသ
damage,
လိုဖြစ်နေ
but
တ
none
ကယ်
of this
ထားလိုက်ရ
damage
တော့
do a lot to all this debuff immunity and the tankiness of these heroes plus the infest.
Sure, they got to play. They got to be prepared to play longer fights where you make the jump, rage goes off, and then a reset. And that's why he's going for
ကိုတက်ကြီးကိုမပြတ်ပဲဝင်အုပ်တာစတာပဲ
Skeeter
ဟု
has
တ်ပါ
his work cut out ahead of him. Trying
Cố
to
giả
fight
là-
this lineup with the Furion is
Cố
going
giả
to
này
be
nè,
really
toát cả
tough.
lại
He's
à
just
mà
not
nó.
a hero that's going to again buy items like that abyssal and put it to work, right?
Yeah, I mean you're supposed to be operating off of a net worth advantage, and they still are. But there's another 4 minutes
ပေါ်မှာ
left.
ဘိန်း
Just can't tell
မိ
me.
တော့မိတာတယ်နောက်ပိုင်း sneaking ကိုလည်းတွက်လို့တော့ရပါတယ် sneaking action track အဲ့လို
Still find the kill with the
hurricane
trio.
bite တွေ one shot တွေနဲ့ပြစ်တဲ့ level ပေါ့အဲ့လောက်ရောက်သွားရင်
And
DK ကိုရှင်ပြစ်လို့ရ
Falcons not backing down when it comes to being
DK ကို
aggressive.
easy ပြစ်လို့ရ
Still
Mr.
pushing
Bell ကိုလည်း easy
towers,
ပြစ်လို့ရ
though those are illusions.
super like game ပြန်သွားရင်လည်းသွားလိုက်တော့
And look at
အဲ
the hero in the mid lane.
Mr. Bell
BB team.
TP if he wants to.
They do
But
have
dang
this
it.
life stealer coming in.
Oh.
They can help him out.
တပီးရချော်သွားတယ်
Jukes him out entirely. Falcons completely whip on that one. And the
Oh.
Dragon Tail stun does come in. GPK. He blocks the own stun back with the BKB.
Arena လည်းမရှိဘူး
Ensures they can get this kill onto Amar. Amar trying
Force
to
attack.
walk it off.
Force
Force
attack ဝိုင်းတွန်းတယ်ဟုတ်သေးတယ်
He's burning at the
သေး
range
သေးဦး
for
စပီးရ
another. Hey, he throws
ဟုတ်သေးတယ်
the
အော်
Silver
သေသွားတယ်ရောက်
back.
ရေး
The Spirit Vessel will bring him
နောက်မှာ
down.
Marine
A massive hit in the back line. He
Oh,
takes
oh,
down the
oh,
Hood Whip.
damn it,
Does
bari, bari,
damage
bari,
to
talk
Life
on that.
Stealer, brings down Miro as well. Maureen, he went for all damage and it paid off in this fight.
Pure trying to stick around.
Nature
doesn't
Prophet
TP
ပြန်
out,
ဆင်းလာလို့ရတယ်
puts the
Nature Prophet
defense,
ပြန်ဆင်းလာလို့ရတယ်
Does still have it. Dragon Tail and a Fiend's Grip both being used. Can they save this Sankey?
ဟုတ်တယ်
They will. And Ether
ဟုတ်တယ်
long range whip.
ဒါပေမဲ့ sprout ကြီးကအချင်းချင်းပိတ်နေတယ်ဟေးစမ်းကီးကမန်နာမလောက်တော့ဘူး
Should be able to get away. So, hey, jump back in onto Maureen. Maureen, yeah, he did have a heavily offensive build, but as soon as they can get a Dragon Tail stun on him with Pure next to him, he does blow up quick.
Oops. But they are
GPK is owning these fights. The fact he pre-BKBs to not get Lotus stun there accounts for everything. You're able to kite this fight. The tankiness of this lineup is showing. I think Falcons are punching a mirror right now. Like, they are playing up against the lineup that they would normally play, and BB team is abusing the strength of it, quite literally. And Falcons don't really know what to do. They're like, wait a minute, we're supposed to have the unkillable cores. We're supposed to be able to take the longer fight. They're getting worn through right now.
I love the fact that I think it was Robson who said, you know, like, you pick this sort of lineup, which is normally a Falcons lineup, and, well, they can show you how to beat it. Or maybe in this case, they're going to show that it's just unbeatable, and maybe you should just be playing 3 strength cores every game.
It absolutely happens. You can feel like you have a grasp on the meta.
ADF ရဲ့ refresher လိုသွားပြီတောင်းလိုက်တော့ Rina လိုအပ်တဲ့အချိန်နှစ်ခေါက်သုံးပေးဖို့လိုသွားပြီကွာဟိုဘက်
You don't know what to do against it.
BKB ပထမတစ်ခေါက် BKB ကြီးသွားရင်နောက်တစ်ခေါက် BKB မရှိတဲ့အချိန် Rina နဲ့တုံးသွားတော့အာ DK ကဟိုဟာနဲ့ Unify ရသွားပြီအကွိုင်း post တက်တုံးလို့မရတော့ဘူးเนาะအကုန်လုံး post တက်တွေအလုံးမလုံးတော့ဘူး
They're going to have to smoke up and make something happen. Lincoln's freshly done for Amar. This is as good as it gets for him for a long time. But it looks like BBC's jump is a little scarier. Full nullifier on GPK.
ပြန်ဝင်လာပြီ smoke ပါစ smoke အန်ချန်ကိုအရင်ပေးတွေးလိုက်ရင်လည်းမဆိုး
One small read.
He blinks backwards up to the high ground. Amar, he can't do the same.
Sneak in ရဟိုကအမိုက်ပုံးနဲ့ထည့်ထားတယ် post တက်ဟုတ်သေးတယ်မသိသေးဘူးဒီမှာ Arena နဲ့ဘိန်းရင်ရှော့ပြီဟုတ်တယ်ဒီမှာရှင်းတစ်ကောင်ထပ်ရှော့ပြီအဲ့မှာ 3 vs 5 AC ချလို့ရတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ကောင်းလေးချဖို့ကတော့သွားဟုတ်နေတော့ဆိုတာနှစ်ကောင်အရင်ရှင်းတယ်ခက်တာအဲ့ BKB ကြီး TP ွားတာကိုဘာမှလုပ်မရဘူးဖြစ်နေ
What can you do? You don't have stuns. They can always
ဟဲ့ကွာကြားတယ်အပိုင်းစဲခောက်ပြတုတ်လို့
He read that fight perfectly, hit in the tree line, no chance to jump him. I jump you. I killed both supports at the start. Take a lot of your control mechanism out.
BB ကောင်တွေတပွဲလုံး BKB GB TP လုံး Night 4 လုံးနေ Night 4
past the Enchantress, but he didn't see anybody. He didn't know exactly where heroes were in that tree line. That's a very tough blind jump to make. He settles for the Enchantress, but immediately after you make that jump, you don't feel great about it. The box save comes through. You're on a bad target.
BKB TP ွားပြန်ပြီ
We've seen this before.
When is this going to be able to stop? Because these are not melee heroes that are going to build Basher.
I don't think it stops this game
soon. It's got to be entirely on Scythe, right?
I mean, maybe get an Abyssal on the Enchantress. I don't know. Get creative. Like,
yeah, you can do that.
None of these cores want to go that route. You pretty much just have to accept that that's the route this game is going. You didn't tempo it out and continue to scale in your own ways. Build your heroes up. Get the Hex on Amar. Get to Refresher territory. Refreshers can help you fight through this, right? If you survive through some of the early BKB duration, you come in with the second punch. That can be strong enough to bring these heroes down.
It's not going to feel great for Falcons knowing the game is going late, because I do favor BB team's lineup going late.
It's scary. These 3 cores together, they punch together and they punch hard. Looking for another aggressive go. No Roche to get off this play, but just feeling super strong.
It's fine there on the ward. Putting the SNY hero on the front lines with that Stanish resistance.
I mean, to me, it's crazy Falcons are still up 7K. Because it's felt like they haven't won a fight in a long time. I mean, they got the 2 supports top, they got another shard, but
I think that will largely be the advantage that Falcons have going into late game is their supports are scaling up much better. Not that they are better in the late game, but frankly, the start that they had, and, you know, Enchantress is always pretty good at finding farm wherever she wants.
They will get more gold off the map. That's the difference right now, is the support difference.
MB Sakari
the items work if they can
Sakari
or more saves. You get an axe on the Ringmaster. That's his best scaling.
Headless Satan နဲ့လို့ဟာပဲပိုကောင်းမှထင်တယ် man fight လို့ရအောင်အဲ့ live sealer တို့ DK တို့ man fight လို့ရ
Looking at Miro, and if they could just kite him around, get another BKB out of him, that's pretty good.
He'll take that. Some pressure on the map. Does leave ATF solo top.
I can't believe Amar is showing this deep after they just showed all 4 of their heroes down there. It's not like he has a BKB. He can't do the same. He can't just BKB TP out. I guess Lincoln's Lotus does protect you against a lot of initiation of BB.
စိတ်တန်းနဲ့လို
He's
တယ်
confident in his defense against
နီချာ profile ကိုတက်ရအနေနဲ့ခတ်သွားပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်
he has a good gut read of
ကန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေအတွက်လည်းအဲ့လိုစပဲတွေကူတောင်းပြန်လဲစရာအချိန်ရှိမယ်ကွာမာစပီယာတို့
Have they gotten a
အဲ့လို
single one this game?
ဘော်
Yeah,
ရို
but
ဘော်
some
ရို
of
စ
the
ထရိုက်
reason
တို့
why the Falcon supports are also
စိတ်
scaling
တန်းနဲ့
up
တော့လို
early.
တယ်
They
စ
got
ကီ
to
တာ
max out all
စ
their
ကာဒီထက်
abilities so
ဆိုင်
early onto the game, using those to farm up. I think they surely the 7-minute one.
Yeah, they probably got the 7-minute,
But yeah, 14-21. I don't know
This
about
really
28,
hurts.
but 35 got taken.
နောက်တစ်ခွက်စိတ်တန်းနေမှန်တယ်ဗျာစိတ်တန်းနေပြီးတော့မှနောက်ဆုံးတစ်ခွက်ကို
Though doesn't
ဓာတ်ကာ
really
ထက်
make that much of a difference if
ပ
you
ပူ
just
တာတွေကို
end
ကြော်
up
ပြစ်
losing certain team fights to BB team.
Oh,
You have
Kimba.
all those levels, but it just gives them right back when BB team kills you.
yeah, he'll TP out now.
ADF ကတော့ refresher သွားနေတယ်ဖားပြောင်းထက်ဆိုင်
Looking at who's the highest level in this game. It's pure out of everybody. Not who I would have guessed out of that laning phase, but he was almost level 25. Nice talent for him to pick up. This thing about Butterfly here.
94တော့ဝင်ရ
Not a
တယ်
conventional item, but could be really interesting.
BKBTP လေ 94 94
Carry on in the man.
အင်တာနက်တခွင်ပြည့်ပြည့်စင်သွားအဲ့94နာမည်က
I mean, I think Abyssal
ကက်စတာတွေလည်း
as
စောက်ခွက်
well.
ပြောင်းတယ်အဲ့ကွက်အခုတယောက်ယောက်ဒီ BKBTP ဆိုတာနဲ့94ဆိုတာကြီးပဲ
Falcons
သူက
moving up
flying သွား
Roche.
မှာ
Guaranteed spawn
ကင်းပါလိုသွားပြန်ပြီအဲ့တော့ကိုမန်းထားတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲစိတ်တန်းနဲ့ပြီးရတဲ့နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ခွက်ကင်းပါထည့်ရတော့စကီတာ သူက flying သွားနေပြီ BK အပြာကြောင်း okay BK အပြာကြောင်းဆိုတော့ဘုံမော်ကုန်းကတော့ထွက်ပြေးလို့ရပြီပေါ့နော်
This fight is going to feel real.
Arena
tough.
by no,
I
it's
think
safe.
this is a must contest Roche.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing how they kill him one time between the Rage, BKB, Infest into another Rage. Give him an extra life, then that pretty much kills the only way the Falcon
That's gonna
can
do
kill
it.
that Life Stealer, which is through the initiation. But Amar does have that tool now, a Scythe of Ice, so they have a way to get through this Rage or get in front of it.
This smoke is slow from BB if they're trying to get here to contest. This Roche is just gone. Way too fast with the Daedalus Mjolnir on the Furion. Hex done on the Mars, Refresher done on the Sand King. Falcons, they're hitting a really big power spike right now, and they got a Roche for free in this game.
Okay.
Was this an
Roshan.
intentional, like, BB team?
Roshan,
had to acknowledge this as a
Roshan.
possibility. Did they?
Yeah, it was a guaranteed
You
spawn
are
time.
Radiant ကို
Just gave it up.
Unifier
They
ပြောင်း
wanna
တယ်
play for their item time
ပြီးတော့
because they say that it
flying
just
သွား
doesn't
လိုက်
matter. This
ကျန်း
isn't
တော့
that
ကျန်းတယ်
third
ငါးခွက်
Roche
အပြည့်
with potential shard or any kind of nonsense like that.
Yeah, and you know the butterfly timing that the Life Stealer just picked up is massive alongside level 25, so an extra second of rage duration as if the BKB wasn't good enough.
He's just so high level. You have Black Dragon available as well. This next fight is very tough for both teams to get through these cores. There's just so much tankiness. A lot depends on the initiation. ATF with the Hex Arena. And if you're BB all on GPK, getting in there, starting the fight off. Push Grip can do some work once the fight develops. But not likely starting it off. This Dragon Knight has to play fearless right now. And you have to keep crit in check. That escape act can absolutely ruin
ဝင်
it.
လာပြီ
BB team, they'll take that bait. They will quickly kill him. There goes the
နောက်မှာ
Epicenter.
supporter တွေ arena အိုးဘိန်းပဲရလိုက်တာ
They did not
စိတ်ကိုမရလိုက်ဘူး
Amar does manage to get the spear onto Pure, and GPK is
ဒီ
beginning
မှာ
to be
GPK
caught.
ဒစ်နေ
Now
ပြီ
he still has that
GPK
pressure.
BKB တော့
He
ရှိ
can
တယ်
walk over these cliffs, but Malrine is caught him with a burrow strike. GPK has to respond with his own BKB. Pure out with the rage, and they'll all retreat here. It did have to buy back on both the 5 positions. This fight was just too crucial.
A true mirror match in all things here. Even the fights completely even. That was an impressive amount of cutting going into that Dragon.
ဘဘုံကလည်းတိတော့တိနေပြီကွာတိလားတခုဆိုရင် supporter တွေကအဝေးမှာ
From crit,
အေးနေရ
you just can't move.
ဘယ်ကောင်ကောင်တွေကသူတို့ supporter တွေကိုအိင်းနေဆိုတာသိ
Was pretty nasty.
supporter တွေလုံးဝပုံး
I
နေ
guess with the early nullifier, they can kind of
သူက save ဆိုထွက်ပြေးချက်အဝေးပဲ
This box will not.
arena နဲ့လိုက်ဖမ်းတာမမီပါဘူးလို့ပါလို့ဟမ်
So in some ways, you can leave him a little unchecked, but if the fight goes long, he's going to be an issue.
ဘယ်မှာပြင် miss လို့လားထတာဗော
Well, Falcons have this Aegis. If you're a BB team, you're probably okay with that outcome. You wanted more out of that if you were Falcons. You know how strong Skeeter is right now with the 2 lives. Just hit 25 as well. He has the removed teleport.
Yeah, 2 lives and soon to be a satanic. So in a way, third
interesting TP from ATF.
Baby.
It's gonna find him.
Yeah, they did not expect this move coming through, or if they did, they were trying to get out last minute. I think ATF was looking for the split push setup bottom, but BBT making a very different call. So retake some of that Roshan area, but of course, I mean, Rosh has already been claimed. Still 2 minutes on the clock for Skeeter.
Yeah, Satan ya bi ya. Satan ya wa bi
They're
ya.
gonna do that. They get scanned.
ကာလို့ရတယ် arena ဟုတ်ပြီမိသွားပြီ Follow strike ဟုတ်တယ်ဟေးအောင်ကြီး Vista ဘက်ကိုဖြတ်တာပြတ်ပါတယ်တဲ့မတောင်နေတဲ့ကောင်ကြီးကိုဘယ်လိုတောင်ဖြတ်သွားလဲမေးဒါပေမဲ့ဆန်းကင်းနဲ့ပြတ်တာအရန်မြန်မားလည်းပြတ်သွားပြီအိုးအိုး
between Pure and GPK. They
Oh,
just ripped
oh.
through him, and now
Satanic.
Skeeter's fighting.
Oh,မရှိတော့ဘူး Satanic က
Without his other 2 cores, they're trying to get it back to the base on this first life.
ဒီကေကြီးကိုမနိုင်တော့ဘူးဟာ
That's life number 1. Do they have anything to
ကိုးစားတွေကိုးစားတွေပေါက်ပြီကိုးစားတွေ
Skeeter, second life, BKB, he goes out, pushing away Pure, and he's going to try and teleport away. And
What are they
he will be
popping?
fine to do so, but what about his base?
I mean, you're not TPing far. BB team win a fight right outside their base with a Black Dragon. They are going to go to town. And the all chat swiftly return here. Just
they're going straight to the tier 4s.
They only
Pure
know
has
one
made his
direction.
call.
Forwards into the enemy throne.
They'll get one bite back out of him. But Falcons
ကုန်းလောင်းကုန်ပြီကုန်းလောင်းကုန်ပြီ Falcon တီးထားတဲ့လူတွေအကုန်လောင်းကုန်
the tier 4 shredded, the
ကိုပါဝင်မယ်
throne exposed, and there
သွားပြီတန်းအံ့သွားပြီကွာ
Falcons can do to stop it. Maybe they delay it with a little
အဲ့ဒါအပေါ်လမ်းမှာဆန်းကင်း Monster ကေးတေတာစတာနော်
They try and do damage, but
အဲ့ဒါစတာကြီးွားပြီဘယ်ရင်းကို tip နေပြီဟေးအောင်ကြီး What can you do တဲ့လေပါတိုက်ပစ်တာဟေးအောင်ကြီး
away from you.
What can you do တဲ့
What a game from them.
မနေ့ကဆန်းကင်းနဲ့မယ်ရင်းကဘာလုပ်ထားလဲဆိုတော့ give me ဘာလဲ
Ran it back into him.
သူ့နောက်တစ်ခါလဲဆန်းကင်းပေးပါအောင်ဆိုပြီးတော့လေတိုက်ထားတာလေဟိုဘက်အသင်းကို
Terrifying mid game that looked like Falcon.
တိုက်ဘုံကိုလေတိုက်ထားတာ
They find that one turnaround.
အခုကျတော့ဘက်ဘုံက
so much out of that, and they're able to.
What can you do တွေလုပ်ကုန်ပြီ
Steal into the late game and just power through those fights. And Falcons look stunned, man. Like, yeah, I do not think they were ready for that kind of mirror match, that kind of team fighting to come out of BB team.
Wow
And I'm going to repeat the question I asked early on in that game, Avery.
What
is it
happened?
about BB team? I asked that question in reference to them falling apart in some of these laning phases, but now what is it about BB team that maybe they don't win the laning phase, but they just seem to bounce back when it hits that mid game?
This team is relentless, and when they start to find some momentum, that is when they're the scariest, right? Some of these games look a little shaky. Laning phase can be a bit shaky. Sometimes they throw, but when they're feeling it, they just go. They are playing with an insane amount of confidence right now. That's what I love about this team, and you see it in that fight, right? Just go forwards to the throne. No hesitation. That's what's going to win you games on the main stage.
And we are going to go to the panel in anticipation of game 2.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. There's a lot to talk about with this game because
တည်ထီကုန်ပြီအကုန်လုံး
I really
အပေါ်မှာဟုတ်တယ်အပေါ်မှာဖြစ်တာစတာပဲ
BB team strike back once again.
I mean, Falcons, they were absolutely destroying them. I think they had like a 10k lead by minute 20, but like Cap and Avery were saying, there was this one turnaround on top. GPK, he finds the stun on Amar before he even blinks in. They get the turnaround, and then one fight after the other, like all this damage coming out. I think GPK had probably one of the games of his entire life. Like his performance this game was actually crazy.
Yesterday too, he was the
Yeah, this guy's just popping off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with BB team, but they've somehow become a comeback team instead of an early game domination type of team.
Yeah, I mean, they are doing incredibly well. And this game for BB, they identified how to try and get back into it, right? They get, sure, we're going to watch some highlights of Falcons dominating the early game, but again, that doesn't matter. In Dota 2, you never give up. You play until your Ancient explodes. And for BB, they found the pickles on the top side of the map. They got the first Aegis, right? That is so critical for the side of BB. The fact that they take away an Aegis in a very heavily momentum-driven Falcons enables them to kind of breathe in the game, to identify...
And yeah,
I think the Tricore, the Lifestealer, the DK, the Bristle Pack, they're so tanky when you hit this like 30-minute mark that eventually Falcons just was struggling to get anyone, any kill.
I mean, it was such a good Lifestealer game too. Like the issue was making it through that laning stage, making sure you don't lose everything on the entire map, just enduring until your Lifestealer can get a few items up, and then all of a sudden, all of the difficulties you have
အမာသုံးကောင်လေကင်းရောက်သွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာ
you have a hero that can chunk through all of these tanky heroes. Malrine on his standard
Yike
is
and I
usually horrifying to play against. All of a sudden, Epicenter doesn't do much. You just get this free BKB on your carry.
Handy show boy nine.
He died once with the Aegis towards the end because their damage was like overwhelming, but still ending up with the L. And I want to say, like, Falcons, they were really like, a lot of ult chat in this game. Then suddenly the game flips, you start losing. You get ult chatted back by like 4 enemy players on the main stage. This is gonna get to you after this game's over.
Just to be clear, right? BB, they started the ult chat, right? Pure started the ult chat at the early game, then Amar, of course, responded with the rank 50 laning, and then
it started the tipping.
It was, yeah, all back and forth. Game 2, there's going to be more ult chat, there's going to be more tips and everything. It is a very, very spicy series.
It is a spicy series, and for this first game, we did give the
spicy series.
I think how could you not? This guy is, I think, one of the main reasons why they
Where show wabi? Now where it Mataruba in a Sudaro? Now where it Mataruba in it? Sutabi Duna and Gidi died on me. China didn't yard in it. China must saw a Lumiala we do out young you Saima. China buffer was about Piakan I think China I see a yaw we Did
Fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier is dead. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. You will feel fate. Your death is Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What have we here?
Bad Dude's top tower's gonna fall over soon. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's courier is dead. Dire's top tower is under attack. We're detecting high levels of sarcasity, Captain. Dire structures are fortified. Bad dudes, middle tower, everyone, go, now! Dire's middle tower is under attack. Oh man, this is totally harshing my mellow. Ruh-roh, bad dudes, ruh-roh, middly widdly gone all diddly. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Guys, you need to defend. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Uproot and after them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Green dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
We rely not upon fortune. This only peaceful death.
What's radiant about that? Bad dudes, middle tower, everyone, go, now!
Double damage.
Caught in the mesh.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
What have we here?
The web fair ကိုနိုင်မနေ့ပြန်ဒီကမှာ all in မယ်လို့စဉ်းစားတာအခု fair ကရှုံးသွားတယ်ဆိုတော့မနေ့ပြန်ဒီကမှာ all in မလုပ်စေချင်တော့ဘူးထင်တယ်နော်ကန်တရားကြီးอ่ะ
Either. And for BB team, they need to work on their laning stage. Something is going wrong. I don't know what they need to talk about, but something needs to be talked about even though they won this one.
The one thing that BB team have on their side now is momentum. Like you have the enemy team that's trying to clown on you in all chat. You get to clown back on them, you win the game. I think there's not even like that much they need to like discuss. Sure, like do better in lanes, but it doesn't mean that much. So I think they take like this good feeling, this momentum into the next game, and sometimes you just need to let things happen.
It helps that BB had a clear route to being the team with outscaling, right? Like when you have the life to the bristle, they know at X minute we win the game. I think that means you don't care about your lane, your early game, because as long as you get to that minute mark, you're going to be fine. So maybe Falcons can try and deal with the fact that BB are kind of playing for the perfect scale, the perfect point in which they are kind of unbeatable.
I think there's still an important question for BB team, is that do they want to give away the Sand King again? Because yes, they did beat it, but it was a painstaking process to beat it. Like we saw, Purge showed us how well he played that early game. He makes it so difficult. Do you want to give it away again? Have you decided that it's too problematic and you would rather deal with the rest of Malreen's hero pool? That's what they should be talking about right now.
They probably are talking about that right now. And then I don't know what everybody else is talking about, but I think we're about to find out because Slacks is somewhere amongst you guys.
Hello there, friends. Yes, we're here in the... Neither do any of these guys, man. Let's not lie to each other. So, carries out there. For your reference, this is a BKB. It is the best item of the game.
Wait, what happened? Something went wrong. What happened? Oi. ကြောင်ကြမတက်ဘူးတဲ့မော်ဒီပွင့်သေးရလားမော်ဒီပွင့်တယ်လေ
Breaking. Someone just wooed over there. Don't woo and he says poof. That's not nice. What language does he speak?
Czech. We're from
Czech. Czech. Could you say a curse word in Czech real quick? No, don't do that. I don't know. You're right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game. All right, who else we got? Hello, you guys look ready. They're lining up like I chose these guys. How you doing?
Slacks, I'm doing great.
Oh, I'm great. What's your name?
Leighton.
Oh, fantastic. And who's this?
Sorry?
Well, what does this keep happening to me today? Who do you want to win?
XG.
Oh.
BV.
Oh, do you guys know each other? Oh, this got weird. I thought you guys were white. Okay, well, cool. Can you shake hands at least to show the connectivity of Dota 2? Wonderful. Look at that. They believe in each other. Absolutely. Somebody had some runes or something over here. Who had the runes list? I was talking to somebody. I think they left. Oh, yeah. You were decoding runes, right? Show me the runes. Why does this keep happening to me? All right, somebody else.
သူ့ပြန်ပြန်မေးနေလို့တိုင်နေပတ်
Oh, here we go.
signature and I met Sumail today.
You got Sumail's signature today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Any words that you'd like to say to Sumail that maybe you didn't say there because you were too nervous?
I love him and the whole Pakistan loves him and I wish him all the best. I know. Let's go, Nigma!
That series is over. Right. I promised
that series
over.
One
more person. I promised him I would run up here. Hello there. What is this?
This is my collection of all the autographs here.
Ooh.
So same with Nigma. I'm going with Ghost. So yeah, that's my man from Malaysia. I'm from Singapore. I flew 20 hours here. I slept on a bench, and I'm here now.
He slept on a bench! Thank you, Germany, for your comfortable benches. All right, thank you very much.
90
crowd is alive.
လင်းစည်းလာတာတဲ့ဟွာနဲ့ထင်တယ် transit နဲ့ထင်တယ်
Let's go one more. Everybody from Hamburg.
အပြင်မှာအိပ်ပြီးတော့လာတာနော်ဘယ်လောက်တောင်
Thank you very much.
ကျန်းတယ်ဟာ
Drifting about the
Commitment.
audience over there, and I'm sure that everybody's still having a good time. And I think that it would be very nice if we can push this a little bit. Maybe get a third game out there. I know there's Falcon fans, and to be fair, I think BB team has a lot of fans as well, hoping that they get to see more of their squad and therefore having that third and deciding game. We gotta have to, keep everybody entertained here. And I do think that Falcons, amongst all the teams here still in the playoffs, Kezu has the most experience in game number 3, so they can push back.
Oh, absolutely. They know how to play long games. They play long series, and I'm I can only imagine that this stinks right now. What happened to him? You're ahead in this game. You know, we're gonna talk about the alt chat. Like, you go into the next game, you gotta do it clean, play your stuff, make it happen. Because this team, they don't go down without a fight.
Coming into TI, I was promised long games. I was promised this, 2 o'clock in the morning donut. It's only 7:30 right now.
ဂိမ်း1မှာလေတော့တိုက်ပြီးသွားပြီခလားဂိမ်း2ထပ်ကျုံးဖို့ပဲလိုတော့တယ် Falcon please ထုံးတရိုး
I want to be here at midnight. I want to be here at 1 in the morning.
BKB ကြီးမဲ့ကောင်နေပေးပြီးရင်စပဲနဲ့မစော်နဲ့တော့
A bit of a comeback. Show some
နည်းနည်း physical များထက်
And in the game we just witnessed, and the history that we know from Falcons, Effie, why couldn't Falcons, after they were with their backs against the ropes, how couldn't they push back and delay the game, as they have done so many times during the road to TF?
I think what Lifestealer and DK were doing in that late game, their heroes just do not naturally solve, and they were playing for a much earlier timing, and they lost that window. They didn't get the Roshans the way that they wanted to. I mean, they were leading by 7k net worth, like minute 14.
Yeah.
Like, losing from that position does not feel good. When you have that kind of start, you expect to be in a position where you don't give anything to your enemies, and they don't win off of hero matchups alone.
I would say the net worth lead for Falcons also a bit of a bait where
နေကမာ80ဘယ်သူတက်လောက်လဲတဲ့နေကမာ
to anything that meant BB was under pressure, right? There was no Roshan contest. There was
ဂိမ်း2ပါချတယ်ကိုပါကိုချတယ်ကောင်းလားအမှန်ပဲကိုပါကိုတော့နှစ်ချက်လောက်ရိုက်လိုက်တော့
and also BB never
ဘယ်တစ်ချက်ညာတစ်ချက်
overlap the farm too much. They have
မချကိုပါကိုမလို့မချခြင်းငါချပေးမယ်နော်
difficult. They don't want to make moves. They're not contesting runes. They're doing nothing. They're just farming. So the fact that Falcons never really played the mid game with
Falcon ထည့်ထားတာလို့ကဲပါအောင်လို့ Falcon ထည့်ထားတာ Falcon ကြီးခံဘတ်ပါ please
Heroes just aren't that good against a Slicer DK, and then the same what he just mentioned about
ခံဘတ်ပါလို့တော့ပြောစရာမလိုပါဘူးဒီကောင်လေးကတပွဲလုံးတာထားတာပါဂိမ်း2နဲ့တာမယ်ထင်တာပဲရောင်းနေမသရိုးရင်နိုင်ပြီ Falcon မသရိုးရင်နိုင်
That didn't really happen. So in the
သုံးသရိုးလို့ပြောရမယ်
game with
သုံးသရိုး
BB team, they just had their number.
And if we want to examine their support duo and how it scales, or what the relative strength of that support duo versus other heroes that are popular, Ringmaster fell off hard. That hero is countered very easily by Nullifier. His spells lost a lot of damage. His cooldowns went up. His talents got nerfed. Look at Enchantress. She has had a rough year, right? So when you're talking about scaling, these heroes are just not doing it for you either. And Falcons typically scale very hard on their support heroes. They go into the late game with their supports packing a punch. This time around, their heroes could not do that.
And this was a game where, correct me if I'm wrong, Snapfire was still in the pool.
It was available.
Yep.
ဟုတ်တယ် Snapfire လည်းကြံသေးတယ် Snapfire Mars လည်းရှိတယ်တကယ်လို့အဲ့အတူတူလောက်ပဲ Rim Master တော့ပိုကောင်းနေသလားလို့ဂိမ်းကြိုက်တာကိုကယ်လို့ရနော်ဒီပွဲက
And we saw from the clips, Ringmaster was able to do an exceptional job at combo breaking.
Yep.
It's when you walk down the line of the draft and one DK, one Bristle, one Lifestealer, there's so many different problems that, sure, you might survive.
BB 2 မှာလို့ပြောသားပဲတဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့တော့1-0တော့ဖြစ်နေပြီ
Make something else happen. You can't just farm.
Yeah, the hero definitely lacks when you get overpowered, and the nullifiers did come out as we touched on. So then later you do lose a lot of value. One thing I could see going to the next game, maybe, I mean, Hoodwink was picked very early on, so maybe Falcons themselves are like, okay, we're going to raise the priority.
အမှန်တကယ် Mercy တို့ဘာလို့မဘန်းသင့်
It is the most picked hero.
ဘာဖို့ Mercy တွေပါပေးပြီးတော့ Beast တို့ဘာလို့ပြန်ယူထားနိုင် Mercy ကိုခေါင်းခောက်လို့ရ
This second game, I think one of the major changes will be the pick order, and that does just mean that there is less ban potential for BB team that we discussed was going to be a little bit more important compared to maybe Falcons bans, because there are just a lot of heroes that you do not want Falcons to get their hands on. So that will definitely change things up, Effie.
It will for sure, and I'm still so curious about the Sand King. Do they feel like their approach was good enough? Because the lack of the scaling on Falcons did not come from that Sand King pick. It came from the supports and to them getting Lifestealered when they had a Nature's Prophet carry. Do you want to give away Sand King again? He kind of destroyed that early game.
Oh, sorry. Why did Miro yawn? It's quite okay.
He got you good.
He got me good, yeah, sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now, don't worry.
Wait, to go to the... I would not give up the Sand King. Like, if I'm BB team, I'm like, let's take... Like, this guy, Purge showed it to us, and he is not wrong when he says he's seen this 5 times. Because I've seen it 5 times. They stack every time. It then not just gives golden XP to him, it allows his 4 to get XP from the stacks. It allows Crit to go to the mid lane and soak more golden XP. And it really snowballs very, very quickly. If had BB team not played incredibly well to like find this comeback in this mid game, they would absolutely, the only thing they will talk about right now is take out Marine Sand King. So try not to get baited just because something specific happened. Try to keep a clear head on what actually matters.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy watching GPK on that DK though. This hero is fallen off. We've seen him as a carry from time to time, but we don't see that mid DK come out often. And clearly, with that first pick Hoodwink, they were building towards this DK idea. They were building towards this duo that would play and make space for Pure in this game. They knew that they were going to run around with this DK's Blink and try to get what they could.
Yeah, after game one, it feels like there's like a pick your poison situation. You either got to respect the DK, the Puck, or the Earthshaker. They're like the big three I think GPK's shown so far at the International. And for Falcons, they're going to have to decide which one are we probably going to play against. And if it's available, they are going to take it.
And we already mentioned it after game number 1. We did see Skeeter 0 deaths in that first game on his Nature's Prophet. Do we want him to get a little bit higher priority in this game number 2 draft, as maybe also with a different style of hero, as this Nature's Prophet did not end up working out despite it having such a good game?
I wouldn't necessarily change anything with how they prioritize Skeeter. Honestly, that game really must have surprised them. It caught them off guard extremely quickly, but Skeeter did play a great game. Like, he was everywhere, he was present, he built items to scale, he died 0 times like we've talked about. It's just the nature of the draft and them getting caught off guard by this lifestealer is what put them in this position.
I think there's one key stat there that is showing the big problems with Falcons game 1. 256 building damage.
I was going to say, that is quite the difference.
Yeah. And of course, it just boils down to what we've been saying, right? It's the progressing the game, getting the kills, feeling that the map state is yours, but not progressing the the fundamentals of the game. Something that obviously Aoi likes to say time and time again.
When you have a lead as big as the one Falcons had, that first Aegis
because you
have to find a way to keep that lead and not give away your enemies into that game.
About what might or might not happen in a game number 2, but it is time to find out.
Falcons versus
Way of BB team, second pick. It's a complete swap over from a previous game. For BB team, though, they still want to pick up that Hoodwink first, regardless of which pick order they are. Not ban out the puck, so we have our options open in regards to that as well. That Sand King, though, still in.
I think not banning the puck is the fact that Falcons are second pick. If BB were to first pick it, there's plenty of heroes that Falcons like to play. The DKs, the Shakers, etc. I don't know if Falcons are that scared of it, from at least... I'm
a bit surprised that... that they've been happily first picking. Maybe they think that the approach that BB team had was enough for how the game state goes. Even if Falcons had that great early game, the DK plus Hoodwink duo does enough to offset what Sand King does on a map.
They haven't respected it in the sense that their first 4 bans haven't addressed the Bristle, the DK, or the Lifestealer. So if they were to pick Sand King here, and flood into the second phase, and have the same game 2.
Yeah, I wonder if they're still thinking about it or if they're swayed away from it. They don't. Falcons players confidence in themselves or the heroes, generally speaking. So it might be strategical or just save it for later. Ench overall is considered a very good hero against Hoodwink in the lane. You cannot trade the hero. You have your heal to actually offset some acorn trading on the side. So overall, it also looked good. Snaking plays it well. So I'm not too surprised about the start of the draft so far.
Yeah, Hoodwink being also the most played position for hero of the International on the road to the International. So having a great track record there, and of course very comfortable for a lot of players.
She's made quite the comeback.
Yeah.
You didn't see any play after her facet got nerfed, the trick shot, or whatever it was called. Not even nerfed, deleted.
Yeah.
Players couldn't find a way to make it. She's come back her ability to play from a distance. She's a support that's very hard to catch. Can disengage very easily. Right now seem to be able to keep a large distance away from threats.
Like the follow-up damage, spell amp, get it into your core. But there's something interesting that happened here. BB team were the ones that banned DK going into this phase. So now Falcons, they didn't have to. They take out their TA. They get their Sand King again. So we have a very similar setup.
And interesting, TA ban, they still are enabling potential lifesteers and all the things that we just saw previously. But they want the Sand King, they want that pace of play.
And the Bristleback Disruptor coming out as well, so we most likely have our offlane set. Depending on where the Bristle goes, I'm going to assume it's Miero's hero. That's the only player that has picked it up so far, but we know Pure can do that as well, and Disruptor cannot go wrong with that either way.
Hoodwink and Disruptor both thrive when you have any hero that likes to aggressively position, and Bristleback is probably one of the top offlaners at happily running into fights, not caring. Even if he does get 100 to 0, you're probably using multiple heroes, multiple spells, and
cái đôi thì mồ crit hero thoát là bị.
I think they've doubled.
Dạ cháu tự cháu nha nó bị sao bao ôn luôn rồi ya lấy cái anh nha.
Potential Hoodwink plus DK again versus what Sand King does, but this DK van indicates that maybe that GPK puck is coming out anyway.
That's true, especially with these supports that you're seeing come out here. I like the SD. Again, having like a save is very good. You get the break later, you help your Sand King who goes in. And most importantly, the +4 that Falcons pick crit, he always has an ability to stack the Ancients easily. You tag one, you spell the other, double stack, easy stuff done. So if you're Falcons, you're most likely picking the Skeeter hero here because you don't see too much, at least you do see the offlaner.
There it is.
Very solid. Sven and Ench, they lane well together. Sven is someone who you can lead.
Sven.
Ench can move, another stack clear. You have armor against Bristleback, you have overwhelming damage too. I'm a fan.
You also just need to respect Shadow Demon with Promulgate, Facet.
Pick out a whole navy.
Disseminate, you put it on a Sand King, even put it on a Bristleback.
Peggon pick out a whole navy. Physical damage အကျန်လဲပါတယ် spell လေးလည်းတွဲထားတယ်အဲ့ဒါမှ ဒီ7 counter တဲ့ hero လဲထက်ထည့်ထားတယ် back back ထွက်လာပြီအဲ့ back လာမယ်ဆိုတာတိတော့တိမှာပဲသိလား Peggon က
Shadow Demon's one of the better heroes.
အဲ Sand King နဲ့ back နဲ့ကတိတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲ Sand King က AC fan လို့ရတယ် လေကင်းရောက်သွားရင်တော့ back ပူကျန်းတယ်အဲ့တစ်ပေါက်ရှိမယ် back က Shadow Demon ကိုလိုက်နှောက်နေလို့ရတယ် Shadow Demon တိုင်ပတ်မလားတိုင်ပတ်မလား
Will Falcons try and get one final stun to be an answer towards the puck? That is going to be the question.
I will say, statistically, it's looking pretty good for BB Team.
Yep.
100% win rate on the puck, 100% win rate on the Bristle. Surely they can't lose.
This is super high comfort for them, absolutely. And also they had full reserve time going into these bans too. They should be feeling good. They do pick out of phase. Do you guys feel like they are going to run back the Lifestealer? Should they look for something else? It is still a double strength core. Sure, there's an SD. Do you want something else?
They have free choice though.
Lifestealer ban. Lifestealer ban မှာ
There's a Lifestealer as well, like we just saw with the Infest.
You are ထက်ကင်နိုင်တယ် Lifestealer နဲ့ Lifestealer ban လိုက်တာနဲ့ရပြီဟိုမှာ BKB free ရနေတဲ့ကောင်ကြီးမို့လို့ ban နေတယ်
And it is of course BB Team that will be banning heroes that most
Lifestealer
likely will
ban
be
ပြီးရင်
from
လုံးသရု
the Mars already removed.
I'm just looking at this puck plus Hoodwink and comparing it to the DK plus Hoodwink of last game. That was really instrumental in their comeback. While GPK is undefeated on this puck right now, I don't think they're going to have that pacing that the DK gave them. They're still going to struggle versus the Sand King. The issue is still there.
And okay.
That's a troll removed.
How are they going to make it through that early game?
If both teams are relatively
Who ban it?
when they're pacing, where it's like
Lifestealer ban မှာသူ Peggon ရဲ့
Sand King wants to be proactive, but Sven still needs to farm. Bristle wants to farm an item or two. Like it's not as if there's this perfect core plus mid lane completely break the map. There is a bit of greed here. That's why I think Falcons might even look towards a last pick Doom potentially in a slower game. You're chilling. You can buy Helmet Dom, buy some Midas. You Doom Bristleback, delete one hero. The Sven, the Sand King, they focus on the puck. There's some options for Falcons to try and slow down the game and hit their stride of farm that they like to do.
BB Team, I'm also looking, you should look for a way to do something against the Sven. Like if I'm looking at minute 20 to 25, Sven is going to have like Mom, BKB, Blink, maybe an Echo Saber. There's nothing that really like stops him. Are you going to burst him with those heroes? No, not really. If he jumps you first, he's going to BKB and run through all of you, hit you down with an Ench running in SDs behind Sand King as well. So BB Team need to find a way for the early game, like Effie already mentioned, could look a little bit iffy there as well. But also just to have this answer for Pure, that he can feel good and that the scale is on their side.
I mean, to me, the issue of lanes still exists. If you look at Miero's lane on Bristleback, he's playing it into Enchantress plus Sven. They're going to have Warcard, they're going to have Sustain from Edge. They're not really going to be killing or diving anybody. He's going to be dependent on farm to come back. But if that safe lane goes well, they're running into BB Team's triangle early on and taking it. They're also going to get their pick of the litter for a last pick here on Falcons. Like, what can you pick for Pure that can give him a strong lane blind?
It would have been Ursa. They did ban it out.
I mean, it depends. I'm not too sure what else is like in his arsenal. The TA would have been nice. It's also out. I'm still kind of looking at maybe the lifestealer because it does give you the matchup. It is blind, which, you know, it sucks. You might get like Slardart on 24. But the problem is you have to pick blind. You're gonna have to suffer somewhere.
Yeah, we see the Faces Voids is one of the only heroes that we just saw of his most played that is still in the pool if he wants to go for something like that.
It's something I can see, but it's also it is volatile and slow. It takes a long time to come online because I do see a potential damage problem, and Void, he doesn't deal damage until like a couple items in.
I mean, there is one option with like a Morphling. You don't really die to the Sven, you can disengage. Sure, there's an SD to take clones of yourself, but SD's probably focused more on saving.
There's also Marcy. She's been ignored. You could just play for kills. You can pick her blind quite comfortably.
That's true.
She doesn't have the scaling that Pure necessarily wants to play with, but your Bristle can do that for you. Your Puck can do that for you.
It's something we've seen Tidebound do. Like, I would like it a lot if they're looking more at like their own draft. Disruptor, Marcy, again, it's a combo I love a lot. Strong lane, go together, you can double gate, you can make stuff happen.
Falcon Beastmaster ရောင်းကြောက်သွားပြီ Beastmaster first ban ကြီးဘဘုံကအဲ့ကောင်ပြေးဖမ်းတာ
What do they value more?
တာလာတွေက
Do they want to counter Falcons? Do they want to worry more about themselves? Do they value the scale? Do they
အဲ့တော့ light sealer ထပ်ပေးထားတယ် Asa True ပဲဘန်းသွားတာပေါ့နော် light sealer ကိုတီးမယ်တဲ့
ban is to then protect your blind carry pick into the Namar, seeing absolutely everything.
I will say I do love that they had the almost full 2 minutes to think about that. They ban out the Slaughter and they insta-lock an anti-mage.
Anti-mage
was not on our bingo card at all.
Oh,
I honestly just always forget about it in draft.
Okay.
Sure, I think with Helmet Dominator it does have a bit more life, right? If this was a non-Helmet Dominator anti-mage, then it's kind of awkward, but because of the pacing that you apply, the map kind of pushing, scaling into the game, yeah, it's going to be annoying.
Is it time for the mud?
Anti-mage 709ပါမလား Ali နဲ့ mid game တိုင်မှာ
You're against Bristle, you lane well into AM. I mean, I
709ပါမလား late game ရောက်ရင်တော့ Anti-mage က AC ပဲ Shadow Demon တို့ Sangin တို့အဘုံဝိုက်လို့ရတယ်
I don't think you stop Falcons from
7နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ကောင်လဲကြံမှာစွန်ကြီးဝိုင်းလောင်းလို့တော့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ Ali နဲ့ mid game တန်ပုံမှာ
But it also depends on what
7 အောက်ခံနိုင်ပါမလား
to counter it.
Well, I do know what they don't.
Oh, play Huskar.
Oh, Huskar.
The Huskar, the anti-mage.
Huskar, okay.
I'm sure it crossed a lot of
Huskar off lane. Let's go.
Everybody is like, nah, surely not. And then it does come out.
Mana မရှိတဲ့ကောင်ကြီးဟေ့အောင်အေး mana white ထည့်လို့မရဘူး mana white ထည့်ရင် mana မရောဘူးသွေးမရောဘူးအဲ့ကောင်
the lane, go aggressive, make sure
Okay ရအဲ့ဆောင်းစိတ်ဝင်စားဖို့ကောင်းသွားပြီဒီပွဲက Huskar အပြာချောင်းနဲ့ဆိုရင် Decisive ကိုလည်းကောင်တာသွားပြီ
Now he last picks a
Anime ကိုလည်းဒဲဒဲတီးလို့ရမယ်ထင်တယ်နော်
flame will not be fun. He will be looking
သူ့ရဲ့ level 1 design ဖြစ်တယ်လေပြီးတော့ mana မကုန်ဘူးဆိုတော့ anime တိုင်ပတ်လောက်တယ်နော်နောက်ပိုင်း
is their laning, and if you build another net worth advantage, BB team do not have the same kind of drop.
Hey, what the fuck?
For the same comebacks. They have to come out of lanes a little bit better because they're still facing the threat of the Sand King, and now they've got an anti-mage who's gonna play pretty slowly.
Yeah, I didn't like the AM pick that much to begin with, and I think this Huskar makes it like 40 billion times harder for you to play. I'm looking at BB team to do something like creative and cool, start 3 people top, look for like some early TPs. In my opinion, you gotta change something to AM's game, because if this goes default to what it looks like, I don't like their chances at all.
Are you gonna dodge the lane? Are you gonna lane shenanigan it?
I mean, maybe, but then you gotta do something. Whether it's lane shenanigans, triple top, I don't care, do something.
But also if the game gets to later and anti-mage has like butterflies and abyssals and Sean, all this stuff, then yeah, it's gonna be great. So
you gotta get there.
You gotta get there.
You could try lane the Huskar.
Yep.
I mean, Miro's not going to have the easiest lane anyway. Might as well just bank on him to make a comeback through the triangle.
မင်းကဘာဆိုလားဆိုရင်မင်းမကင်ဘူးတဲ့ဒါဆန်ကင်းမဲဆိုလို့လေဆန်ကင်းမဲဆိုတော့ဆန်ကင်းပဲကင်ရမှာပေါ့ဆန်ကင်းကို off lane ပို့လိုက်လို့ရှိရင် anime နဲ့ဆန်ကင်းကခွေးပြသွားမှာအဲ့တော့ဆန်ကင်းကိုမစ်ပို့တာပဲပိုကောင်းတယ်
Off lane Huskar, sure, Amar maybe, but no. This is a really tough one to read.
Any final thoughts, T? Shaking your head.
I just want to watch a Huskar absolutely batter a lane and then probably lose the game potentially 40 minutes. Who knows? I don't know. It's offlane Huskar. It's kind of cool. It's that TI. That's nice.
It does seem like my panel is kind of unanimously thinking that this Huskar might just push us to a 3rd game of this series. And I think that will make a lot of people happy. But we're going to find out what's going to happen in game number 2. But before we do, we're going to jump to the stage and see Tsunami with AUI 2000.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am joined by AUI 2000, coach of Falcons, where we had a very exciting end of that draft, but we'll go step by step. You let through GPK Puck. This guy's got a 100% win rate with it. What's the idea?
I mean, honestly, we're pretty confident against Puck as a hero. I think GBK is playing Puck the best in this tournament, but we felt like the other heroes were more deserving of bans.
Makes sense to me, but then some of the other heroes who maybe don't deserve bans come through. Anti-Mage 23rd pick. What's their plan here?
I think Pure just wants to carry the game because I think like the lane's weird into SD because he burns your mana. But honestly, I don't know. Like we picked Huskar last. I also have no idea, so we'll see.
Yeah, I know you're a mechanics nerd. Huskar, no mana. What's going on in the right-click situation?
Well, I assume his mana doesn't get burned if he has none, but I don't know.
Nothing gets past you, Curtis. You're a real authority on the case. All right, then. I just gotta say, when Amar demands a last pick Huskar, do you ever push back? Are you ever like, I don't know if this is the game for that?
And the thing is, he's clicking the buttons now, so you can't stop him. Like, we're just like, Amar, just pick your hero, and he just clicks it. We're like, oh, we thought we were picking Pangolier. Okay, it's a Huskar now. So, you know.
Amar is unchained. Let's see if it'll bring him to success. Good luck in game number 2.
It seems Falcons have themselves a rogue offlaner. He has picked himself the offlane Huskar, and I can't really blame him for it, Avery.
The man's feeling himself. He wants to get some revenge in this game to play his signature hero. The Huskar Masters have arrived at TI. How much damage is he going to do? It's not a question of will he do damage. It's a question of how much. This is going to be a very difficult laning phase for Pure to get through, and then he has a long road of recovery. Whereas he's against a Sven who might have a lot better time and stacks to go back to. And the all chat is just raining in.
Oh yeah, Amar starts it by saying he's going to end the game by 20 minutes. Pure saying that Amar can only play cheese heroes. He's not good enough to play real heroes, apparently. It's quite the back and forth, and I'm sure we'll see more of it as the game progresses. But I cannot believe that coach interview. I thought, okay, Falcons are insane. Why are they giving GPK as Puck? And then when they picked the Huskar, I was like, oh, okay, it all comes according to plan. The Huskar will be able to provide an answer to the Puck after the laning phase. But apparently that wasn't even the idea at all. Amar just went rogue.
You can't stop him doing what he wants.
I guess
if
not.
If we learned anything, that is the reality. I do kind of agree with AUI's assessment. Like most of the cores, go down to snaking quick first, but most of the cores that Falcons have in their arsenal are innately good against Puck. It's a lot of beefy heroes, a lot of heroes with stun and disable, a lot of initiators, right? You think of Skeeter's stun, lock heroes down, give you some utility on top of the damage. These kind of lineups can be really difficult for Puck to play. Yes, constantly getting jumped. I agree with that assessment, but it is a scary hero-player combination to give away. He has absolutely salvaged some horrendous early games on this hero.
Yeah, he certainly has. I think Maureen's hero pool as well, right? I mean, hit the 3 heroes that come to mind right now for him: Beastmaster, Sand King, Earthshaker. All great answers against the Puck.
Seeing this laning phase already heat up for Falcons, they absolutely want to push this to a game 3. They are hungry to get that game 3.
They may have gone even in series against BB Team this year, but last year at TI, Falcons were the ones to eliminate BB Team from the International. Now, this is not an elimination match. We're here in the upper bracket, but revenge
Pure,
is still on the table for
Pure
BB.
was the one to eliminate them.
That's true.
Do not forget that detail. So there is definitely some year-long revenge on the table here. He is working his way towards Helm. These early waves have not been pretty. Burning spears, nothing you can do about it on this hero, and no mana to burn. Very little defensive potential, no offensive potential. It's not even skill in it. Just get your helm up and try and evacuate this lane before the real damage is done. Rely on your other 2 cores to pick up the early game. I did agree with the panel. Like, there was a tri-lane potential. You tri-lane Huskar, it's really rough for him. The hero needs experience. He doesn't function that well in the 3-on-3 fights. I think that was an option. BB Team say, No, it's fine. Like, we have played a lot of games where Pure's laning phase is really difficult. We believe that. I mean, they have a lot of experience here, right?
Yeah, anime upon y'all làပြီလုံးလို့
What is going on? Pure is gonna gank the Sven with a bushwhack blood grenade. They slow him down and they will get that kill. And now they might get
anime rotation.
No, too many heals.
They don't
Pure's
think
gonna
why.
die for it. Wait, one more hit for the tower. He falls. Was it worth it,
Pure? No.
Kind of. He couldn't buy out the helm.
အောက်မှာ Husker ကြီးနဲ့မနေနိုင်တော့လို့ဟိုကတဲ့လား rotation တွေလဲ
Do something around the map. I like the creativity.
အောက်မှာ cream မစားဘူးသူ6ကောင်ပဲစားရတယ် Husker ကဒနိုင်16ကောင်နဲ့ရရဆက်ဆက်ကိုလုံထားတာဟာအဲကြောင်ပြောင်းနေပြီသူဘာလို့မှမသိတော့ဘူး
knows how to play these kind of lanes.
AD က creep ကို control ပြီးစားရတယ်ကြည့်အောင် wave ကအရှိမတက်တော့ဘူးအဲ့မှာ anime ကအလဲရောက်သွားပြီ
And now you're mid looking for
Pure ဘယ်လုံးနေရတော့
He's looking.
What's up?
What's up?
He's looking for sure.
I'm sure
not finding it.
What's up, Pure?
What pubs is where GPK is like, bro, get out of my lane, man.
တော့ပြောနေပြီဒီက
He's hitting neutrals as a level 3 animage. I mean, if Pure makes a comeback from this, it's an all-timer for sure.
This is not fast. Not fast at all. Well, GPK, you got your signature hero. Let's see what you can do this game. It's going to be a carry job for the ages if you can pull it off. Is this where you just lie, you know? It's like, you know, if you're GPK mid, hey guys, how's bottom lane going? It's going great, man. Yeah, we're owning. We're getting solo XP. Amar is suffering.
Yeah, Kantaomi's like, I'm doing great on levels. That's going really well.
He's getting a little leech down here.
Yeah.
Let's just not look down here for a while. You know, that lane's over. AM's into the jungle. We've all been there in our pubs. Just 5 reports on him. Focus on the mid lane.
And hope GPK can carry BB team through the mid game once again. Crit, I was going to say, he's the one who's kind of freed up in this game. He can run around and do what he wants, and that's extra disgusting because if he ever runs into the AM, it gets a disruption on him. Animage does not like facing his own illusions.
Crit has the most freedom here. Sometimes you have too much freedom. It can kind of be hard to decide what to do when your lane's just empty very early. You can try and harass the support out. You can go for stacking here as well. They have an incredible stack clearing lineup. Shadow Demon, one of the best in the game.
အဲ့ချန်ခဲ့တဲ့တိုးပြီး dominator လေးတစ်ခွက်ရသွားရင်အဲ့ dominator creep လေးနဲ့ဟိုစားတီစားနောက်ဆုံး fury လေးရတွက်ကြည့်နေရ recover ဖြစ်လောက်လား anime က
Not getting him. And
that was optimistic, but maybe they still catch him. Burrow strike and the stun. Okay, chaining up the disables a little bit. Not great. Miro will be able to walk away from this.
ဘယ်ရင်းကို tip တွေပေးနေတယ်
Gotta respect the quill sprays coming out here, even with some Sven armor. Way too much to commit on to. Failed rotation from Malrine. Need TP top for that. Does have the regen rune, so these moves are not costing him too much in terms of resources, but time for GPK to farm. Puck top net worth out of the laning phase. Despite Huskar having an empty lane, this Puck is up there with him.
Katomi, a Hail Mary, hoping that he will be able to glimpse the support off this Wisdom Shrine and take it for himself, but he is sadly going to find that he's being sandwiched in this situation.
မမြုပ်တင်ဘူးနော်တကယ်ဆို crit မမြုပ်တင်ဘူးသိလားဘာ Husker ကြီးရောက်လာတာတည့်ရသားနဲ့အရင် white ကမှာမြုပ်လိုက်တာကြီးကမားလုံးနဲ့
I mean, he TP'd down. He TP'd down here just to get the 1 CS before the Huskar came back. And that is all he's going to get because he's about to get ganked.
No, he's been burrow struck, and now he's going to be silent.
Silent မှာပါတယ်
And
သေ
the
ပြီပေါ့
spears will finish him off. That helmet dominator.
ဟုတ်သားပဲ Husker လည်းပဲ1 silent ထည့်ပေးလိုက်ပြီဟိုဟာနဲ့
What happens if the
စိုးတယ်နော်အဲ့ဒါ
helmet is just far too late?
ဒီဇိုင်းမဟုတ်တော့ဘူး silent
To find 1,000 gold somewhere, and that is going to be a difficult 1,000 gold to find. This
No more
bottom tower is
design.
just going to go down here. No one can come and defend this. And it's also the inner fire silencing you now, right? Really nice interaction against this AM for a lot of the early game. It's one of those matchups where losing that disarm doesn't hurt you too much if you can continue to hunt him and just build an insurmountable lead. This Huskar is off to the exact start Falcons want.
And that's why it's also going to be a good answer to the puck going into the
Oh,
mid-game.
Royale.
Nice rune snag. Yeah, it's going to be great against the puck. I mean, honestly, not even bad against the bristle. This might be a lineup you'd rather have the silence than the disarm for a lot of this game.
Yeah, they were talking about Legion Commander being a great answer to the AM and also an answer to the Bristleback. You have the duel. You can force the Bristleback to look a certain direction. That's an opportunity the Huskar has later on to the game when he builds an axe.
I think the Huskar is giving you everything the Legion gave, plus an absolutely free lane. Whereas the Legion, you could have played that lane with the AM. You would have lost it, but you could have gotten more XP. You would have gotten to your helm off the lane. The
Legion over 9 啦တဲ့
it gives you a 3-on-2 in terms of the core battle here.
ဘယ်ကောင်ကဒီပွဲ
A lot of stacks coming out.
over မဆော့လောက်ဘူးကျွန်တော်ရရနဲ့လက်နဲ့ကင်ဆွဲပြီးတက်လောက်တယ်ဒီပွဲအန်ဒါသွားမယ်ထင်တယ်
Just keep stacking them up, you know.
အတင်းတက်လောက်တယ်ဟတ်စကာသိရမလား agent တွေယူအတင်းထိုးတက်
Good news for him.
စပန်ကြီးနဲ့ဆိုတော့
normally not good news, but very good news for him because now he'll at least
ဒီပုံစံတိုင်းသွားနေရင်35 38လောက်ဆိုပြက်ပြီးထင်တာပဲ35ကွာ
I'm sure
35မှာပြက်38မှာပြက်
I'm sure he's going to be quite aggressive. Level 7 Huskar, totally free farming, 4,400 net worth, an armlet done. Tier 1 already taken. Guess the question is, when you succeed this heavily in the laning phase, like I sometimes feel a little lost after I take the tower. Like, what do I do here now?
It can be awkward because the game progressed faster than you're used to it normally progressing. You don't really interact with heroes in the same way. You almost wish they would have stayed on lane longer so you could have killed them a couple more times or whatever. You know, the stacks might not be ready yet. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
to keep the pressure up, keep playing on BB side of the map.
စပန်နဲ့ဟတ်စကာပါတော့တာဝါချိုးမဲ့ကောင်မပါဘူးဆိုတော့ဘလို့ဒူတာရော
punish him with a couple of
ပြီးရောကြည့်တယ်လားလို့
You are on fire. That is what the tool.
အသက်ကြီးမင်းနေရလား
That's very helpful. Very helpful. I mean, fire is kind of self-explanatory. You should know what comes with that.
10 minutes နောက်တော့ 3k ပဲတာတယ်ကွာအရန်တော့တာမနေဘူး
Just sit mid. It's going to be about this mid tower to me.
အခုပဲအဲ့ဟတ်စကာကြီးအရန် free ဖြစ်
Particularly with this Enchantress, they're currently swarming.
ဟတ်စကာအဲ့လောက် free ဖြစ်မ
This is
ကောင်း
a tower you want to defend in this game if you're a BB team because it's going to hold the map together. You lose this, your AM is just going to have nowhere to go in the long run. But your outspam is really limited right now, and nobody was set up here. They're going to keep this catapult alive. This is good, efficient damage.
မထည့်ထားလဲဆို
That's the response.
ပဲကွန်ဝင်တာဟွာ series ဝင်တာထည့်ထားတာ
actually sneak in and teleport here, but he does not.
That's all 3 series ဝင်တာထည့်
He's
တာ
already level 6. So they can't even attack him.
ပြူဝါရောက်လာတယ်ဘာလို့ strike မိသွားပြီပြူဝါအိုးလွတ်တော့လွတ်သွားတယ်
And Orb goes out and doesn't.
အေးဟဲ့စမ်းကြီးရှောင်းသွားပြီ
Save. He got his level 6. He was left alone in lane, and what a turn! A jump in silence from Amar catches GPK. It's not entirely free for BB team, who cannot fight back against this Amar Huskar.
That's a massive win, though. You defended the tower. You got Pura involved. He got so much off that fight just in terms of experience and gold. And you brought down the Sand King. A huge win. He's the big tempo setter for Falcons here besides the Huskar taking objectives. It's helm done for the AM. I mean, that was probably the lowest impact mana void I've ever seen in my life, but it got the job done.
Yeah, he did get there. And right now, what an amazing amount of space the support animage is
level 6 လိုက်သုံးတာမထီဘူး
got himself a Lotus.
Also, like he went in that fight, instantly helmed the Enchantress creep, insta-died to Sandstorm plus 100 straight to them all. Wasn't the greatest usage. I mean, his early games have just been rough, man. I feel for him. Like, he has been targeted. He has been last pick, counter-picked. It's not a skill issue. It's just you're put in rough positions.
You know, I think my favorite part about this situation, there is somebody out there who's 3K MMR who is an expert on this exact situation as Animage. Snaking.
Somebody out
အဲ့
there is
ဖုန်းဝင်ပေးထားတဲ့အချိန်မှာနော်အန်ချက်လိုက်ပစ်တာလေအဲ့တကွက်တော့ခံဒိန်းဝမ်းလည်းအဲ့လိုပဲသူ့ break တယ်
I mean, that was the expert they
ပြင်းတယ်
showed
break တယ်ပြင်းတယ်
for this game. It's true. Another Dom creep kill. Added up here. The lead is building. The thing is, it doesn't look too bad right now, but I mean, it does look bad, but it doesn't look as bad as it will soon if this Sven gets away with what he wants to do for free.
Yeah, they keep on finding kills, thanks to largely GPK and the supports.
โอ้ silent အဲ့မှာမန်နာဘန်းခံရပြီကောင်းသွားပြီအောင်အေးပြူသွားသူ့နဲ့ကိုမန်နာတွေဘန်းပြီးတော့
Gets that counter spell out of him, throw out the disruption, set that easy kill up. No mana void to come.
They're gonna try and break it.
What? Oh, Haskar ပြန်ရှော့သွားပြီ
Thinks that he is untouchable.
အဲ့လို Haskar သေးနေတော့နော်
But now he's drug crit into a bad
Crit ပါရှော့ပြီ
situation
လား
as well. Looks like they will both fall to the GPK puck.
You gave this man his signature hero. It's gonna do work. Malrine trying to counteract the play.
Do manage to get the epicenter right on top of GPK. This is gonna be a decent amount of damage. Bushwhack pulls him away, and GPK with the coil and an orb will be able to escape. Snaking is here on the other side.
ဘုံကအားလေးမပြောင်းလုံးနိုင်နေပြီအခုပုံစံ
catches him right on the tail end of it. What a hit.
အားလေးမပြောင်းလုံးနိုင်နေပြီပဲရှိသေးတယ်ပတ်လျှော့က
as well, who's going to stick himself in the trees, but that's
ပွဲကိုကြာကြာလေးထိန်းထားနိုင်လို့ animate နှစ်ကွက်လောက်ရသွားပြီ split တွေပို့ရှင်အခြေအနေတစ်ခုတော့ဖြစ်နိုင်ပါတယ်နော်
Turns that fight around completely, puts his damage and blink dagger to use. The push will come from the AM, but not enough to secure this tower.
He's got a haste
You are now on lead on there.
To relocate around the map. At least Miro's getting some time to hit the tower as well, so there was a decent amount of space on both mid and top. Damage being done.
They're just farming so much across all three cores, whereas this BB lineup is a bit gimped. I think their scale is also going to be a lot slower to come online. Like, you need to go really late to get battling these three cores. The same as it was game 1. You didn't have Falcons. Tankiness to fall back on.
Save my money, please.
Going through the Roshans and pushing high ground.
I'm going to check out
You need to keep ratting this game as much as possible.
Glimpse back. Keeping the Shadow
Demon
to catch the heroes as Malrine was right behind him looking for a kill.
I mean, this is good action for BB if they don't lose anybody off these plays. Make Falcons run around, don't give up kills. Continue to find a little farm here or there, get the lanes out. The Bristle's going to shove in mid, the Puck's going to shove in bottom. That's effectively a failed gank move for Falcons. I mean, we saw how much work BB did in that game 1 in terms of playing from behind.
Oh.
This is not a bad team at playing from behind.
Oh, Malrine. There was an opportunity there. The Animate should already used his counter spell. Pure is just dragging him around the map. It feels like Falcons is
Animate ကဟိုလိုမျိုး role ဖြစ်နေအခုဟာဟို select position 4 role လို့ mangy position role ဟို4 role လို့ဖြစ်နေတယ်စပစ်တောင်းနေတကယ် fan နေတာ B7 နဲ့ပတ်နေ Anyway,
Amar has made the call. He doesn't want to be the man to do it. His BKB is flying out now. Did not want to risk getting picked off before that is in his hands.
Roshan ယူချိန်ရောက်ပြီတာကြီးတို့ BKB amulet လား
Now that it's here.
16 minute.
I would imagine some of Falcons would love to be able to take a fight, but initiation is a little bit awkward unless Malrine is the one to do it. If Malrine is trying to clean up lanes, they don't really have anybody to start it.
Sand King shows, you know where the catch is. That's the big issue right now. He is pushing towards the Ags. At that point, you can easily force a fight. You can also just put this Huskar into the Roche pit and let him clean it up. Dare BB to contest you.
I was a little bit surprised that Amar didn't go like the Glimmer Cape or the Blink Dagger build that we've seen some of these Huskars go for.
Could have been interesting. A lot more aggressive early. This is going to scale a lot harder and give you the Roche confidence to just solo it up.
Crit will be found by the smoke through the gate. Was unaware of the situation because he had that ward on the Tormentor area. Still, though, Falcons will still look for that fight. Trying to get a silence on him. Burrow strike. Now the silence attempt, and they got him. The puck is going to be controlled, and despite the pushback, away at least not quite. They are no punish from the BB team.
Nah, just nothing you could do to capitalize on that.
No
good man of war.
That'll
be a mark. To this part of the map for Roshan with this BKB timing. He will leave the part of this map with Roshan.
Yeah, this is the part where Falcons may start network difference. Right? This Roshan sticks up here. He starts taking some of your ancients. He takes the Tormentor. It's going to grow and grow unless BB team can find a way around it. Certainly not going to be through contesting this Roshan. It's got to be through ratting out the map, which BB team have shown they've been able to do time and time again, particularly Pure on some of these more annoying carries.
It's going to be a tough game. Malrine looking for the setup.
Pure, does he know what's happening? He does not. Burrow strike hits him. Demonic Purge as well. He will attempt to teleport out. The Demonic Purge, though, it kills him inside of the fountain.
So close.
ဒါတော့ဒီကောင်ကောင်းတာစပယ်ကို3ဆင့်ယူထားတာနော်ကောင်းတာစပယ်3ဆင့်ယူတာရှောတာ
Yeah, he got hit by Searing Signet off the Shadow Demon plus level 3 Disseminate. Little bit of extra damage boost to help you push through that.
True.
nice pickup from them. I mean, every time you take AM out of this game, you gain another 5, maybe even more minutes that you're going to have to push that high ground. Second Roshan, that window's going to be a lot better for you.
Sure. And then, you know, it's even worse because then you still have the problem of Sven versus Animage, which, you know, is still a matchup that Sven can take to the lake.
Oh, yeah. Skeeter can just take this 1v1. No problem if you get super far. And great Silver Edge buyer. Sometimes surprised on that AM if the counterspell's thrown out early. Huge burst damage, huge physical burst.
Miro trying to draw attention, but he's going to draw
too
much attention as both Amar and Skeeter double down on him and will take away that tower kill they were hoping for denied.
This feels like game one. Falcons taking an early lead off of a lane victory. This time they did it with a little extra cheese.
So in that case, do you think BB team is just as capable of making a comeback as they were in game one, or are they in a worse position?
Oh my TV, Skeeter. Hey, Sakita.
They're going to dance around him a little bit. With the heal coming out
healing
Skeeter alive, and if they miss certain things like that orb, it's not going to go well. They actually go back into it. Now that Amar's here, Skeeter goes after the kill.
Healing,
claim that. And an extra one. Crit in from behind, gets the disruption, and the demonic purge on save to end his life. 7-13 and 8,000 net worth lead now for Falcons.
This game is not going to be as easy to wrap for one big reason. You can't BKB TP out. Like, your heroes are just not going to get it online super early. I mean, you can theoretically. They have no BKB pierce, but you're not going to build it early on AM. You don't have the Lifestealer rage.
Fury Hey, Dominator Fury Power Trap. Minute
You can't play
နောက်ကြတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့လည်းဒီလောက်မုတ်ခါနေတဲ့ကောင်ကဒီအချိန်မှာပြန်ရတယ်ဆိုတာမစိုးဘူး
That's what Pure's trying to replicate, but it does
Animate တွေဆောင်းမှုနေပုံမှန် Fury တိုင်းပဲအဲ့လိုမွတ်တဲ့တိုင်းပဲ15ကွာ
particularly with how strong this
15လောက်ကြာရင်ရတယ်
push lanes in and show
အခုဒီကောင်20မှာရတာကွာအဲ့ဒါက Dominator ရော Power Trap ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့မစိုးဘူးပဲနောက်8300
Skills are tanky. And we saw how much the two supports as well. They're both can run in and tank the sharp shot. She can heal the target you're trying to burst, as we saw there. You have a disruption to play around this game as well. And I think Falcons are going to feel a lot more confident scaling in this game with Shadow Demon versus the Ringmaster. Just a way better hero at that 50-60 minute mark.
I think also the how strong the Bristleback is going to come into question when you're matched up against double Dispels, right? You've got the Demonic Cleanse and you've got the Cauterize, thanks to the facet on the Huskar. Yep. So the goo is just not really going to be too impactful against the Huskar most of the time. Run into the Enchantress. Again, the Hoodwink.
Yeah, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, but they do get it because Falcons they're not going to back up from the map position that they're in right now. They want to stay on the Radiant side of the map. They're going to take these tier 2s. They do not want to go back and try and bail out their 5 position.
If I'm Falcons, I don't want to turn this game into trying to catch the AM. I want to turn it into we buy pipe and go high ground behind this Huskar.
With AM လို့ဘာလို့ live fan နေရတဲ့ဆိုင်ထိုးတက်ရမှာ live fan လို့မထူ live fan ဟိုဘက်အခြားတနေရာကိုထွက်ပြေးမှာပဲအဲ့တော့တလန်းကိုတွန်းနောက်တလန်းထိုးတက်လိုက်တော့အဲ့လိုလုပ်တာအကောင်းဆုံးပဲဖဲကောင်က
Snaking is so farmed. He's got Solar Crest, Drums of Endurance, and is working towards that pipe.
This is the power of Enchantress. Spells, not always that impactful in the pipe compared to a lot of other 5s like a Phoenix or something, but you get to farm so much more. You can contribute a lot of utility. And this can be something that helps you go high ground early in this game. Way before Pure is ready to take that engagement.
Pure he's getting there. He's got the Battle Fury. He's working his way towards his Manta. Once he gets to the Manta, you've got full rad action. I mean, even more disgusting than traditional Animages because he's going to be ratting with both his hero and creep. But Mana Void on the creep.
What?
Goodbye.
That feels real good if you are Falcons right now. That feels so good. Skeeter has a full BKB, by the way. He is mega farmed. Level 18 off that kill. Level 3 God Strength already available. You're looking at level 13 AM. The problem with the Dom ratting is you miss a lot of the experience. You get extra gold, but you're not getting XP there.
မြုပ်ပေးလိုက်ပြီကောင်းတယ် crit တခါနဲ့ပါမြုပ်ထားတာ BKB မကြီးသေးဘူးကွာ Okay ကြီးသွားပြီ
Beautiful burrow
Nice. Game 3.
Where's the all
Tiếp để hiểu lý tay vì
This is going to be a very fast game by the looks of it. Falcons.
တက်ပြီအဲ့တိုင်မျိုးဘလို့ချိုးမလဲကာလို့မရဘူး
They said you ratted us at game 1, but never again. They're just going to force the issue. Tuskar completely out of control. He has heals behind him. He has saves behind him. You just don't have the time.
ဒီကတော့ Shadow Demon ရဲ့ impact လေးပါပဲ
And Amar the friendly, he might be
ဒီကောင်အားလေးပိုင်းလိုက်ဖမ်းပြီးတာဒီ LC လေးသုံးပြီးဖမ်းလိုက် ပြုတ်ပေးလိုက်
and it feels like it may already be over.
ဒီကတော့လေပြန်တိုက်ခံရတော့မယ်
I don't think you can ever come back to these
Game 3ကတော့ကြည်ကောင်းပြီအဲ့ Game 3 ကြရင်
they completely overextended your tier 4s. Just like you just don't have
First
good mana
pick
for targets. It's really only the Sand King that you can turn around, and that's 800.
ဖဲကွန်ရသွားခဲ့ရင်
This is not Leshrac. It's not Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
ဘလို့လာတော့လေဟုတ်တော့ Game 1 ရော Game 2 ရော First pick ကဘတ်ဘွန်းရဘတ်ဘွန်းယူထားလားရလားတော့မသိဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့နှစ်ပွဲလုံးသူတို့ကဟိုဝင် First pick ပစ်ထားတယ်
Anybody here?
ကဲဖဲကွန်သာ Game 3 မှာ First pick ယူသွားခဲ့ရင်
Go after the bristleback. Bristleback does
Big
get
you are
jumped,
cheating,
but- Oh wait, maybe. They got the coil on him. Any more damage? Anybody? Anything? Nothing. Cauterize heals him up, a disruption goes out. BB team was close. They really were. But it slips through their fingers. And now that high ground push is coming. Falcons, they don't need to wait for an Aegis. They can kill you without any of all that.
You just don't have damage.
RDC ဖြစ်ပြီ
You can land
သူက
all
ဒီ
your
ပွဲ
spells perfectly.
ဒီပွဲ RDC ဖြစ်ပြီ
Maybe bring down one.
Base ကလောင်းနေပြီဟိုမှာ Chris စားပြီးတွန်းလို့ကောင်းတော့
He's really a threat.
ပြန်လာလည်းမထူးဘူးလေ
Have the damage.
ဟို RDC မှုဖြစ်သွားပြီဒီပွဲ
This pick just completely back.
second Roshan ဆိုရင်တော့ပွဲပြီးပါ
That's why that's
ပုံမှန်က35အခုဒီကောင်လေး30လောက်နဲ့ပြတ်ပြီထင်တယ်
behind there. You're worried about all of the laning heroes that ATF has that can ruin your day. You will always find
second
it.
AJ ဆိုရင်ပွဲ
Really
ပြီးပြီ
difficult to find a carry.
I did like GPK just rushing straight to the Plasma here. It's the only chance that they have to be able to burst
ကိုက
out.
လေတိုက်ထားတာကိုဘာလို့ AM ပစ်လိုက်လဲမသိဘူးဟုတ်ပါ
Amping up some of this damage.
AM ကအ
Left wing,
ရန်
the
ကို
boomerang,
အဲ့လို
everything else.
risk အရန်များလွန်းတယ်
They really have come
သုံးဖို့
close
ဆိုရင်
sometimes. Not that they would, I feel like it would change the
တော့
game too
super
much.
ဟိုအမရမှာ super counter ကွာဘယ်လိုမျိုးလဲဆိုတော့မတူစာ
Yeah.
Storm Spirit အဲ့လိုမျိုးကောင်းနေနောက်တင်ကာတော့မှတစ်ခါကြရင် AM ကရှုံးသွားတဲ့ပွဲရှိသေးတယ်
Not even sure he can afford to go something.
အဲ့လိုမျိုး
like
super
AF.
counter ပွဲတွေမှာပဲထုတ်တင်တာ
Just
နော်
go full
ဒီတိုင်းထုတ်ရတာကြီးကလွယ်ဘူးစပန်ကြီးကို AM နဲ့က
Pray
အဲ့တော့မှ Haska let's spin မိ
Davis
သွားတော့
now
ပို့ဆိုးတော့
online for Skeeter. He is looking to double up his opponent's net worth in this carry matchup if he can get there. And level 20 as well. Very nice timings for him. You're looking at second Roshan guaranteed spot.
Duration over အောင် calculate လုပ်ပြပါအောင် Duration over အောင်လား
This game is just over.
Duration over အောင် Falcon အခုနေနှစ်ခေါက်လောက်ပတ်တယ်ကြားလိုက်အဲ့ရပြီ calculate ကြမလို့ Duration over easy confirm ဒီပုံစံကဘလို့မှမ over နိုင်တော့အဲ့မှာကျုံးပြီဟိုကောင်ကွာ
But Skeeter, he doesn't need to wait so much.
what အဖေကစ
And
တယ်
they've
ဟမ်
got him controlled. He's just gonna
Hey,
put
what?
himself in a corner, beg for his life.
ဟော Disruptor ပြန်ပို့လိုက်တာ
Disruption there. Oh, it was a close call.
I mean, Skeeter blocked the shot anyway.
Oh, he did.
Falcons on point. Maybe he's still looking for something.
They don't want to let these supports just take the outpost like this, but you can't jump.
ဟုတ်ပြီတစ်ချက်
And
နှစ်ချက်
Skeeter has
ဦး
already jumped you, Kantomi. Second one down from BB team. Back to the Roshan pit they go.
အဲ့ကွာ Haska ကိုဥထားတာမနစ်က
I just don't know where the damage is going to
မ
come
နစ်ကတည်းကဥထားဒီနေ့ TI သုံးဘူးဟလားသွားတော့မရှုပ်စေချင်
Bristleback so he can survive.
သူကလည်းသူတော့ရှုပ်နေတာတော့ပါဟုတ်ဒီပွဲ Haska ဟိုပါ condition တွေပါ
Test this.
animate ကြီးကြောင့်လည်းပါတယ်
Rat bottom lane.
အခြား
Creep has done a pretty good job.
carry ဆိုရင်တော့မှ Haska ထုတ်ချင်မှထုတ်မှာ animate ကြောင့်ထုတ်တယ်လို့တော့ထင်တာပဲ
Plus 100.
Tower's not really in danger of falling anytime soon, but
rain
he can
carry
draw
ရောတယ် rain
their
carry
eye.
ဘာညာဆိုရင် Haska မပစ်တော့ဘူးပို့ထင်တော့
I feel like you have to go for this.
Yeah, they might just try and contest it. It's a really tough contest, but you give up Aegis here, it might just be the game anyway. Falcons have the read.
BB team, their last stand. It's going to be on the offense. Boomerang goes out. He's already gone out the BKB, so it's too
သူ
late.
ကနှစ်ချက်ပဲရိုက်ခံ
Miro, he'll run after the supports as best he can, but Skeeter is making short work of him with all that extra damage. 3 down on the side of BB team. This is truly a hopeless game for them.
Yeah, this one looks like it's just in the books. I mean, you tried to go for this crazy play, you didn't get the angle. Falcons were ready for it. You jump the AM in, hoping you find an isolated Shadow Demon. Guess what? The whole team's there. There's the Enchantress pipe. This will break the high ground completely. The only question is, will there be any more all chat in this game too?
I think that's what we're all waiting for, bated breath here. Because I think we all know the outcome that's coming. A 5-man push from Falcons with 4.5 minutes on the Aegis. You add the pipe. Hard enough to get through that as is, considering BB team's entire focus right now is this magic burst. And the Anti-Mage, he's just not ready.
The one point of hopium here.
Okay.
You do have Kataomi rushing Ags on Disruptor, and he will get it here.
Okay.
He has just absolutely gone for it. Always a powerful item. I don't know if you have damage to bring the heroes down under it, but Falcons might confidently group into it because they've done it time and time again, and they've just shrugged it off. Might not expect this Ags to come out in this game, given how one-sided it is.
Yeah, there's a real chance if, like, the Enchantress gets caught inside of it so you don't get the pipe off.
Yeah, the issue is you have Shadow Demon, you can always bail a hero out under it anyway.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe you land a 4 or 5-man here.
I mean, Falcons, he hit a 4-man Static Storm earlier. Falcons have not been shy about clumping up. If they could burst down the Enchantress at the start, that would be beautiful. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. And now Miro, now the Epicenter goes out. There goes that Static Storm, and the BKB is already activated by Skeeter. It's not good enough. It would never be good enough. Falcons, they'll stay up as 5. They will not lose a man. As they push into the high ground to end game 2.
ချီတဲ့စနီးကအခုမှပြုံးနိုင်တယ်ဂိမ်း1တော့ရုပ်ကြီးကလုံးဝ
Little toxicity heating up and some good
ဖယ်ကွန်းကောင်တွေအခုမှပြုံးနိုင်တာ
I don't think ATF is going to get that again. You catch
Game 3 ကြရင် first pick ဘယ်သူယူမှာလဲဆောင်းစိတ်ဝင်စားသွားပြီ
Scary team to give that last pick to when you have to pick
let's pick AM ပစ်လို့ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ် let's pick AM ပစ်လိုက်လို့ပါနော်
In terms of what hero do you want that can stand better, because you cannot.
Drop ကွာလား scale ကွာလား drop ကွာလားဗော bro ဒီပွဲကြီးကအရင်ဖတ်စကားကြီးဝင်လာတဲ့အချိန်မှာ drop ကြီးကလုံးဝဟိုးတစောင်းကြီးဖြစ်သွားတာလုံးဝချိန်ဝင်ကမညီတော့
If they feel they have a strong enough advantage.
Absolutely, and we may see it again in game 3, but I think one thing we won't see is that Huskar.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that this one was one of those games where the writing was on the wall from almost the get-go with this Huskar pickup against the Anti-Mage, and I think BB team also would agree with that. That means that maybe the breakdown of this game, Kezu, is going to be quite straightforward.
I mean, it probably could be we can mention other things also that do matter. So I want to say that this was the best possible last pick Falcons could have gone for. But at the same time, I do think it starts with you picking Anti-Mage. I don't think it was a particularly good AM game. You were already going to lane against SD4, it's going to disrupt you, mana burn you. So I think, you know, it's not just like that you let Falcons have that hero, but also starting yourself. And overall, Falcons, they get their good heroes. The snaking Enchi goes in, he makes it harder for you to triangle stack. They're happy with what's happening. They're protecting each other. So it's also the gameplay that comes on top of it.
I think another key ingredient to this game being so stompy was also Skeeter and that top lane. That was complete free farm too. Both of their side lanes were doing whatever they want. Nero on that Bristle couldn't do anything because Save was trying to, like, you know, fix whatever he could wherever he could. He couldn't stay on that lane and try to make a play with him or secure his farm. They were chasing this Huskar, trying to, like, slow him down a little bit. And because of that, Sven was also free to just hit his timings without any contesting.
Yeah, I mean, Save was having a stellar time, but of course, you know, Huskar doing such a great job. Even, you know, Maureen asking for a tip there on that highlight, but, you know, with SD and an Enchantress, no matter who goes in, you're going to either have a heal for an Enchantress, a heal and a dispel from the Shadow Demon, a disrupt from the Shadow Demon, and so you have this confidence, this, like, this ability to not care, and that's what Falcon...
11 မို့လို့လောက်ကြပါဟုတ်ပါအဲ့လိုမျိုးပွဲမျိုးရိုး tournament အဲ့လိုတစ်ခုခုမှတွေ့ကြည့်အဲ့ဒါဟိုပါပဲ25မိနစ်ပွဲသိမ်းမယ်ဒီလို draft မျိုး
full send
အဲ့ဒီညဟိုဟာတွေက pressure တွေကမရှိကြဘူးကွာအဲ့ဒီညအသေးကျုံးလိုက်ရင်25မိနစ်ပွဲပြီးတယ်ဒါ TI ဆိုတော့နည်းနည်း pressure လေးတွေနဲ့ဘုံကလည်းလုံးဝအသေးတန်ပတ်ပြေးသွားလို့ဒီလောက်ခံသွားတာ
It's not that common and normal, especially in nowadays Dota, that you get like this
Yeah,
exotic where you're just like 90% of people
Game
watch
one
this game,
was
like,
big
get their
idea,
screwed.
it's
What are
only
they gonna do
two.
about it? And he tried with like some early movement, you know, minute 2 to gank this offlane. It doesn't look real. That's how hard the game is.
Yes, only two
made a case for was just Hoodwink starting bottom with that anti-mage, like trying to get a couple of kills on that Huskar before they leave him, before you then start bringing your anti-mage from the gate. I mean, their read on it was that they could just leave him be, and that wasn't the case. But even if they did tri-lane, like having to adjust that much says something about how much that last pick got them.
Oh, it was honestly, it's the most ruining thing I've probably seen in maybe more than 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years, because it's just so uncommon. Like you usually have like maybe cheese picks that come out with like, okay, but you don't have that many of those anymore. But yeah, standout player, I think snaking, you know, look at the pipe, the Solar Crest drums, the early gem. It's just when you give these guys like their heroes, and especially too, like we have to say, offlane Huskar is not traditional. You need the guy to even be a Huskar player, and Amar, he does it 617. There's nothing more I can praise him for.
I mean, not even that. I think when we heard AUI on stage talking about how this draft went down, he's the one that just clicked the button. At that point, you know, it is all on him.
You can't stop
like,
it. Like,
I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, like you're in for the ride.
Yeah.
And this is a damn good one. Like he can do this to me anytime.
Yeah, but
if you're on his team.
Exactly.
The amount of times he's done it in pubs, though, to be fair. Like these last pick Huskars, he doesn't care. He also first picks Huskar in pubs. He kind of does it all in regards to Huskar. And the story of this series, though, is whoever has second pick feels like they've utilized last pick really, really well, right? The lifesteal in the first game had this kind of inevitable timer. The Huskar this time dominates the lane. So I feel like whoever's got second pick is going to have the advantage. I don't know who's won the coin flip for this one, but yeah, second pick just feels broken, at least in this series.
Yeah, I will also say, I mean, they should have maybe thought about it. Is that really mean to say? Because I do remember there was a period of time when everybody played the Huskar against the anti-mage.
But it's like all things, it comes in and out of favor, right? Like 7 months ago, Phoenix offlane and Phoenix mid was the counter to the monkey mid and the monkey carries. It then disappeared. The joyous thing of meta, it is never set. Meta is able to be set through the players going, I want to play it. There's no like rule book which says you need to do this, you have to do that. We don't have game mechanics that stop you unlike other games. You know, like we can do literally anything in Dota.
It's true, and this is like, just look, so, I mean, Pure has 100% kill participation at this point because he's like roaming, but just look at the network. This is a 2k deficit, and yeah, I feel like it's not easy to fault them for not banning Huskar. In hindsight, yeah, you can
stop AM ဟုတ်ခဲ့လို့ပါ
but like
ကိုလည်းဒီလိုပွဲမှာ AM မကိုင်းခြင်းဘူး AM ကိုင်းအဲ့လိုဟူးရောင်နေအောင်အထုခံရမှာအဆင်မပြေဘူးဒီလိုပွဲမှာ AM ကိုင်းလိုက်လို့ကတော့သုတ်ပြတ်သွားမယ်လို့ပါလို့နောက်တစ်ပွဲမစခင်ပါလုပ်ရင်ကောင်းဟွာလေးပဲသွားဆော့တော့ကျောင်းလေးအာဖုတ်အောင်မှာအာဖုတ်တာကြာအောင်မှာအာဖုတ်တာကြာအောင်မှာအာဖုတ်မြင့်မှန်အောင်ပြန်ပါမှာမဟုတ်ဟုတ်ပါအဲ့ဒီငါဖယ်ရောက်နေပြီသွားမှာလမ်းပြောက်နေ
ဟ
အဲ့ဒါလာပြီးသွားပြီလာပြီအဲ့ဒီလေလား
Yes, correct.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, အောက်ဖက်မသွားရသေးဘူးပေါ်မှာလမ်းရှိသေးတယ်
Kick up.
ပေါ်လာမသွားရသေးဘူး သွားပြီလေ ဟုတ်သေးဘူးဒီကောင်လည်းဘာလို့อ่ะကြကြပါမရှိဒီဘွားလည်းပိတ်ထားဘလော့က Iya, sesuatu pingu. Pingu. Suri, con này. Có hiểu à, tiêu à. Thế em. Giờ lên thế em, hoa lên thế em, cùng thế em đi. Để đi mà lên bị thôi.
Ba mana ba?
Cơ mà là.
What's that even, yo? À thì trả lấy đâu, kiện tôi đi à. Con nó y biết cũng. Ủa gì à, quỳ về blue đó. Ôi, ao thế xem luôn à đi. Yes, xem vào việc.
Final Phoenix.
Okay ဒီထိရောက်သွားလားဟောဗျာတော့မရှာတော့လမ်းကတော်တော်ပြောက်နေ Okay game 3 စကွက်တီပဲ
Correct.
That's a scary one. I mean, last game you had Falcons that broke 2 of the unbeaten heroes from BB team with the Puck and Bristle. Let's see.
And the ignored Marcy is actually banned on the side of Falcons, and we will see the Chen from snaking in action.
But we did see this in the first game, right? The idea of BB gave Falcons a dominant hero, and then they picked it apart, right? Same thing could be happening here, where Falcons finally get access to their Chen. Again, very strong hero for them. And yeah, I'm interested to see which angle BB's going to go. Against Chen, you can go for like Primal Beast and really dominant, strong offlaners to try and bully through the lane, not caring about Chen. But you have to respect all the auras they're going to bring.
Oh, just go for the hoodwink again.
Yeah, sure.
3 games in a row, why not? I will say, for similar reasons, Chen is considered pretty good against Hoodwink. You have the mana burn, you're kind of annoying, you can fight back. So both teams, again, should be happy with what's happening. But this is an undefeated hero and a most banned hero against this team for a reason.
I need to see damage on pretty much every pick, though, from BB. If they just go for like light control and scaling, Chen will take over the game. Your 20 to 25-minute important fights around Roshans and towers, you just feel like you won't be killing anyone. So I really want to see...
ဖဲကွန်နိုင်ဖို့ဖြစ်လာပြီလားဖဲကွန်နိုင်ဖို့များဖြစ်လာပြီလား
damage in the early game.
ချန်ကြီးပေးလိုက်ပါတယ်တဲ့ဆန်းကင်းဖမ်းပြီးချန်ပေးလိုက်တယ်နော်နောက်ဆုံးတော့ respect
They do have to open up again.
Marion respect ပေးသွား
They have another band that they can protect themselves with.
Could still
Melanie
they're pretty happy with how their DK
ချန်လဲဆွမ်းနေဒီကောင်တွေက
But if we argue that
တော့ Marion ကဆန်းကင်းတစ်ကောင်နဲ့ဆွမ်းတာမဟုတ်ဘူးနော်အဲ့ကောင်ဘောစီလာတွေလည်းရတယ်
as much.
I think it did a lot for them and it enables their hoodwink. I mean, another approach they could take would be something wild, like picking some anti-zoo hero, like...
ဒီဘက်က Godzilla ထွက်မယ်ထင်တယ်ကိုထင်
Beastmaster
အဲ့တော့ဟိုဝင်အဲ့လို
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to build their own Miro.
bush ဝက်ချိတ်တာလဲ Godzilla ပိုင်းချိတ်ရခတ်တယ်ဟိုကောင်တက်ချိတ်နေတက်ပင်နေကျိုးကုန်အဲ့ဒါနည်းနည်းခတ်
Like AoE is not sure it's good against Chen, but then there's Hand of God, there's a pipe, there's your AoE magic resist creeps, whatever it is, you need to kill this one guy to break this formation. So if you're able to have a single
လောင်းနေပြီလောင်းနေပြီဘဘုံကောင်တွေလောင်းနေပြီ
you have a DK with a hoodwink and give it like another DPS guy that
Don't champ me like that,
first guy, he just gets blasted out of the game through the heals.
Heroes like SD.
စကားတွေအဲ့လောက်ပြောနေရပြီဆိုရင်တိတ် looking မgood တော့ဘူး
That's scary. That's a route BB's going to be taking.
And
Brett's going to be able to pick up another hero to try and combo.
ဖဲကွန်ဝင်တာလေးပြန်ပြီးအိမ်မက်မက်လို့ရပြီ
Has Miro played much of Pangolier? I know that people, this is a hero that tends
but
to be
the
hard
is the future
against
to that
okay
dude.
teams, but I'm not saying they will pick it, but I'm looking more for something like this. I would say there are other heroes like Bristle. They feel like okay early on, but there's a lot of auras and physical like armor that the Chen gives to his teammates where I feel like Bristle isn't actually that amazing against the hero.
Miro has not played Pango so far at this.
Okay, then I feel like that's just not happening.
And are we really just forgetting about Beastmaster? Have they just deprioritized that hero in this series?
Maybe they feel like they will just go for the DK. Why not? Maybe to go back to the Beastmaster, maybe they don't really want to play it into Chen, even though you can still play with, you know, the Axes and the Aghanims. I don't really think it matters.
Well, what if you play it with Chen because it's still in the pool?
Oh, you mean for Falcons?
Sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it would have been good for either.
No, this is yeah, why not?
I mean, we mentioned the DK, but yeah, it's just half of their duo that allows them to play make, lets them set up for quick kills around the map, always have some kind of potential to make it so that Falcons don't farm for free.
Yeah. I mean, you have, in my opinion, one of the two approaches. I like what he mentioned, where you could look for a save, like the SE. Here's the hero that you want with the beast. Yeah, I was saying you can either go for like
yeah ဟုတ်သွားပြီဖဲကွန်ပီကြီးကဟုတ်သွားပြီအဲ့ beast က mid လာမှာတန်ပူဆောင်ကျန်းသွားပြီ Chen ရဲ့ beast ရဲ့ snap ပြီ
don't have the hoodwink, so maybe there's like Grim, there's Snap. God, this looks super chill.
I prefer it with the fact that Maori
ဖဲကွန် game 3 ပဲဟိ
more than offlane. I think
ဒီ
in the
page
way
ကြီးကတော့
that Falcons are playing,
လောလောဆယ်
I
အထိ
don't wanna see Lamar take it to offlane. I want to see it still go to the mid, still be the pick-off style of play, and kind of give life to your game. Because Beastmaster will always activate a snap or a Chen, and then it opens up for both.
ဘာကနတယ်အိုးစူလိုက်ပြုံလိုက်တက်လာတဲ့ကောင်တွေကိုဖြည့်ရှင်းတော့မဆိုးတော့မဆိုး
Iconic TI hero. You've got the scaling, you've got the displacement, you've got RPs, you can flex him, he lanes well. This is just an amazing hero.
Doesn't have the win rate though, but that's okay.
That's okay.
And what if their idea is that because you see a Beastmaster,
နောက်ပိုင်းလူငယ်ဒူတာဆော့တဲ့သူတွေမရှိတော့နေပါဘူးလားဟုတ်တယ်ဒူတာခတ်တာဟုတ်
Magnus is a hero that's good at punishing.
ဒူတာခတ်တယ်
Maybe they want to
requirement များတယ်
to like skewer isolations, maybe forcing them to go a little bit too far out into the map and punishing that with Magnus.
Yep, not opposed to that at all. So like Magnus is a very good insurance policy to have. They just need to make sure they have layers of the fight. And for Falcons, when we talk about the killing that one
Razor တို့ဘာလို့တွေ့ရနိုင်တယ်ဒီပွဲဒီပွဲ Razor တွေ့ရနိုင်တယ်
You get a good enchantment with cast range, you get a blink dagger, you're going to be able to stop that DK hoodwink initiation on a hero. Sure, if you get hit by an RP, you're also going to be dragged back and killed, but there will be so many moments in this game for
မဟုတ်လေအဘာတန်လည်းတွေ့ရနိုင်တယ်အော်အဘာတန်ဘန်ထားတယ်ကွာ sorry ဘာတန်ဘန်ထားတယ်ဆိုတော့ Skita ရဲ့ Razor တွေ့ရဖို့များတယ်
It's like this 1+1 kill combo, sometimes even on multiple people, like 1+5.
Offlane ကတော့မားစီးပဲပြန်ထွက်လာမလား
It's not a hero we've seen too often, but it's a very good
hero.
It's good laning, can have a
ညဟိုဘက်လည်းဒဲတွေကောင်တာတွေထောက်တာချန်
makes it easy for your carry also. It's
ချန်ကောင်တာထောက်သွားပြီဝါလော်ကြီး
You should be chilling.
ကောင်နေနဲ့ကြမ်းလို့မရတော့ဘူးဝါလော်ပိုင်အဲ့ဒါဖက်တယ်ပေါင်းနဲ့အကုန်ခွေးတွေဖြစ်
any offlane combination. Because of the heal, the fatal bonds, in a difficult lane, you shove the wave. In a good lane, you find the kills, right? So Warlock's enabling Pure to utilize that last pick in the draft and go, no matter what you want, we will try and give it life. You're not going to be an anti-mage in the jungle because this Warlock will fix every problem.
Yeah, it also just lets them play versus the Zoo in the sense that you have the fatal bonds for the early group up that's going to happen on the side of Falcons. It seems like they have this idea that they can just punish the early group up with their big team fighting spells. I don't know if I personally believe in that idea. I think playing against Beastmaster plus Chen feels so overwhelming, so exhausting, even if you think you can out team fight them.
It does, and they're proposing some very strong lanes. Like
Most likely,
it's going to be picked later, but Chen plus Troll is Chen is hitting you. Troll is one of the most aggressive carries in lane. He will always help his
support. ကိုင်းနေဟိုနေ့ကတိုင်ဖုန်းနဲ့တော့ဟိုကတော့ beast နော်ဟုတ်တယ်မလားတိုင်ဖုန်းက Mercy carry
He's also not a carry that
အဲ့တော့ Troll နဲ့ beast နဲ့ဆော့သွားတာမှတ်မိပြီ
kill them successfully. Unless you chain it with the RP and you have enough burst to kill him during that, he's going to live through it, turn on his ult, get healed by the Chen, and then the team will turn the fight. It breaks the idea of wanting to skewer back a carry and kill them.
And it feels like every core that Falcons have at the moment is the same recipe, right? They're independent cores that if snaking is a second late with a heal, it's not that much of a problem, right? A mid Beastmaster, he goes for Aghanims, BKB, early refresher. Like, as long as he doesn't die in the RP, he's going to be able to turn it around. Like you mentioned with Troll, the same thing. So Falcons, no matter which core is offered up to the Magnus, there is a chance that the fight can kind of be extended, dragged to the new position, and they can still take it. It's not as if the one person who's dragged away, I'm really sorry, it's not like we're seeing like a sniper or a drow, like these type of heroes that once they're caught, they are just deleted from the game.
So Falcons...
Dead heroes, by the way, at TI. Don't know why
it's true. Like, so Amar has to pick out of phase. Generally, when Falcons play, they like having this double team fight. Like the double jump, like so I'm assuming that they're gonna look for like another beefy guy that's gonna go in. You have a strong lane with Snap, unless they want to run the beast off lane, which I feel like they're probably not going to.
They could play Pango, and then they'll keep it open. Pango could go either mid or off lane.
That's true.
It does seem like Falcons, with the ban of the puck, they still keep it very open as well, where the Mag and the DK are going.
I still do quite like Pango for Falcons, but what I need, regardless of what comes out from Falcons, is a wow factor pick.
စူးစားအာစာတို့ဘူးတောက်မယ်အာစာလည်းမဆိုးအာစာလည်းမဆိုးနှစ်ကောင်လုံးကောင်းတယ်ဆိုးလည်းကောင်းတယ်ဒီကအနောက်မှာ raw ပေးမဲ့ကောင်ရှိနေတော့အဲ့ raw တဲ့ target ကိုအမြန်ဆုံးဖြတ်နိုင်မဲ့carry ပိုကောင်းတယ်ကွာအာစာ true နှစ်ကောင်ကောင်းတယ် pro ကြတော့ lane င်းပါပို okay တယ်အာစာကြတော့ lane င်းသိမ့်မ okay ဘူး lane င်းက magnet နဲ့ဟူဝင်နဲ့ထွက်လာမှာကွာအဲ့တော့အာစာဆိုရင်အလောက်ခံရမယ် pro ကပြန်လှုပ်လို့တော့ရ
like the very last pick of this entire game.
ဟိုကပြန်ပြီးပစိမ်မြန်နေပြန်ပေါက်နေလို့ရတယ်အဲ့တကွက်ရှိရပေါ့နော်
team fight, right? Like one way to start an engagement, right? The Panga that's already been mentioned, the Mars, just if I'm here, we can fight around it. The respect.
The Scar ban coming
That's
out.
Scar ban.
Gotta appreciate
I mean, I guess
that.
it kind of makes sense. Like, if you're a BB team, you most likely want a melee carry in this lane or DK because you do have the Magnus offlane to play with the Empower.
If they don't care about stuns in regards to Mars and Pango, then going back for like the Underlord from Mars could be an option. Just another hero that can quickly jump in. When Mag grabs a hero, you just pit right on top of them, TP in, throw down whatever auras or buffs or right clicks that you want to provide.
Wait, what?
Again, there's a lot of options for Amar. Again, we've listed 3. He might even just probably pick a
Nice win, shit.
Yeah, he's got plenty of good heroes or like signature ones available. You mentioned the Mars. They banned
What?
Ursa.
Cha-ching,
There's some
what
other,
is
like,
that?
even dead heroes. I mean, we don't need to like go down the list. He's
There's
got
so
a lot
many,
of options that are all very good.
Let's see which option Falcons go with for themselves.
How often has the Melon Man been picked at?
我မှနေမမြင်ရ
Not
တော့
very
ဘူး
frequently
What
at
the fuck is
all,
this?
I'll tell you
That's
that.
a bit sad.
That's Tide Hunter.
Yeah.
Hello live stream ကြာသွား
That's
အေး
really
မ
pretty
ကြောက်
cool.
ဘူးတော်သေးတာဟုတ်
Outside of the break of Hoodwink,
အဲ့တော့အကောင်ကြီးကတန်းထွက်သွားတယ်
independent.
ပုံမှန်တစ်ခုလောက်ရိုက်ကြည့်ပါလားအော်
The
တော်သေးတယ်
one
တော်သေးတယ်
other thing for BB team, they have a lot of reserve time later.
ဒီမှာကိုယ့်စီမှာအဲ့ Facebook ရော YouTube ရောအဲ့လိုမျိုးတခါတည်းမြင်ရတဲ့ဟာတခါတည်း stream နေတဲ့ app ကအကောင့်ကထွက်သွားတာခွက်ဆို ကြောင်သွားတယ်
Happy people here.
ပလိန်ထွက်သွားတာနော်
As they should be.
2 seconds.
And just
ဘာမှလည်းမလုပ်ပဲနဲ့
they go for the Mars. Oh, instant Pangolier.
Instant.
They don't even
Instant
think
Mars.
They want it.
ပြောင်းရေး
Of
ပွဲက
course,
ကြည်ကောင်း
the
ပြီလို့
pressure of the
ပန်ကိုလီယာ
to tower, you want a bit of wave clear. BB didn't really have
DK
that hero
carry အောင်ဒီပွဲကြီးက
stop snaking.
မျှသွားပြီအောင် duration over လောက်တယ်ပွဲကတော်တော်မျှသွားပြီ pick က
Now on the mid lane from Pango, he can be that force.
လုံးဝ
time for BB to
လိန်င်းနေတွက်ကြည့်မယ်ဆိုလဲမျှတယ်
Gives me more comfort as
ပန်
well
ကို
in
ရဲ့
their
beast
ability to
ရယ်
play into the
အဲ့တခုရှိတာ
skirmishes
ပန်ကိုအလုံးက
Beastmaster because the reliance on okay Magnus and Warlock are going to
Beastmaster တစ်ခေါက်ရောရင်သွားပြီ
That's
လေ
way too hard. Pango on the other hand, he can always
ပန်ကို
play
လုံးဝ
into
ကောင်းတာ
the
ထောက်ခံတာရတာ
enemy damage and the means to like fight into the arena as well with the Rolling Thunder.
I like this quite a lot. It's quite good against lane, like in the lane against these two. You're physical against the boars. You can kill them.
over
Like you were saying,
overall
the team
ပြောရ
fight
မယ်
against
ဆို
the
ရင်
Gen
Falcon
against
draft
the
ပူကြိုက်
arena. I like it quite a lot.
ပန်ကို
I also
ထောက်
say
ခံ
your
ထားရ
DK
တယ်
takes
ပြီး
me
တော့
back like 1 or 2
မား
years.
ကလည်း
I
ရှေ့မှာ
still own
ဖန်တီး
this
အောင်
hero
မှာဆိုတော့
quite a bit. To me, this is the most even draft that I've seen from the 3 games.
And that says something because if we're looking at Falcon's draft, I
Falcon
feel like that is
draft ပူကြိုက်တယ်
comfort
ဒီပွဲ
all the way. This is a lineup that you could literally hand pick. If this was what Falcons got to this place to begin with, it would be these 5 heroes.
And this is what this series feels like it's becoming, right? After the
Mars snap နဲ့ easy ဟုတ်ပါကိုလည်းကြိုက်
I feel like we're expecting the game 3
Mars
to be
snap
a lot closer.
အတွဲ
Both teams
ပြီးတော့
show that. And yeah, I think Falcons
အဲ့
are very happy.
အလဲက
Very happy.
Beastmaster
I'm interested to see will Skitter and Marine ever
DPK ကဘာလို့ပန်ကိုကင်လဲမသိဘူးသူ့ဟိုမှာ raw မဲ့ကောင်ရှိနေတာလုံးကြီးက
cool little things that can be happening in this game.
I
လုံး
think
ကြီးကလိမ့်လို့
Falcons
ကောင်း
got
ပါ
almost everything that they wanted, and I have a lot of faith in them when they're playing these heroes. For a BB team, what I like that they have is a safe lane that's not going to get completely destroyed like we've been seeing for a while. So maybe their entry point into the mid game will finally be comfortable for once because DK should not die on that lane. I'm saying he should not. With that being said, I do think this Beastmaster plus 10, that's tough to play against.
Yeah, overall, I'm also leading. I would say Falcons, maybe slight favorites. I'm looking for BB team to maybe invade a little bit. You've got the Pango, play to the safe lane, make it happen. But I'm expecting a long, even, close, and hype game.
Oh, we want that. That's what we come here to see here in the Barclays Arena. And it is time for that third and deciding game. Which team will be top 3 guaranteed? Find out with Cap and SVG.
That's right, there is a podium finish on the line for one of these two teams, but there's something even greater on the line here, Avery, a chance at revenge.
Ooh, that is sweet, especially on the TI main stage. There is no better feeling in Dota than knocking out your nemesis. Someone who's been trash talking you, someone that's been saying we're gonna do it to you all year at the biggest point of the season.
Escar was respected once again. One hero player တဲ့ဟဲ့ရောကတိုမီက one hero player တဲ့ဟိုကောင်ပြောချပလိုက်တယ်
Boy,
ရှင်းနေမကောင်း
draft that
ရှင်းနေမကောင်း
scary for a BB team to go up against because
အဲ့လို TI မှာ one hero player လို့ပြောခံရတာကြီးอ่ะကွာမမိုက်ပါဘူးတိုင်းပြလိုက်စမ်းအမားမားစီပါတွေကိုစွမ်းအောင်ကင်ပြလိုက်စမ်း
scalability and snaking is a master on the hero. You gave him the Beastmaster with incredible scaling with double roars going into your hard carry potential. You counteracted a little bit with scale from that Magnus and Warlock, but this could be another game where you just get run down on the towers and it's all on GPK to try and control any of that, right? Like he has to bring some pace with this Pangolier.
What'd you think of the swerve here? We're going to see the Dragonite moved over to the safe lane and instead a different pickup for GPK. Did you like this adjustment? Because
ကိုစီမှာဆော့တဲ့လူတယောက်ကဘုံဖက်ပလက်ယူဘုံဖက်ပလက်တီးထားတာ
It's just pure
ဖက်ပလက်
saying, I don't want to get punished.
ဘုံဖက်ပလက်
I'm going to construct a
အေးမိ
safe
သွား
lane
ပြီ
that I know I'll be
ဘ
able
ုံ
to
ဖက်ပလက်ဆောင်းအကြီးကျယ်တီးထားတာနော်
Yeah, maybe the punish
Oh,
comes Skeeter's
oh,
way
Mateo.
instead. Does not happen here for first
ဘုံ
blood.
ဖက်ပလက်ကိုအားပေးနေတာကိုက
Phase will still
Oh my
have that
god
opportunity.
Not the
Oh
best
my
chase down
god.
for that first blood you've ever seen.
No, not great, not great.
I think this is BB compensating. Like it's really hard to fix gameplay in a series compared to draft.
ကြီးကျယ်တီးထားတာ
And they're going to try and
ဖက်ပလက်ဘက်
fix
ဘုံ
the lane
အိုး
issue
လာ
by
လာ
using
မရပါဘူးတဲ့ကွာ
Use that safe lane. That was the biggest pressure point teams have exploited. That was the biggest pressure point in that game too. They got that last pick in the draft, so they were not counter cheese picked. That's a big component of it. But Warlock DK, I mean, if you can't farm the lane with Warlock DK, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's true. Now looking at it that way, they really did put a heavy emphasis in making sure that Pure actually got to play Dota in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, he will be able to lane. He will probably have more CS at the 3-minute mark than he had at the 6 or 7 last game.
Yeah.
And this DK was a very successful hero for them in that game one. It gives you a lot of scale. It can be a tough hero for Falcons to just power through because it has some extra sustain, armor, scalability in the late game fight. I think it can be a pretty nice matchup against the Mars as well. Some cool things going for the BB in this draft, particularly if they can get the bonds and the empower online. I mean, their team fight is insane with Warlock.
သူကဟက်ကေငယ်တော့ဝင်ကောင်မယုံပြတ်တော့ဘူးဆိုတဲ့သဘောပဲ ဝိသားမိုးကုံသွားလို့တဲ့
They do not want to get BKB TP'd out ever.
ဝိသားကိုလည်းစဉ်းစားလို့မရဘူးဘာလို့ပြောက်သွားလဲပေါ့ကိုဒီပွဲကိုရေသာထွက်လာမယ်တော့ထင်တာ
What about
စကီတာရေသာအချက်ချက်ထထပြီးချမ်းတယ်အဲဘီယွန်ကောလည်းတွေပါယူတာ
Still comes back for TI.
ဒီပွဲယူတဲ့နေတော့ DK ကိုဒါမှမဆုတ်လိုက်ရုံပဲ easy ပဲ
The matchup they ended up against. I mean, the Beastmaster obviously has the counter to the Rolling Thunder later on, but Matt, like laning fight phase-wise, it's actually pretty good for me.
ဖက်ပလက်လေးအားပေးလိုက်အောင်မခဏ
He's chilling here. Especially if you can
But
get
that,
some
you
powers,
need-
if you can ever
Olu
invade
ah.
and steal stacks away from the Beastmaster, you come online a little faster. The mid beast can be
But that
slow.
all in
If he loses lane, if he loses some stacks,
My
you
ma
fall
basu
into
la
that
be.
pattern trying to farm for that
Oh,
big
but-
item for a long time. GPK can drive the pace of this game. He's had a really good series so far. I think even in that puck
ဖက်ပလက်အရာနိုင်ဆုံးကအပေါ်လန်းကွာဘဘုံဘက်ကဖက်ပလက်အရာနိုင်ဆုံးကမကနဟူဝင်အတွဲကအရာနိုင်ဆုံးပဲ
15 and 6.
နှစ်ကောင်လုံးကစပဲတွေနဲ့
Really nice start for
အ
him.
တန်း
On the
ပါ
flip
တယ်
side, Skeeter up there on that troll.
စပဲတမ်းမစ်တွေပါတယ်
Not having the best early time despite having the Chen.
အခက်တာဟိုဘက်ကလည်းချန်ကြီးဖြစ်နေတယ်
CSing against the
control
super high
ကြီး
base
ဖြစ်
damage on this
ထိုးတော့
Magnus.
တက်အခက်တယ်ချန်ကချန်တော့နည်းနည်းလွယ်မလားအဝေးမှာနေတဲ့ဟီ
Over
ရို
time, the troll wins this because of the impact.
ဟီရိုပစ်ကဖဲသလားအဖဲချက်ပဲဟီရိုပစ်ကဒူရေးရှင်အိုဗာမှာဒီပွဲကျင်းတယ်တော့ပဲအနည်းဆုံး40
They've
Go,
already
Ma.
used a lot of the
Go,
resources
Tino.
on the troll, but he gets Lotus, so this is actually a big win.
ဟိုက
Not all
နောက်ဆုံး
CS
ဂိမ်း
of the
နောက်ဆုံး
tower into the
series
Lotus,
အဲ့လို
so
အသေးအတန်ကြုံရမယ့်ပွဲ
mana
လို့
pool for those
ထင်တယ်
axes, continue winning this lane, try and delay the Magnus Helm as long as you can, because once that's up, these heroes become way harder to kick out a lane. Nice bonds on this bottom
well,
lane
my
for the
shoulder,
Mars
man.
as Save also taking some harassment. These lanes are heating up. I mean,
ချန်တောက်လျှောက်ဟီး
there's
နေ
going
တာ
to be a
ပေါ့
kill here soon because nobody wants to abandon these lanes as you try and race towards the Helms. Don't want to be giving up free CS, and at the same time, there's a lot of harassment coming through.
First blood is still on the table.
This mana burn is
ဘီယေရိုကရှောတော့မယ်ကွာ
I don't know what you're supposed to do against it if you're Miro. Just get wand charges and spam for some range creeps, but this lane is getting really difficult. Strong start, impossible lane to win over the long run.
ဖြည်းဖြည်းချင်းသွင်းလျှော့နေတာကွာစနီး
And
ကင်း
the
ရပြီလား
spear into the tower, not quite good enough. They do have the God's Rebuke to push him back under the tower. And even a blood grenade to try and slow him down. But Amar taking too much damage, and they didn't have the burst anyway. If it was just a little bit longer, they would have had the pin, and maybe that would have served to be enough damage. But as it stands, the sustain on this lane, it's pretty overwhelmed.
I mean, again, they built this lane to say, I don't care what you do, I'm not
Ah,
gonna
sure,
have a bad
mate,
laning
Amar.
phase, and this DK will be guaranteed a good laning phase here. Bonds is super good against Mars. Just painful to fight through. So this will be
Oh,
an
my
even
face.
laning phase
Eh,
for once in the
eh.
series, by the
မ
way.
နာမရှိဘူးမီယေရိုက
If you're a BB fan, that's got to be a nice sight to see.
What are the adjustments that you think Falcons made in turn?
I mean, let's be real. This team doesn't really adjust, right? They just play their game. They're gonna pick their heroes.
Yeah.
They're gonna do what they've done for 2 or 3 years now. You know what's coming. It's just a matter of can you out execute them in the team fights? Can you outscale them? And can you survive the laning phase? I mean, there's not a single hero in this draft that anybody is surprised to see Falcons playing.
Yeah, I actually think the only everybody is playing one of their quintessential heroes except for maybe Crit. I don't really think of him as Snapfire. Obviously, he's played it a fair amount, but
he's super comfortable on any of these.
香港 Dominator ပြန်လို့ရလားတဲ့ ရတယ်
Obviously, this is one of the best combos you can get your hands on, right?
ဒါပေမဲ့ Chan Dominator ကောင်ပြန်ယူလို့မရတော့ဘူးလားမသိဘူး Hero တိုက်ဖြစ်သွားတယ်
Obviously, when you get
မသိကြဘူးအဲ့ဒါမသိကြ
that
ဘူး
is also
ပြန်ယူလို့ရလားမရ
a
လား
Get the arena with the kisses
Chan ကောင်
going.
ယူလို့ရတာ
Team
တော့
fight
သိကြတယ်
victory early on guaranteed.
Nice bombardment threat against the Pangolier. If you go in and stun this Pangolier, suddenly these kisses start coming through. He might not have time to get the Rolling Thunder out. You might not have time to bail him out.
နှစ်တင်းလုံးကလေးတွေတိုက်ပြီးထားတော့ကွာသိလားစောင်းရမ်းနေထိန်းကစားနေရသိလား Hero K ဟာမဖြစ်တော့ဘူးလုံးဝအဲ့လို ဖက်လက်ဆိုတာနဲ့စောင်းရမ်းနေလေးတိုက်တော့မှာ tip တွေလာတော့မှာမလို့လားမသိဘူးဟေး
As many bracers as he builds up, he simply does not have the HP regen to deal with all this harassment.
And first power rune goes GPK's way. Maybe not the rune he wanted, but he'll snag it up here, and he's still top of that CS chart by a couple denies here.
Does feel like Falcons have given GPK a lot of runes in this series.
Just not their biggest priority, right? They're more of a stack, farm-oriented team than a get early power runes and make aggressive plays with them team. It's a stylistic choice. It will give GPK a little more freedom, but then it's up to BB team to use that to build an advantage. Not always the easiest against this team that's very disciplined and doesn't provide a lot of openings. They maintain their resources well. They keep high HP pools. They TP you and react very quickly. Something like going for a dive play under a tower to kill a troll with a power rune or something can easily go against you.
ခုနမင်းရှိနေပြီစီးစီးတဲ့ပတ်ပလက်ပတ်ထားတဲ့လူလုံးဝမခံစားနိုင်တော့
BB team are clearing out some stacks. It leaves the troll alone in lane, which the Chen is happy with. Staking's just been able to play farming jungle.
Build your own Dominator.
That's true.
စကီတာလည်းဖတ်တယ်နော်အပေါ်မှာ free fan အေးအပေါ်မှာ crit ကြလာပြီပတ်ပလက်ဖဲကိုများယူသွားတော့မှာလား save ကတော့အရှိတက်မလာရေးဘူးကွာဒီကောင်
That is true.
လန့်နေဟိုကပျောက်နေတယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့ crit ပျောက်နေတယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့
This seems a bit of a stretch. If he can get the cookie onto the troll and he slows down the hoodwink, then maybe, but
I mean, this tells you how strong that safe lane is for BB. That Crit doesn't feel like he.
ပန်ကိုရောက်လာပြီပန်ကိုရောက်လာပြီအပေါ်ပန်ကို rolling ပါညာနဲ့ချတော့မှာဖက်ပလက်တော့ဖြစ်ပြီ
But GPK is wanted to rotate up to this top lane
Eh,
already once,
eh,
and now
Fabula-
he finds some time to make that rotation come
Oh,
through.
cookie,
trying to
eh,
push
yellow
through,
there, yellow there, yellow there.
tries to skirt the edges, gets the other side of the cliff. It gets him
The
away from
crew wall.
Rolling Thunder, but still,
Huh?
Save and Mira will pursue. Blood grenade to try and slow
Eh,
down Mira. Good swap,
show
and they got it. First blood goes the way
Whoa!
of BB.
ဟုတ်ပါပြီဟုတ်ပါပြီ
A
လုံး
lot of resources, but they get it. They defend the
ယော
push.
ဟေးဖက်ပလက်အားပေးပေးနေရ
You give up an amp damage to Maureen. That was kind of the downside of pushing GPK up there. And
ယော10မိနစ်မှာဖက်ပလက်တယ်ဒါတော့ပန်ကိုလေးကဆင်နေမို့လို့မသေးချင်းနဲ့သေသွားတာ
Felt like they didn't think there was a lot of places to attack on the map. That was their best choice, but it still felt a little forced that early on.
Especially if Maureen isn't matching the rotation.
play အောက်မှာတင်းတွေအကုန် play style ချင်းသွားဒါတတိထားမိလား
damage, but it came at a certain
ဖြစ်မှာပဲလေအဲ့လိုပဲဖြစ်မှာ
I think there's definitely some mid
info တွေစုထားပြီးွားရလေ group stage ကရတဲ့အဲ့လို info တွေအကုန်လုံးစုထားပြီးွားရဆိုတော့ play style တွေကအဲ့ဒီဟာတွေကို react လုပ်ပြီးတော့ပဲကစားရတော့မှာ hero pit ban play style အကုန် adjust ကမှာကွာဖြစ်မှာအဲ့ကြောင့် pit တွေပါဆိုလဲအဲ့လိုဘန်းကန်ရတယ်များတယ်ကွာသိမှာ hero ဆိုလဲ group မှာ channel တဲ့ကောင်တွေဆိုရင်မရတော့ဘူးကွာအဲ့တော့ကစားကပတ်တွေကချင်းလို့လည်းမရ
This is not an easy kill. Managed to get the Dragon Tail, stopping the spear, but there is still going to be that roar and a follow-up spear after that.
ပြီးရကြံသေးတယ်
Maybe today or maybe never. Amar just holds on to it and lets Malreen's
ဘန်ကီက tree ုံပြောင်းတာ enemy ကဘယ်လိုသိနိုင်လဲမသိနိုင်ဘူးမသိနိုင်ဘူးမဟုတ်ဘူးဘယ်လိုပြောရမလဲ
Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. There's the
ကလစ်ထောက်လို့ရတယ်
Still having the best game on.
မမမမြင်ရဘူးမန်အဲ့လို3ပုံပြောင်းထားလို့လှုပ်မနေဘူးကွာအဲ့3ပဲဒီတိုင်းရှိနေတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့3ကို click ထောက်လို့ရတယ်ဒီတိုင်းကမသိနိုင်ဘူးဒီတိုင်းကမမလည်းမမြင်ရဘူးလှုပ်လဲလှုပ်မနေဘူးဆိုရင်ဘယ်လိုမှမသိနိုင်သိနိုင်တဲ့တစ်ခုကအနားမှာစပယ်သွားတော့သူ့ click ထောက်အဲ့တစ်ပင်ကို click ထောက်ကြည့်ဒါပဲရှိတယ်
pools are pretty lackluster. Your spells can be equally as important. Diffusal can absolutely do some heavy lifting here in the early game. Rune denied from a boar. GPK will have to settle for some tower damage as Maureen pulls ahead off the stacks, man. This is classic mid-Beastmaster gameplay. He got that one nice gank with the power rune that he did get and then straight in the jungle. Clears through all the stacks before any contest comes through. He is giga farmed right now.
You fought and died with
Crit bites out of smoke. We'll see what they do with that because Maureen has headed back to base and he's going to heal up right as his TP comes up and he has another 12 seconds to roar. So I imagine you clear out this mid lane and then you and the Snapfire go from there.
You have really good single target focus from a decent range. You don't want to go into being.
Oh, nice cookie play. Crit. He'll get the solo on save and an extra bit of damage on GPK. Very nice.
Big plays coming out on this mid lane. That's going to finish his arcane boots. Nice little pickup in XP as well. Level 7 3/4 on this snap.
Yeah, massive level difference between the two.
I don't even know where he found all these levels because he made the one move top but didn't really work. He abandoned bottom early.
I think he probably shared some of the experience from the stacks. Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge level difference. And these are the two playmakers for the squad. Almost level 8, and this Hoodwink is still level 4 for save. Incredibly sacrificial game from him.
It is also part of the MO of Falcons because
အင်သာလုပ်တဲ့ကိုရှိရဲ့အသင်က TI ဝင်တာဖြစ်နိုင်တာပေါ့အင်းပေါ့အဲ့ကိုတေချာအဲ့လို insight ကောင်းနဲ့အင်သာတကယ်လုံနိုင်တဲ့ဟာ impact ကကွာတယ်ကွာပြီးတာတယ်အဲ့လိုပုံမှန် average insight ရှိတဲ့ coach နဲ့တကယ်ကို top tier ရှိတဲ့ insight ရှိတဲ့ coach နဲ့ကကွာတယ်ကွာအဲ့မှာအသင်ရဲ့ဒီ performance အဲ့30ရာခိုင်နှုန်းလောက်အဲ့လိုသိတာမယ်ကွာဒီပြင်ကျန်တဲ့ဒီဟိုပါပေါ့နော်ကျန်တဲ့ drafting ပိုင်းတွေကလည်းသူပဲပြင်ဆင်ပေးရတာများတာဆိုတော့
Channel your inner
ကိုရှယ်ရူကသိတာ
Just make top 3.
Maureen a regen rune and 1,000 gold left to that point booster. Meanwhile, Pure, he's having a great time.
Oh, this is the best early game he's had.
Seriously.
It's amazing for him. And he's just going to pick up the farm pace from here. And the flip side of that is, I say this very rarely, but it is ATF coming out of lanes the poorest.
Yeah.
Not something he likes to see, not his usual play style. So he'll have to make it up with some cheap utility here. He's looking at like Yule's Blink. He can play the fights for his other two cores and catch up that way, but it's going to be slow from him. Smars really got punished on that lane from the Warlock pick. That was its job. It did that. And now you get to hold on to its ult for the right fights. If
they really want that Pango. This is where that smoke was going to come into play. The arena into a GPK. Can he get ahead of it? The spear, it stops.
Oh, arena မသုံးနိုင်ဘူးလား
Now you don't have a stun to stop it.
Oh, ဒီကောင် arena ဖွင့်ဖို့လက်ရွယ်ပြီးတော့
GPK will slow down Amar, do a little damage before he rolls on out of there. So the arena kisses combo does not come out.
Didn't get the cookie connection they were looking for. That's a tough kill regardless. You just don't know where that Warlock is. You can drop a rock, interrupt if they really needed it. ATF's game continues to be a little slow here.
Well, Skeeter, he's got to his Battle Fury, so he's feeling fine, and he will likely start pulling ahead of this Dragon Knight if things stay calm.
I mean, it is always scary to go even or lose early game slightly to the Magnus lineup.
Do you think that's scarier than going even against a troll lineup?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Magnus at TI, man, this hero can do work. People play a little more scared. They get caught off a little more easily. How many games have we seen Magnus pull ahead, right? I don't even have to name the players that have won that Aegis on this hero for everybody to know who I'm talking about.
I guess the way I see it, though, they are such a stun-oriented lineup. If this game goes late, I think the troll is kind of unstoppable. Like, he's going to have that battle
အသေးအတန်ချကြမယ်တင်တာ14မိနစ်ကိုနှစ်ကောင်
You are right.
ကောင်းတယ်
There's not a lot
အကုန်လုံးအိပ်ပျော်အောင်လို့
prevents the troll doing what he wants to do in the fight. It's just a matter of can you survive it and push through it with the scaling on your cores. I will
Falcon
say
Pepe, I'm out of that.
defense. Like, what is there to
Now my
stop the
AUI
skill play?
ni through coach ka.
It's pretty much the roar interrupt.
AUI load
Yeah,
that.
really on point. There's no Rubik in this game. There's no one dying to just drop a
Amar, he's immediately going to break the smoke. He's got a shield room
Hey,
too to
Miero.
help take the damage.
မိသွားပြီ more time မှာ kiss စခရူဝါနဲ့ထွက်လို့မရဘူးအပီတော့သုံးတယ်အိုးရမသေးသေးဘူးနော်ဂိုလန်ကျဲသွားပြီဒီဘက်မှာ raw ထားလိုက်ဘက်မှာအလုံးကြီးက raw ခံထားရတယ်စကီတာ level 6မရှိဘူး
With the extra life on Maureen, they do not want to be fighting into this Beastmaster with the Ags. That means GPK, he's going to roll on out of here. They've already lost one
GPK
hero, and they've
အမတကများသေးဘူးကလိုက်လို့မရ
heavy losses to BB team. They cannot afford for GPK's game to slow down much more.
That could have been an amazing fight for them. 4-man bonds off that flank in the river, but the roar comes out of the Pangolier, stops all the damage in its tracks. The counter is working for Falcons right now, and Maureen, he just had such a fast game. You're able to push
and
the
troll, he already used his battle trance, plus he wasn't the one to take the Aegis. A
Ooh,
cookie saves him.
စကီတာဖင်ရနေတယ်စကီတာ
out there, 70 HP. Maureen looking
အေးချက်ကဟိုဟာကိုပေးတာ beast ကိုပေးတာ
but no roar available.
ကဲအခုတော့ Falcon 9ကိုပဲကြံတယ်ဟဲ့လား
Get the D1
Falcon 9ဝိုင်းတော့ပြီးသွားပြီဒီည
successful objective based move for Falcons.
ဟောပေါ့ဘူး
Not completely snowballing this game like we saw.
Falcon
previously,
please.
but They are controlling the pace right now.
Baron beast ကိုတော့ယုံတယ်ကွာအဲ့ကောင်နောက်ပိုင်း refresher on နဲ့
You still gotta
နှု
get
တ်ပေး
this
မှာ
tier 1 bottom. I
နှစ်
can't
ခေါက်
believe
raw
this tower's still up actually.
အဲ့စကီတာဆောက်သုံးမကြမှာပဲဆိုရယ်စကီတာခုတ်ပေးနိုင်မှာမလားအဲ့ဒါ
One by default.
အဲ့ဒါပဲကြောက်ရ
You have to use this Aegis to clear out the junk down here.
နော်လက်ကြီးလို့တော့မလုံးနဲ့လို့ပါ
Excuse me, Pure has been able to just dragon form off cooldown and play in both on the tower and farming those ancients, but move to the other side of the map. Falcons will finally take the safe lane tower. They also took the mid tower at the same time thanks to the Chen. I mean, the Chen's start going to be impactful. He's got the drums. Once you get the mech, it's going to be a lot of early game. BB team.
ပန်ကိုလိုလေးက physical ဆိုတော့ဘာလို့ bash တို့
separate
refuse အဖက်တို့မဝင်တာလေ
that Falcons has. He needs his blink.
physical damage တိုင်းကအဲ့လိုအဖက်တွေမဝင်ဘူးလေ
Especially if the towers start getting sieged.
အဲ့လိုပြောသေးဆို base ပဲစူးခါတာ bash တွေဝင်နေတော့မှာပေါ့မနောက်နဲ့
Team fight.
စပယ်စပယ်ပဲ
It'd be very interesting to see when Falcons decide to group up this game, because grouping up can cost you.
အဲ့လို
a lot
physical
of
attack
damage.
hit တဲ့ဟာမျိုးတွေပဲ
Just put the map
အဖက်က
just
ဝင်
putting
တာ
the map against
bash
the
တို့
power
chain
farm
တို့တို့က
feels a
diffuser
little
တို့က
bad in itself. You really have to make these moves count when you combine the Beastmaster and the Mars here. Try and take away PB's space. Like, that's the biggest factor right now. If you can take camps away from their empower
မိလား
farmers.
မိသွားပြီ
He still gets the arena on Pure.
Oh, there.
Kisses,
Roar.
roar, so much damage, man.
Sure.
Pure doesn't stand a chance. Still, though, BB team, if they could get some sort of skewer RP, they have a chance to punish, but no. The Rolling Thunder doesn't hit. Amar is able to blink it out. And that was an Arcane Rune use, too. So the arena is not going to be on cooldown for long.
GPK just messed up the roll in there. Just didn't get in there in time. Awkward space to fight for that Pangolier, and your DK's dead no matter what. This is not a lineup that really wants to react to Falcons jumping one of your big damage dealers. You have the blink on the Magnus, so you have a little turnaround potential, but that's the strength of the kisses in this early game. Once that hero's pinned, once he's stunned, he's pretty much dead. Even if you go in and counter initiate, the damage is going to be done.
A lane ward, Miro. He could have gone for that Snapfire, opted against it.
Nearly.
This lineup's picking up steam. This is where Chen starts to feel really scary.
All right, just flat out RP him. They do finally pull the trigger on that one. I'm sure Crit realizes, yeah, there's some sort of lane ward. He's already pinging it out.
That'll get the job done. There is an RP connection. Slow this pace down, take at least one of these heroes off the map.
I think there is a lot of weight here on Miro's shoulders. He's got to continue to find pickoffs like that, and not just with an RP, but Amar, he's already struck first. Got the pin right next to Skeeter. You could not ask for a better setup if you're the carry troll.
I intercepted that move perfectly. I think they were heading towards Pure, but they'll take the Magnus for sure. ATF, he's not done.
Amar's crazy, man. He's just blinking into 1v2. There was no upside to that. He just wanted to taunt Pure.
I mean, the upside is you send a message. Maybe they start thinking they have vision there.
The real vision is in the triangle. They do know about it.
Oh.
Dragon Tail stops Amar. He doesn't actually hit the spear into the trees.
But they do have good control of the area.
လေဘော်တင်တာထည့်ထားရင်တော့မိတယ်အမှားဒါပေမဲ့သူဓာကာနဲ့လေဘော်တင်တာကိုသူအကြာကြီးစဉ်းစားပြီးဓာကာဖက်ဆိုင်တန်ပဲထည့်ချလိုက်ဟုတ်ပါတယ်
That's about it.
open နေ
They cannot afford to lose too many of these ancient spawns before you just have to take the fight straight up. That's what Falcons want, fighting into the Chen, into the BKB troll. This Chen is going to give you a lot of auras to play with. It's going to buff up the EHP across the board. And an easy Tormentor cleanup for this troll.
And Crit, who already bought out his shards, so Akor had an opportunity to get it. And Falcons, they roll real well on the 50-50. Amar's going to get the shard. We'll see if he can hit the two-man spear.
Absolutely can find some two-man spears in this game. I mean, this Pango is a great target, no BKB. The Magnus BKB is going to be a long ways away. Especially if you can catch some of these supports in the arena.
All right, BB team, feels like it's about time for them to strike back. Pure has his BKB. So he could deal with the overwhelming damage that Falcons is throwing his way, as long as he doesn't get chain stunned. He can stand up to the troll, but what about his backline? The two supports, and there it is!
Beautiful.
He got the shard, and it immediately pays off with the two-man spear. Now they're going to catch Spear. No, wait. A skewer back into the tier 2. RP to lock him down underneath this tower. Amar in trouble. They can try and get what heals they can. Not good enough. Skeeter, he pops his ultimate, but that's a Dragonite. It's a pretty tanky hero. The help of Malrine, though, the BKB does not allow him to stand tall. Malrine gets through that BKB.
Once the Beastmaster there, that fight is over. Nice connection with the RP on the Mars, but that's the downside of using it on one hero. Falcons play these tri-core lineups. It's going to free up the fight for the other two. You just go in, pick your mark, find the big kill on this Dragon Knight. First BKB usage.
ဒီဝက် DK ကိုခုတ်ချင်တော့ MKB ထည့်ပါရမယ် MKB ဒါမှမဟုတ် chain 2တဲ့ဆိုင်တော့ Fury MKB ကတော့ပိုကောင်းပါ DK armor ကိုရင်းလို့ရ budget damage.
This is exactly how they like to play and build an advantage. You have to either match it or find ways to kill their supports first. And so far, it's just been the other way around. It's ATF finding your backline, taking your control out of the fight.
ဘာပဲထားလဲ Falcon ဝင်တာ
GPK can do it alone. I don't think this Pango can go in, find the Chen, and just bring him down 100-0 in a timely manner. Especially against the Roar. Maybe later on you have some Lincolns, some nonsense like that, it's a different story. But right now, this Beast protects the backline, and the backline protects the front line. Formation from Falcons is hard to break.
Well, it looks like BB team is going to just have to play defense for the foreseeable future, which is fine. I mean, they've shown multiple times on both the road to TI and here on the main stage itself that they are more than capable of making comebacks.
There's only so much defense you can play, though.
ပိုက်လို့ပဲပိုက်ကလည်းအေးပေါ့မက်ကနဲ့ဒီကောင်ဘယ်တော့မှပိုက်မသွားဘူးဂိမ်း1တော့ကလည်းကြည့်ပါလား Distal ဘက်ကိုဒီဘက်မှာစမ်းကင်းတွေဟိုဟာတွေအများကြီးစပဲတွေပါတာကို Distal ဘက်ကိုပိုက်မသွားဘူးအဲ့ကောင်ဂိမ်း1တော့ဒါခမ်းပတ်ပြီးနိုင်ဝါခဲ့တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ပေါ့နော်အခုဒီဂိမ်း3ဆိုလဲဒါပိုက်လို့တယ်မားစေ Snapfire တွေစပဲတွေကွာ
Yes, and Falcons did set the pace very early on. They took a super fast Roshan.
အားလည်းတော့မသိဘူးအဲ့
Ring
ကောင်
inside 23-minute second Rosh.
Yeah, this is why you take that early. So if BB are just going to turtle, if they're going to play a strong defensive game, you just take the biggest objectives away from them and you accelerate out of control.
ဘဘုံကစမ်းကင်းနဲ့ခြံတဲ့ကိုကောင်းလေး
to that play.
စမ်းကင်းပန်းပြီးခြံပေးလိုက်တာလေမားတော့မား
The scan behind the tower doesn't find GPK. Falcons still go looking anyway.
Surprised they didn't jump the base there.
Don't find him there. Now another ward placed behind the tier 2 to see if he'll poke his head out in the mid lane.
GPK
is dodging all of these plans from Falcons.
Sentry လည်းမရှိဘဲနဲ့အဲ့မှာလည်းဝတ်ထောင်လိုက်ရောအမားတွေပြကတင်းကတင်းနဲ့အားလဲပေါ့ဝတ်ထောင်လိုက်တဲ့အတန်များကြားလာမဆိုင်ပါဘူး
You don't need a kill to force this objective. BKB on the Mars.
ဘလို့သိရတော့
Amar has recovered really
BBK စစ်ဆန်ကြောက်စရာကြီးဟာ
This gives you the confidence to just force the play. It's unlikely BB can test. You would have to get this Magnus somewhere close in the vicinity and find a big RP. I mean, your lineup is great around the pit. There's no denying that. It's very tempting to contest this.
Rainbow TPs, all of BB team. They're going to come down here. The Roshan roars, and Falcons will back away after the roar. They smoke up. They want to get that initiation first. It's going to break on Malrine. GPK with his fresh blink dagger
He blinks backwards, trying to deal with the boards. But Amar, the roll-up goes out, and GPK has a chance. Can he get off the rolling thunder? Can he roll away out of this? Now with the goal being dropped. No, he got lined up by Skater. He rolls
Skater 难တော့မှချုပ်ချပလိုက်တယ်။ရောက်ရေးဟိုဟာကြီးဝင်ပြီးတော့ချုပ်သွား။ Arena လာပြီ။အခုမှ Arena လာတာ Pure ကိုခွဲထားလိုက်ပြီ။သူ့တင်းနဲ့ Pure ကိုခွဲထားလိုက်ပြီ။ Oh အဲ့ဒါကိုပြောတာလေပန်မိုလီယာဘာလို့ပစ်လဲလို့ let's pick ကိုဟိုက raw ထားလိုက်တယ်အဲ့မှာအလုံးကြီးကအဲ့တိုင်း
there was just not much GPK could do
အားလုံးလို့မရဘူး GPK ဘလောက်ကောင်းကောင်း Beast ကသူ့ပဲတဲ raw မှာဒါတော့တစ်ခေါက်ပဲရှိသေးတယ်နောက်ပိုင်း refresher ပါလာရင်အဲ့ကနန်းကငြိမ်ပြီပဲ
has the sustain to back him up you're just never going to burst him down you have to be able to win that long fight and that means landing an RP on multiple heroes that spear just forced so much chaos out of this BB team lineup
အဲ့ကြောင့် raw ထားလိုက်တယ်မလုံးလုံးကြီး
just not the best
လုံးကြီးအကြာကြီးပဲ
he's always going to get spells
ပြီးတော့ချုပ်သွား
Yeah GPK I mean what a beautiful reaction to get the roll up there in the first place but it's just he's stuck in a situation he's countered by too many heroes there's two different BKB piercing disables that are going to go through that rolling thunder
just no way to take that fight when Amar gets the jump like that's what these fights are coming down to you have to either land a massive RP or get the jump of your own and Falcons are always one step ahead of you they're playing really well right now really fast
a second Aegis and this time a banner potentially for a high ground push but as you said BB team you're going to be pushing into a Magnus
have a look at the auras and the utility they're getting up right now Mech, Vlad's drum, Cobalt Cup done on the Chen.
okay.
Solar Crest plus, well, Blink Dagger flying in for crit.
Got a little ice armor in there, plus
all the creep auras.
If you could get the pick up of the Magnus, if you could just get a free high ground push, what a world it would be for Falcons. Maureen finds that opening. Will Falcons push it?
This is escalating too fast for the pace that BB want right now. And the push is coming. Falcons are not going to wait. They are not going to extend this game. They're going to make you find an opening.
23 seconds left.
Just harassing Pure.
Yep. Seeing if he can get a BKB out of Pure. Seeing if he can slow him down. But with the banner and another 12 seconds, it's just...
Duration over လို့ထင်တာဟဲ့အောင်ဘယ်ဘုံကဘာမှမလုံနိုင်ခွေးဖြစ်ပြီ
So many buffs behind him right now.
တကယ်တော့မျှတယ်ကွာဝါလော့နဲ့ဒီကောင်ကြီး RP ကောင်းကောင်းမကျွေးနိုင်လို့ပန်ဂိုလီယာရိုလင်ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုရင်တော့
all you can do is give up a rack
ဝါလော့နဲ့ RP နဲ့ရှိနေတယ်တကယ်ဆိုရင်ဒီကောင်နဲ့လုံးဝအဲ့လိုတခုဆိုတာနဲ့အဲ့လိုကွဲနေဘုံကကြည့်
What a scan man absolutely on point Falcons they can taste victory right now
ရအောင်လန့်နေအဲ့ဒါလည်းဟိုဟာကြောင့်ပါပါတယ် ADF ကြီးဝင်ပြီးစပီးယားတွေရှောက်လုံနေလို့ပါဒီဘက်ကောင်တွေကကောင်းကောင်းနေရမယူရအောင်မက်ကနက်ဆိုလည်းအခုတည်းက RP ကောင်းကောင်းကိုသူစပြီးလှုပ်ခွင့်ရတယ်ဆိုတာတော့မရှိဘူးဖြစ်
And Falcons knew after he took that mid tower, he was not going to back up. He was going to keep sticking around, trying to play greedy, trying to play for more farm. And that will be his
ရောင်းနေချန်ပေးလိုက်တာလေတမင်ကိုသိရမလားဆန်းကင်းဖမ်းမယ်โอเคချန်ထွက်လာရင်ငါတို့ဝါလုံးနဲ့ရှင်းမယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့ပေးလိုက်တာပဲခက်တာ ADS ဆွတ်ပြီးတော့မှုီနောက်နေတာ position မရဘူးဖြစ်
losing wisdom shrine to the Chen right now rough stuff do finish up the BKB on the Magnus that's your hope for this next fight all eyes on Miro
SK မဟုတ်လဲဆွမ်းတယ်ဟုတ်တယ် Falcon အန်နာ3ပွဲဟုတ်ပါ
This was a
let's put it စေးထိုးနေတာဒီကောင်ကကျန်းတယ်လို့ပြောပါတယ်ဒီကောင်က Godzilla ကျန်သေးတယ်အဲ့ဒါ Marine က Godzilla လဲဆွမ်းတယ် Falcon အခု Beast ဒီကောင်ကရရင်ရတယ်လို့ဆွမ်းမှာနော် Falcon ဆိုတာတက်ဘိတ်နေတာ Falcon ဘန်းရဲ့ Beast နဲ့ကြုံမှာနှစ်ကောင်လုံးဘန်းရင် Godzilla ထွက်လာလိမ့်မယ် Godzilla ရှိမယ်နောက်မြင့်မာဒီကောင်ဖမ်းပြီးတော့ကျန်းတာဆိုရင်ဟုတ်တယ် Godzilla ကဖမ်းပြီးကျန်းတာ Pascal ထွက်လာလဲ AC ပဲနောက်ကနေ creep ပတ်စားတယ်
like this hero has a something different he used to be picked up because it was an aura and a zoo hero right and then maybe this BKB piercing disable is going to be good but now it's just carries through team fights by itself and as you go late it's still helping out this troll this attack speed buff is allowing the troll to get to those max fervor stacks nice and quick. We're going to see that happen again. As he assaults a tier 3 with 70 seconds left on the Aegis.
That's the crazy part. You still have a minute here. This Aegis period has felt like forever.
Miro, he's got to do something wonderful here. And it may have to be more than just getting a skewer back on the troll. He's going to start
hold it. I'm a roll. You got roll. Rolling the now roll. Move. The battery about shit low on 9 le. Me about.
An easy follow-up from Amar.
Rolling the now load. Now my do my. We me yo. China kong lao we to yo. China kong ne to it. Rolling the now PY.
What is going to stop this troll?
And guess what? Refresher already done for Omar. He has a second.
No chance here.
He wants to throw it out here.
The Dragon form isn't going to last for much longer. And frankly, it's not much of a threat as is. And Dragon Tail goes out and a double spear. That is sick. Puts him right into the melee barracks. They drop the golem in response, and Falcons say, okay, we got something else out of you.
That was a big bonds that landed on a lot of heroes. They are respecting
what that spell can do. Yeah, say she there. Rora pian pian navy. Rora pian pian navy.
This time catching save.
Oh.
His ultimate will push him back, perhaps out of danger from Skeeter. But the buildings, there is no retreat for them.
Ready, babe.
RP available.
Smoked up, but they can't get there in time. Falcons have already taken the objectives and backed away.
Just so clean. Didn't even end up using that Mars refresher. Still have troll BKB.
Idiot pian nida phu hope ba. They tai da oh game 1 what can you do to load da? What can you do? On ya game 2 game 3 အသေးပြင်းတာပြင်းတာပဲ game 1တော့လည်းတကယ်ဆိုရင်တာနေတာပါเนาะတစ်ချက်လေးသရိုးလိုက်တာစပြီးတော့ဖြုံးတာဆိုတော့
This one's beginning to
အခုကြောက်လုံးဝမသရိုးတော့ဘူး clean ပဲ
Playing up on the high ground. Playing up in the triangle, hoping that Falcons will gift them an opportunity at a pickoff or maybe even an easy team fight. But Falcons will just play to their side of the map, play for that overwhelming advantage that they have played to so many times in the past. This has been Falcons' MO from this year to the last, where when they get an advantage, they are willing to slow down the game and just build that advantage more and more and more. Taking more Tormentors, taking more Roshans, farming more neutrals until a 20k gold lead becomes a 40k gold lead.
Just get the refresher on the beast. That's going to be all you need. I think the one hope for BB Team is the DPS that Pure can output when he's empowered. If he gets Daedalus up, there's a real chance that he can just chunk these heroes down with Empower on top of the burst damage. But if you have a refresher,
you put into him, no
defensive capability against that. I don't know how you stand in that fight. Unless you jump this beast, that is the dream. Should never let happen. It should always be the Mars or the
Endgame.
Still is getting to this Daedalus. I mean, that is going to be your best item to try and turn this game around as Falcons continue to just progress this lead, near 30,000 gold lead. And that refresher on the Beastmaster already done.
Yeah. Doesn't even need his boots. Puts him in the backpack. He's got a haste rune in his bottle. They're going after Pure.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, baby Lee.
Just done and dusted.
And I say about Tona, Sakita, Dave, Starry, you are no buyback.
From this troll.
No buyback. No buyback for 60 seconds.
I feel like he could have buyback potential. I mean, Roche can spawn at 30, so if you go, you have to go hard here.
Looking for that second pick off. They bypass the lane ward. Look to get a ward inside the base.
Sabura nako. Sabia ya cho.
Spear whiffs, but the arena, it still lands. And Skeeter, he will calmly walk into the arena to take out
now
he
takes
out the champion and does manage to swashbuckle back up to the high ground.
Nice find from GBK to even this out and slow down the push. That was a sick high ground ward. If that spear lands, might just be the game. The fight gets stalled. Falcons get repelled here.
And I don't think Falcons, knowing them, playing into the high ground in the first place when Roshan is about to be up, they don't do that too often. I feel like it took very little. They were always going to back up at some point in time to make sure they secure Roshan. The last thing you want to do is throw on the high ground and give BB
လုံးဝမ rush ဘူးအေးအေးဆေးဆေးလေးပဲပြန်ဆုတ်သွားတယ်
You know they have to contest this objective.
ဘာဘုံထွက်လာပြီမရတော့ထိုင်ဆောင်နေလို့လည်းမထူးဆိုထွက်လာပြီထွက်လာတော့မှကျုံးမှာဖယ်ကွန်ကမားကစောင့်နေတယ်ထွက်လာမယ်ဆိုတာဒီကောင်လေးတိတယ်သိရ
At the fight though, if you take it
ပြုံမားစီကမတက်ရပြီးစောင့်နေအောင်မှာ
Oh, his smoke is the one to break. The one initiator that BB team has. The opportunity of surprise is gone. They're going to have to play for the Roshan on the other side of the map. Fortunately, there is that. It will kind of reset. They can play on their outpost. Don't think they're going to have too many buybacks to work with, though.
You also got to keep in mind.
Long boy.
Here. It's a lot of map pressure going into the base.
Certainly.
Somebody has to show, and if somebody has to show, that is a gank opportunity. Falcons can just be ultra patient here.
Maybe Miro can get to his Ags, though. If Falcons are patient enough.
They're just going to go Roche. They see heroes in BB's base, they're going to threaten the Roche, they're going to make you come out of base to fight them, and that's exactly what they want right now.
And Pure, as always, up to some adventure on the enemy side of the map.
He just wants his Daedalus. You get that, you have a chance.
ဒီမှာရှုံးသွားလဲပြုတ်တော့မပြုတ်သေးပါဘူးเนาะ lower bracket တော့ရှိပါသေးတယ်ဘက်ဘွန်းlower bracket ကြရင်လဲသူတွေနဲ့တွေ့လောက်လဲအဲ့ချိန်ကြအောက်မှာ
4-man smoke up from Falcons.
တော့เนี่ยဘယ်သူနဲ့သွားတွေ့မှာလဲ
Surprising that Amar is not the one in that smoke. Another arcane rune.
Yeah, this is like a defense.
မှန်ကန်အဲ့ကစားအော်မကြောက်ဘူးလက်ချက်တွေတက်ထားလို့လက်ချက်တွေချွတ်လိုက်ရင်နည်းနည်းကြာတယ်
Just go in the pit.
Yeah.
No reason to make this game complicated right now. That's going to be a refresher shard Roche. Downside for Falcons is they're so farmed, they already have the refresher, so all of this will likely just go to Skeeter here.
Go. Roshan ခဏလေးပဲ keys ပါလာပြီ refresher shot နဲ့ဝက်သိမ်းမယ်
This is not a 5-man squad that is pushing into you. The number of refreshers they have. There's so many heroes here. BB team are trying to play on their high ground ward. Falcons know all about it. They pinged it earlier. They want this outpost first. Before they walk into this vision, they want to make sure...
Roshan လိုက်ရပြီမကနဲ့မိသွားတာဘာပဲတော့ရှိတယ်
And it's going to have to be used here. Amar fighting
အမကောင်းတယ်ကွာဒီကေသူ့ကိုပြစ်လို့မရအောင်လောက်သွားတာလား arena ကိုထပ်ရောပြီ arena နောက်တစ်ခါအိုးအကောင်းမှတော့မသေးဘူးဟေးကောင်းမှတော့မသေးဘူးကြီးလောက်ပါအောင်လေးပါလေးတိုက်ပါအောင် next time နဲ့ next time tip တဲ့အိုး web play web play
This team is
အောက်မှာ19 hero ဝိတ်နေတယ်အော် hero တွေအောက်မှာ hero တွေ
They have their strats, they have an incredible laning phase.
Very well played.
They can play slow, but they can also play fast. They put that on display in this series. You give them the heroes like the Chet or the Beastmaster, they will run tempo on you. They will go high ground early. This is kind of a myth that this team will always just wait for that.
Next time tip ဟလာအောက်မှာဆရာ19 hero စောင့်နေတယ်19 hero ကလည်းနော်ဘာဆိုလာဖြစ်နေတာဒါပေမဲ့ဘတ်ဘွန်းနဲ့ hero တွေနဲ့ဆိုရင်ပြောမရအောင်နော် hero တွေကလည်းတွားရှုပ်လို့မရရတဲ့ပါနေဒီကောင်လေးအာဆာရရင်စွမ်းတယ်အာဆာဘန်းလိုက်ရင်တော့မပြောတတ်ဘူးယူမအာဆာတော်စွမ်းတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာနေကမာတက်ဒီမှာဘတ်ဘွန်းတက်ထားပါတော့ဘတ်ဘွန်းနဲ့နေကမာနဲ့ပြန်တွေ့မကြည့်ပွဲစော့ဒီမှာတော့ P-Vision နဲ့ Falcon ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ Falcon P-Vision ကိုတော့နိုင်မလားကိုယ့် bracket ထဲမှာတော့အနိုင်ပေးထားတယ်ကိုယ့် bracket အဲ့ဒါတော်တော်လေးမှန်သွားပြီကိုယ့် bracket တော်တော်နီးစပ်နေပြီမှန်ချက်တွေကိုရှိုး1 2 3 4 5 6ခုမှန်သွားပြီ Falcon ဒီမှာတက်သွားတယ်အဲ့ဒါအောင်မှ Falcon ကဒီမှာထပ်ပြီးတော့ကိုကထပ်တက်ပေးထားတယ်6ခုမှန်သွားပြီနော်2ခုပဲရှုံးသေးတယ်ကိုယ့် prediction ကတော်တော်လေးစွမ်းနေဒီမှာနေကမာထပ်တက်လိုက်ဒီမှာနေကမာ တက်မတက်တဲ့ကိုကမှောက်ပြီးကွာအကြီးကမှောက်သွားကဲအဲ့တော့အားလုံးပဲ good night ပါအားလုံးပဲ good night see you tomorrow ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်မနက်ဖြန်ပွဲတွေကနိကမာနဲ့ 8 string နဲ့အရင်စမှာပေါ့နော်12နာရီခွဲဒီပွဲအရင်စမယ်ဒီပွဲမနက်ဖြန်12နာရီခွဲဒီပွဲပြီးရင်ဒီပွဲเนาะ hero နဲ့အခုဘတ်ဘုန်းနဲ့ပွဲပြီးရင်ဒီ Pivision နဲ့ Falcon နဲ့ပွဲပြီးတော့မှဒီမှာဒီ lower bracket semifinal ပေါ့ဆိုတော့အားလုံးပဲ see you tomorrow ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ် good night ပါ
ကျေးဇူးပြုပြီးယနေ့ညရဲ့ကျေဝင်များကိုကြိုဆိုလိုက်ကြရအောင် One Expert မှာထိပ်တန်းစုများကိုရယူထားသူ Dota 2 Hero များအကောင်းဆုံးတည်ဆောင်မှုဟန်တွန်လန်စာအကောင်းဆုံးပံ့ပိုးမှုမော့စီအကောင်းဆုံးအလေလံ Zeus အိုးငါဘက်ကိုဆိုလိုတာပါအကောင်းဆုံးကစားသမားစု One Expert ကစားသူများ